Hello.
Stage. Not fighting words, but fighting actions as we jump into this.
I missed
also
what?
maybe get a
Frost
win
moment?
here
What
today
did I
to
miss?
continue the run on in. Straight out on the harbour as well, interesting for me. Generally comfort roll on a Sage, for example, but coming in towards Icebox, it's DRX choosing the attacking side. And now with the lurk that's coming up from Talon all towards B main.
Didn't fist bump?
Couple shots out there. Hyunmin hunting for some tag damage. Not going to find much. Mako going to find a kill. Doesn't he suspect it? Oh, seems like he does. Goes ahead, trades it up 2-1 in that regard. In the meantime, back over here on the A site. Primi up over the top, able to find one as Hyunmin will get taken down. So some damage suffered, but ultimately we find ourselves now in a 3v3.
Getting the plant top site as well. Got to remember freeing on the Teo 2. Salvos will come online soon.
It didn't. I'll play it back.
From Estrella.
I also need to go get some water.
Situated on pipes, Bane lurking and freeing, watching for this flank. It's seen the Viper. It felled Mako, and now he's going to confirm that position. Opts just go ahead, backs away. Does have those salvos available still, needing them for the post plan, but freeing, getting quite a bit of damage. Headshot there through the corner of the wall, puts him down to 50. Puts him flying, but Estrella joins in, holds the angle. Now the salvo's free to fly.
So they're playing Harbor with Teo.
And okay, actually going to be able to find the kill there. Primi, a nice headshot.
And I guess it worked.
Looks for a little bit more, but ultimately cannot get this round win. That's going to be DRX starting things off 1-0 with the pistol going their way, and 2 players escaping the blast radius.
And they'll be happy with that one as well, considering
that momentum forward into
that they bested T1 on a couple weeks back. It was a good 13-6 with a flawless defensive half. Already right now, dropping the pistol means it's not going to be flawless for them.
Looking for a clean anti-eco. 2 ghosts for the side of DRX. So not as much firepower. They've been actually playing around with their buys a bit more as of late and really reinforcing these anti-eco rounds. Spot out onto 1. Fluid just going to be backpedaling here, escapes back around the opposite side of that harbor wall. And Salvos will be sent to go ahead and delay the plan. Spot out on a 1, but good amount of damage going to be suffered there by Hyunmin. Makes his quick exit, still has that Guardian in hand.
Why the fuck would you do that?
The second, a third, oh my god, the fadeaway shot in the final bullet.
Why the fuck would you do that?
And Mako swooping out will find Kahlua.
Just to fucking get fucking rolled as well.
This a flawless anti-eco.
Let's see what damage Primi can do here. Couple low members.
And we'll just be freeing, picking up a 4K.
Okay, I'm gonna quickly fill up my water because I'm dying.
Having that one at the ready. DRX lock in the flawless.
And Bane not noted on the lurk as well, something that he's starting to find a lot of proficiency in lately too. Of course, coming back into good form in the game this week. So I'll be interested to see how the lurks are going to be navigated a little bit later on, and if he's going to be targeted perhaps by Talon, because the game plan for them on this defensive side, coming in towards this bonus, you want to see Primi start to get activated, you want to see him potentially get onto an operator later as well. Just be very consistent.
4 regen shields in here for the side of DRX. Hyunmin instantly taken out. Solid headshot there from Primi, looking for a little bit more, get some damage across, takes his exit, plays it out wisely as he's getting the spot out here. We'll just swing back around the opposite side of 410.
Yeah, it is. It's just a bit of a default from Talon too, meanwhile. Not rotating too much around the map. A bit of a interest in the two
Jit
from
Boys. Yeah, they're at the window, but it's going to be Mako. Ends up taking some damage.
Yeah, ultimately still looking to go for this A site, though.
Capped on those regen shields as Stealth Drone not going to be spotting out too much here. Drone over the top from Cruz, able to get the spot out, and that holds him at bay here for now. Meanwhile, Stealth Drone going around the back, going to be able to get the scan here onto Mako. Tucks back under 2, but now he's in a really poor spot. Double pressure out from Talon here at Garage. Fluid just swinging back, realizing that DRX are going to look to go ahead and try to re-swing this across into the B site, where now Mako is in an entrenched position.
and a lot of passiveness from the rest of Talon over at that A site as well. So getting the inkling that this is going to switch over towards B.
They know they're giving it up, but Mako's still
got
able to
one,
find
but he knows
before
there's
taken down
another.
by Ty. Kill found, but DRX at this point, 22 seconds remaining. They are going to be all in on this site. Rotation still coming through as Primi, a late linger on that A site, can now start making his way across, but 14 seconds for the delay tactics available here for the side of Talon. DRX in a bad spot. Shock Dart gonna fly. Now looking to just go ahead and commit for the stick, but no, dragged off it here for a second. Crew's able to find one plant having to be stuck, but they're just getting overwhelmed and taken down.
Not the
Talon
best
will go
round
ahead
from
and get
DRX,
themselves
bit
online.
scrappy,
Just
bit
one
messy there.
casualty here in the anti-bonus.
Yeah, a lot of great patience from Talon as well. A great start with Primi picking up the first kill, not immediately dashing away. Even, you know, coming in towards this round, you're looking at a bit of a weaker bonus for DRX.
What the hell is Frost doing, man?
There's no real push from DRX either. The time getting the better of them, the lurk timing, or rather the flank timing coming out, I really like from Talon in that one. Great recognition for the drone from Killua too. He's always going to be pushing garage, and they're going to be going there in tandem. We're going to have to see some adjustments early on from DRX to make sure that they're not crunched up on.
At the top, there's a reveal out. 3 players going to be spotted. Kill not found. Tiny bit of damage, but otherwise still relatively safe, but it's a good amount of information gained for Talon off the rip.
And same kind of setup for them as well, just leaving Jit Boys in through mid in a different location, not kitchen this time specifically, but for the remainder of the squadron, it's pretty much the same. Need to see some heroics from Marco if he wants to try and do something at the B side of the map, but for right now, DRX just playing the patient game. Drone out, confirming that there's still members surrounding the A site. As the minute mark approaches, this is where you would assume that DRX start to layer in a little bit more of this utility, get some information from Free.
So they're sending Mako down mid a lot.
A little bit more
which I would assume,
here, Mako.
I mean, you could do some Hovel stuff with this if you wanted.
This bit more of a reinforced push. Recall on the alarm bot, check into the window, but nothing really seen here. Needing to be cautious about potentially having had Mako slip forward under 2, but isn't reading it, but Mako sticks around.
Mako just wins that
Goes
fight.
for the peak. Jit Boy's going to be taken down. Primi here.
Gonna have to be worried about mid lurk.
On the approach, but it's going to be Pain coming away with the kills. Cruz gets taken out. Primi still here. The tailwind expiring, needing to buy some damage and can just push up into the cover. They're watching for. The answer is absolutely. Freeing right there on top. As now the double push out from B is going to be noted. Mako dead, but gets all the info they need.
Yeah, just going to retreat, set up for the post properly
Okay,
here.
I mean, you probably should save here, I guess. You don't really have a chance
That's just going to be the save call from Talon too.
of winning this.
Like it's just going to have to be the back off. And 3
Is
players are
London
going to be
safe?
lost.
What
Yeah, it's not in
the
the
hell do you
greatest
mean?
position. Primi, granted, does have knives, so can go ahead and pull those out in the next round. And DRX going to be allowed to move up 3-1 here to start things off on Icebox.
There's always a position as well for Talent so far, having Primi and Cruz towards the A site, and kind of being a bit respected too, with DRX not pushing too far forward, where Cruz might be able to grab that ulti orb and pick up the Hunter's Fury. Definitely have a couple of components that you could work with coming in towards the next round, but it is another highlight of DRX wanting to play this one extremely slow, seeing if there's any overextension from the
Apart from
Talon
London,
members,
do I
which
live?
there isn't really too much, so we might see a little bit more haste from DRX put into the fray in the next coming rounds.
Almost 2 hours on a train, maybe?
They could just go for a really quick hit here. That Armageddon is available, so can just use it to flush out something like the B site. We'll see. Yeah,
but a change up immediately from Talon as well. 3-1-1 set up. So Cruz probably not incentivized to be grabbing that ulti orb by himself with the...
I'm gonna pause to stop this stuttering.
Buy up here for Talon.
Thinks about it. You can see him inching forward there on the mini-map.
He's going for it.
Consideration. Should have been able to grab it. So yeah, it does have that Hunter's Fury online now. And a big push up. B-long as well for Talon here. This time 3 of them instead of the normal 2.
They are really pushing B-long.
Though we'll be able to go ahead and give out the early alert. Obviously numbers won't be confirmed, but they'll be able to go ahead and no presence. Mako at the same time though might be getting caught on a timing.
Well, might actually find some timing for himself if he does push in through mid.
Slides forward. Knows that there's going to be a player here behind, but he's looking to just play this quietly here for the moment. Primi on the check, swings out. Minor damage taken. Finds the headshot.
Again, he sees that there's a lot there, so what's their plan? Are they going to fight it this
They're going to have
time?
to play a battle in 2 sides of the map.
Primi just looking to try to get the 1-tap, finds it. Does manage to shut him down before he can do more damage.
Oh, what a
finds
shot.
the follow-up on the
Right
tie to keep this
oh
now
my
into
god.
a 3v2. Clean shots from Hyunmin, bailing them out here in the round. And as the wall falls, so too shall Cruz. Australia looking snappy, and now for Jit Boys, it's really just about trying to deal some form of damage, stop that economy of DRX from really bubbling up. Not sure if Australia's going to be ready for this. Nope, not at all. Guardian to the back of the head. Some damage found. Clutch on the round. Possible, but the time just not quite there for him. So we'll just go ahead, drift away with the weapon upgrade. DRX now going to move up 4-1.
Yeah, a little bit of a unfortunate scenario for Talon when you consider that they've got the numbers and the pieces on the flank as well. You've got some good blade action coming through from Primi, but
well, even if you think they're leaking scrims, you should still give them a fist bump like fucking hell.
See them back in the replay, and they're all individual jewels that have been sent his way as well. There's no double picks coming in from Talon, so definitely want to make sure that they're shaking off a couple of those nerves, getting a couple of their communications in the better scenario. Because it's going to be another one here where it's not the greatest buy to come through for Talon. Time of pause as well, so we're going to have a bit of a discussion.
Froster remembers last year's 12-5 BM timeout. I honestly don't give a shit. I do not care. But I just think, like, if they lose this game now, people are just going to think that you're a twat. That's all they're going to think. They're just going to think, Frost. It's tough. To be fair, people already think that of Frost. Yeah, true, but this just adds to it, doesn't it? Oh no, I've got a tech pause. TMV tech. Is it worth getting the Emirates Stadium tour? I couldn't, well, probably not. What the fuck is it? Oh, I actually do have a tech.
Thought on Mr. Burger King Talad, and delete off KC.
Hold on. I actually was getting some F's there. Okay, we should be back somewhat, hopefully. What do I think of Robbie BK to Loud? I don't know, it's strange. I just don't know what language are they gonna come in is my question. Okay, we had a small blip there, but it's fine. You only missed the tech pause. In terms of elite off KC, I don't get why you would announce that now. Why would you announce that when you're still in playoffs? I don't understand. Like, why not wait? But in terms of like an actual move, like I don't hate Ali was so good last year, but this year, I don't know. He's been whatever. I think if you were, I don't know. Yeah, Elite has apparently gone from KC. I don't know why you would reveal that now. Seems a bit strange, doesn't it? Oh, what happened in the TMV Cup, by the way? See, I told you G2 would win. Was it 3-1? Okay, we're back.
In stage 2.
Absolutely. Well, we are good to go. Thank you for bearing with us. And then we can get back underway. Early salvos.
What's on Termia of Frost beef?
Here for 10, trying to see if he
I don't give a shit, to be honest. Like, actually, I think we do need more beef in the scene.
You need some ambition, though, from Talon in a round such as this. They've got Killua down on
But if you're going to do that as Frost, and you have a platform, by the way, right? Like, Frost has a podcast, where I'm sure he'll explain it.
And Bane, I don't think he's necessarily going to read it.
But you need to come out beforehand so that people know who the bad guy is. You know what I mean?
Himself perfectly alive and comes away with the early kill. So now into
they're just pushing B pretty much every round and playing retake A every round.
Talon, though, getting nicely clustered together. Should be in a solid position to try to go for a flood retake.
This sort of spot as well. Would like to see
I think
Marco
that's
get
doing
that
very
pick
much
down on the
Mako,
side.
to be honest.
Right now, as it being asked to watch here from behind, Hyunmin is moving forward, gets himself up onto the belt. Spotting one, dropping, hitting the floor, and puts
Hyunmin
both
just
players
deals with it
down.
again on his own.
Just a lack of reaction. Not realizing whatsoever. Tap at the spike. Jit Boys
Well, good by
doing
Australia,
well,
though.
bringing this back into a 3v3, but now the salvos fly to further delay. Push onto the corner. Mako drags across, finds the headshot. The Armageddon gets sent here from Fring to further buy more time. The swing out, Hyunmin finds the first.
Too good.
And the shots
good.
are crisp.
Consistency from Hyunmin.
Can you play a villain when you're kind of ass? Honestly, I respect that more. Playing a villain when you're also pretty bad,
They're looking the wrong way,
that takes fucking balls.
I'm thinking to myself, okay, we're seeing the same sort of slotting from Talon around the map. Two players over at the B site in Killua and Die. They get a kill, they pill for a gun, they have some upgrades. They're expecting that this is going to end over to the A site. It kind of just gets pulled apart.
Hello, the boy wonder.
Oi, thinking man. You got a proper look at your shank collection, innit? Let's have a deco at your blades, bruv. Show us your stabby bits. Safe.
Why?
Playing villain when nurse? Just like Demon 1?
Yeah, it doesn't quite work as well. Yeah, but that's the thing, Demon 1 it hasn't been villainous, I don't think, since his days on EG. Frost refused to fist bump Termi at the start of this game.
You know, you can go through the front or you can go around the other way, and that's it. I guess you can leave like kitchen in there.
Let's put the other side in kitchen.
Ooh, Hyunmin, rare miss in this map to not be able to find that instant punish. And it looks like this time DRX, they might be considering the other side of the map, at least for a moment.
Gage back and Demon 1 is gone. That's the thing. Only one of them can ever be good, right? Pansy was right. Hell has like one throne, and literally they both can't be good at the same
keeping
time.
an eye on where those utilities are coming from. They know it's a little bit more of a backline angle from Talon here.
Oh fuck yeah, I am dropping some frames. So should be okay now.
Stealth done previously, only really spotting out the Killjoy. Doesn't tell them much of anything there, but Mako now lingering forward, calling for the team to rotate around, wait out this stealth jump, or rather this recon
This time they get aggressive.
Maybe not noted just yet, by the way.
Yeah, it's making noise. He's just running up, but Mako's now found it, swings the angle, and it's one of those plays that makes you think, are they telling him to run, to bait the angle, to keep the eyes trained there, or is it all just dumb luck? Either way, it's Mako with two, a sight opened up, and Bane very far back linger here in the spawn, gets the catch on the Jit Boys. Die gonna try to flush him out with the Guardian, but loses the fight as well.
Tough.
And what can Killua do in a 1 versus 5
It's all tough.
But run away with his tail between his legs. The hunt could even come onto him now with the credits not looking too stellar for Talon. Get a little bit closer to your ults as Bane and, well, Australia would pick it up if he goes a-hunting.
I mean, we know Talon have to continue the streak. They simply must.
Lua tucked in, can hear these footsteps behind, and the check nearly kills him. Estrella Sees the one side, swoops in, and can't quite get it aligned fast enough. Kahlua does keep himself alive, weapon in hand. We'll have to rebuy the armor. But DRX now 6-1.
With Death, Australia will pick up the reckoning too, but the important factor right now for DRX is they are converting after Talon's timeout, so no value, no weight or adjustments. You
The
see
fact that they're
going to
have this streak the whole season
recon dart, it's spotting nothing. You've got
is
Primi
quite
on the
funny.
belt line. They're having confidence in him that he's going to be good for 1 or 2, maybe fall back, and then the team can have enough time afforded to get their rotations out, but he's just caught
it's almost
by
impossible.
himself. No trades. DRX selling a good...
I was trying different shit, but none of it's
towards the
working. Although
B-side.
that one
And again,
just
as
didn't
I
make
said,
any
you know,
fucking sense.
the
Why
A
is
side
Primi
where
on
they're
that
kind of
angle?
always just going. It's going to be back there for the beginning stages at least right now. Same ambition line to come up from Primi. He's got Killua with him, so a bit of a different look this time in terms of the initiator force for Talon.
Might actually get a target this time. Ooh, top of the hat, gonna be spotted there, but Bane similarly spotting up Primi in kind. Just be with Bill tucked back, the reckoning now opening up on the site. There's some nanos get popped. Hyunmin waiting here on the side of the wall. Primi coming.
Why is our fucking scaling with the fucking harbor?
Jitboys immediately snipes him out of the sky.
Like, they just, I mean, this is the thing, like, they've got, like,
here for now, but DRX for the
put the Viper wall up and we're fucked.
And held at bay is Primi.
That's messy by Bane.
Is
And
looking
again, they're
electric here.
always
3 kills
flanking B.
found. Cruz. It does go ahead and eventually put
Okay,
down
pull
Mako.
around
Just the one
by,
casualty. Talon finally find their second round win.
That feels like we were waiting for just
By
some sort of
DRX,
individual performance from
You
Talon, or
harbor ult,
maybe
but then, like,
a
literally
proper
no
effort
one
by
goes
committee.
forward. We
This
just kind
time
of
Primi
sit
doing
and
the
wait
lion's
for a
share of
harbor
it,
ult.
but the
I
rest
don't know.
of the team to watch his angles
Like,
as
why
well,
aren't we
to just
trying to
dance
scale
around the
now?
side, dance
Like,
around the
okay, it's a good
reckoning.
shot there.
Swatting from Jitboys, by the way, onto the right.
Why are these guys just fucking chilling?
But a better look this time for Talon, as I mentioned, changing the initiator force for them, but I don't think that's really the big
But that's the thing,
that
they kind of
worked out
have
for them.
no
They
other
were just
util to
ready
kind
for
of go.
some sort of
I
aggression
don't have much
from
going
DRX with the
util here,
right
DRX.
numbers.
Crucially, they get rid of 2 ultimates as well.
Yep.
Blades committed alongside that reckoning, so it ends up being a bit more costly for DRX, despite the fact that they still have a significant lead.
Yeah,
Hit invested over at green here for the moment.
Yeah, it kind of blocks the avenue of DRX where you're only seeing really Marco.
Boom about to
through mid.
crumble today.
The rest of the team over through to A, which they're silently approaching.
I'm rooting for Boom today. Yesterday, I mean, I've been a T1 hater for, you know, a while now. So T1 losing, you know, I was fine. I was kind of happy to see it. I was proven right.
Jitboys does have the lockdown, sends it. No Armageddon to go for a clear on this. Plant now being committed to. This means it's going to be probably a bit of a late exit. Not an exit at all. Estrella taken down in transit. Hit is out here from the side of Mako. Immediate tap coming through. Hyunmin scaling forward. Narrowly is able to get the weapon out in time to take down Jitboy. Swing onto the corner though. Kahlua
Take bleed more than Boom.
This Freeing is just fearlessly riding the rope across. He's making all the noise in the world, and now it's getting frantic. Mako spraying. Barely is able to find one, and now needs to clutch it out here from within the pit. High on the approach. Over the top of the bite. Mako playing it so
Mako,
damn
what a play.
cleanly.
What a play.
Well
Gets the 3K. You might as well call it a clutch. DRX now 7-2.
I mean, essentially so, right? The value that the pit provides for them and
Cold
the time
take
being
bleed
bought
are better
when
than
the
Boom. That's not
lockdown is
cold
out
take,
too.
that's just
Enough
wrong.
time from the salvos and the nano just already placed on towards the spike, and at that point in time, you're putting everyone into the pit. The decay effect starts to come through for Talon. That's why some loose sprays in that sort of scenario work a treat, and then Marco, very patient, very stone
Bro
cold.
just hates teams that are winners.
I don't hate
Hates
G. When did I say I hate
hates
G2?
Normal
CG,
fashion, you would
hates
assume for
T1.
Also,
DRX
G2
right
won't
now.
win us.
2G when they make and win champs.
Anytime Talon gain an inch, they lose a mile.
I don't hate EG either.
Orb's just going to be cycled back.
I never hated
Already
EG.
Over halfway towards that next reckoning.
Yeah, it is just die at the moment over towards this B side too, with now Primi coming over to assist, but the walls are up, blocking vision.
Damage onto Hyunmin here.
This would actually be a pretty good call for a
don't
fake
hate
right
G2,
now as
they are
DRX.
boring.
You've still got alert coming out from Bane, a lockdown in play available if needed. And the rest of the force actually for Talon are all around this B site.
They tap, they get some util out, and it looks like they want to rotate off of that. Mako, though, needing to re-clear into mid. Jitboys, he's hearing footsteps. Calling for to get some extra eyes under
See,
two.
that's the first time since Farmer that someone said I'm a Sen hater in a while.
Mako now not going to be ready for this forward position. Estrella, though, instantaneous with the response, and now because of this preset position, Bane able to go ahead and get a deep lockdown, but the Hunter's Fury comes through, so Cruz can clear that out. Space can now be disrespected here by Talon.
Bane's having a bit of a rough one here.
Able to find one. Bane going to be taken down, a 3v4 here for DRX. They try to close this out.
Oh. My frames. What is going on? I'm just getting like
Talon as well. Get a little bit hot under the
collar. Talon win.
DRX members as they're trying to.
What the fuck is going on?
Recognize that there's just a disconnection.
Okay, yeah, let's go lower.
All be already.
What the fuck is going on? Hold on, let me just
At the A site when the plant goes down, it does become a bit of a struggle.
Whoa, back in the olden days. Holy fuck. Yes.
Talon still with an opportunity to rescue this.
Yes.
More stability. Still these half armors in the mix here for a lot of the players.
Lower.
Swing scenario for DRX too here.
This is what Durka was seeing on his PC.
Holding advantages, holding weaponry.
The Reckoning goes out. Should just be instant salvos from Kahlua to try to go ahead and slow things up.
Lower.
Slippery little stuff.
Oh my, it's like it hurts your eyes to look at this.
Nothing else got him to waste pretty much an entire mag.
That's not 360, surely. Oh, I broke it.
Getting out.
No, yeah, this is 360.
Pushing forward, playing aggressively.
144 is I heard.
Just Kahlua traded out. It's a massive trade up here for the side of Talon. Stun connecting, but I mean, yeah, that's already the Reckoning expired. Mako on the hunt, but
brought it back down to 144
as well in a forward spot. It's gonna be Bane with a hell of a headshot.
Oh, Bane!
Anything else either?
I can just about tell which agent is killing which.
Into the favor of DRX. You've already
Why does it just say no?
out a little bit as I say that, but Mako.
Wow, Mako, what a play.
Gets Primi, and now it's all on to Jit Boys, and we're talking about the economic
Can we go to
situation.
480, please?
Consider a save
Please?
here
Okay, there
to make
you
sure
go.
that everybody has weapons in the next round. I mean, Primi doesn't have blades available.
Okay, you can
to
see
back up
again.
his 100 credits.
It's a tough call, but it seems like they
Oh, I am behind.
mattered too. The
Our
two
round's
survive
over,
outside
so
of
it's fine.
DRX. They will get up now 8-3.
Okay,
This
we're
is where it
good.
becomes
We're
a little
good,
bit
we're good,
more
we're good, we're
problematic
good.
For the
It's
Talon
fine.
fans out there, if anyone's on the superstitious mark, you definitely want them to be finding this next one to not get that 9-3 curse happening. Or maybe you do want that to be more in the favor of Talon, right? So DRX, we'll see how they're going to navigate this next round.
Oh, hold on, I think we
after
went up again.
having the flank, I guess maybe expected.
We're eating good tonight.
Talon have been doing that a lot in this map so far.
This might even be, what's that, 720? Oh, we went back down.
Is quite stellar. Now in the last round of this half, it's back to the drawing board. It's back to the A site to begin.
Well, Primi's position going to be confirmed once again. Drops down, eating some damage, and oh, just getting shot from every which way.
Okay, we're back.
Put the 45, but still breathing. Damage can still be dealt here by his hand. But if he dies in a forward spot, that means no one's picking up that Guardian.
Yeah. Salvo's out with the stealth drone. It's going to dodge that one, but how many players is it going to be able to spot out? 2 towards Maze.
Ball's coming through, stun at pipes. DRX just holding the brakes. Mako
Just
trying
gonna
to see
wait
what
the
kind of
whole
pressure
time.
comes out of B here before they really execute onto the site, it would seem.
Lots of utility exchanges at the moment.
Salvo's going through, being able to find one, and Gunman.
I mean, this comp
crouching
does
in.
rely on
Jit
Hyunmin
Boys
basically
taking
just
down now
being
Primi,
able to
45.
dry swing things and
Backed up
kill
by
them
Cruz,
anyway.
he has a stinger.
But he is doing that a lot.
Quickly gonna be left on the floor. Instantaneous headshot from Primi, still on point in that regard, but it's now just die, and he has been noted. Mako looking to keep him held down here in mid, and he cannot fight his way out. Mako wins those, and that's going to be a 9-3 half with DRX well
Okay,
up in
9-3.
front.
And there's not too much ingenuity from DRX, to be honest with you as well, right? It's just kind of readable plays from an outside view. Start off with a bit of this utility at A, see what you can bait out from Talon. Maybe you've got a little lurk.
Let's just fucking end this game, honestly. Just fucking... If DRX could just destroy them, that's fine. Also, if DRX do destroy them, then I think people... The train is might run into a problem. Even if PRX beat Boom. Bane cosplaying as Vayne. Thigh cosplaying as Wow Thigh. Isn't that Lee Sin? Frost is angry because he knows the curse is real and he's just salty. If PRX goes to Toronto, will I do the thing?
Defensive side, some plans on your attacking side, so we'll see if that's going to at least come out here in the pistol round. Everybody looking to go towards this B site nice and early from Talon. Everybody investing with an upgraded pistol as well.
Just a full send, steady push forward here from Talon. Recon sent out. Mako.
Oh, Mako.
Timing. Turns around, Kahlua right there, says hello, takes him down. I thought it was a
The
straight
fucking salvo got the kill, not the...
will fall. Freeing, doing well to find one, but Straya just getting absolutely melted out through the walls. And this is the thing when you got two Vipers and then you get a Harbor into the mix as well. You can't see a damn thing. Body still hitting the floor though.
It was winnable, but...
comes away with 3 kills. Talon will go ahead, tie it up.
Yeah, that Mako death at the start, not great.
Let's just bring it back to what
a
we've
little
got in
bit.
front of our eyes right now.
Bit surprised, I guess, that they
Mist
just
rounds
sent it
coming
on
through,
it,
but
maybe.
There's just wall-on-wall action, and everyone's just trying to shoot through it and deny all action. There's
Goes for
fight
4
continuing
rifles.
between maybe 3 members.
They'll
of
go
the
for 4
Talon
rifles.
side, but at least they do manage to navigate their shots a little bit better towards the end to finish it off after the awkward one that we're seeing on the other receiving end of Jit Boy's one there. So pistol round collected from Talon. Not going to see too much investment here for DRX. You'll play it for what it is, just the pistols. Get your guns in the next round.
Getting
aggro with the classic.
As well quickly here for Ty could be very good for the post plants.
And winning.
Over the top, able to find one. Classic just puts down Jit
Okay.
Boys.
Not able to retrieve any upgrades though, if you consider.
Now that was
the
the one
upgrade
that
there.
didn't have any gun.
As a B site, going to be the
But
lead
any of the
now
kills
for
now
Talon.
will do some damage.
Still though, unless they start committing to the plant, Cruz is getting into a deeper position. Tap has been heard, bite delays. Everyone from DRX here, and now the call to go ahead and swing back across towards the A site has been sounded here from the side of Talon.
Yep, Cruz just doing what Bane was trying to do on the attacking side as well. Play the lurk roll, find
The
the
double
timing,
lurk.
see how far forward you want to go by yourself. I mean, very different situation up against the pistols as opposed to rifles, so he's just going to slot himself in nice and deep.
He's got himself in a fantastic spot as well here on the rafter with that stinger. Anybody pushing forward towards the screen side. Likely to fall, but looks like Cruz not wanting to potentially overgreed here on his position. Backs away. There's a spot out on the one. Straya
I
taking.
don't know who Estrella thinks he is.
Weaponry retainment here for Talon.
He was never winning that.
Well, Bane does have that sheriff. Finds Kahlua.
Okay, that's one gun down.
Stun sent, not connecting. Primi still here. Top of 410, now going to be spotted. Hyunmin playing off the back of that, and oh boy, now suddenly we have to pump the brakes. Ty looking for a third, finds it here in the round, but now getting overwhelmed. And Cruz, last
He
one
has a
standing.
stinger.
Still some time here. Draws out with the Ghost Spring, picks up the Phantom, and DRX pull off the Thrifty, denying the anti-eco, and this is a Shakespearean tragedy.
It's a blunder. That's what it is, mate. That is a round that should not go DRX's way. I mean, the first shot that comes out from them, you're
They both
catching,
4 guns.
you know, against the pistols of Jit Boys, right? But the rest of them, I mean, you're looking at
The
a
Strat
scenario
gave
where
them
you've
a
got
free
plant
one.
down, you've got some post-plant utility in the salvos, in the shock darts, but playing these forward lines, having some belated crossfires, I personally thought Thai was going to be able to just triple down there and maybe bring something back towards Talon and maybe win out the round, but no.
Oh, GG.
DRX are out shooting today.
Wherefore out art thou throwing? Oh boy.
See what Jitboys might be able to do here with the Guardian. Apart from that, just the pistols for the force of Talon here, who, again, creeping up towards this A side of things. Going to start to scope out the situation.
To be fair, with no flash here as well, though, against Harbor Wolves, you're going to struggle.
I mean, we've seen stranger things. You've got two sheriffs here for the side of Talon. We could just get those thrifties into thrifties, the old Gen G special.
Waiting for the high tide to fall on down. But Australia going to start things off.
Close angle.
Oh, what?
What is that?
Ridiculous.
That is insane as... So is... Okay. We've gone from Shakespeare to absurdity.
Yeah.
Primmy will be able to go ahead and find one as Hyunmin falls, but... Good God.
Just seen more kills through walls without any vision on your opponents in these last few rounds than we have with actual vision.
30 seconds left.
Oh, up and over the top, the spot onto Estrella, but
Unlucky.
Estrella with the better weapon.
Well,
3K here for him, one away from that reckoning to be online.
Hyunmin
DRX,
is
one
destroying
away
them.
from having map point.
I mean, not even
Yeah,
intentionally
you
some
gotta
of
see
the
Talon
time.
start to activate in a situation like this as well, right? If they drop that, well, it's going to be 8 map points coming in towards this map of their own choosing, and maybe we have a scenario where they have to just be like PRX of yesterday, where you wipe off map 1, you ignore it, and you look for a bit of a reverse sweep affair. Starting to get a lot closer to these ultimates as well for Talon at the moment with Tier 1 off the Viper's pit. Meanwhile, on the flip side, no ultimates online, but an operator
Chobra
out
died for
for
this?
Hyunmin.
I mean, but they were definitely the worst team, Nongshim. That's the thing.
The first op that we've had of this map.
Yep.
Talon just not able to really ever get into a position to comfortably bring one in when they were on the defense.
We'll see how comfortable they're going to be able to get in towards this B
I'm
side,
yawning.
knock the door of DRX, if at all. No one moving too far forward on
And
the
again, they
map.
just keep
The
running
operator
into,
just poised
like,
over
you
at
got the
A,
Harbor and
you've got
Viper here
Belt
as
being
well.
looked after by freeing 2, where Talon, without proceeding too hard towards the B side,
Hyunmin has an up.
you put a little bit more stock in what Jitboys is going to be able to sniff out towards A, or you still really just try to bully this B area.
Estrella spotting out plenty there. Sets up the wall, allows him to escape from back yellow, rotates around, sets up the other wall.
Always one of the valuable
And again, they're
things
going
of
to
having
struggle
the
with these walls.
double wall comp on this map. Lots of stall ability, but there goes Jitboys.
Okay. Jitboy's able to
Okay.
find Bane there under
Bane
2.
in mid. I mean, that's pretty big. No killjoy.
Just outside kitchen.
Makes this B split very possible.
Oh, the
They
reveal.
reveal it, but it's straight.
Wow.
This man is Daredevil.
Oh my
You
god,
can't see
he's.
it, you're
Oh my
dead.
god, that's so
Either way,
bad.
salvos are there
That's
in
so
reply.
fucking bad.
Comes away with that
You had
one. They
won the
all
round,
just
and then
ahead
he
to
decided,
to
what
try
if
to
I
find and
lost the
catch it.
round?
Now it's going to be Hyunmin in a bit of a rough position.
Oh, they're not looking for Marco, not really.
Oh, they turn back, but he's still able to find one. 22 HP remaining.
Oh my
Marco
god, he got
retakes it,
both.
finds
Oh
the
my god,
second,
they killed
and
them all.
Hyunmin swaps over to the Phantom, cleans up die.
Guy
and that is
diff.
DRX now at
Heavy
12-4.
guy diff.
And you would
You
assume
talk about
that
leaking
might be the
scrims all
nail
you
on the
want.
coffin
They got a
for
massive
this
guy
map
diff on
as
you,
well.
bro.
That was the real big buyout for Talon. No, they will still manage to come out with a buy in this round that they've mainly been presented with in this
Mainly
map.
those
Light shields
two.
behind
Those
rifles.
two are a
Couple
massive guy
ults to
diff.
come in towards this next round, you'd assume as well, with one already being picked up. But I gotta say, the trade game when DRX are shooting in that one, then falling to the salvos as Estrella. Marco low HP finds the double.
I mean, he's 1 HP.
4.
but-
See what we'll have presented to us by Talon in this one.
Off force off the angle. And tucking back. Drone spots and confirms. Dash at the ready. Quick little reposition here. Gets himself situated more towards back sight.
What is the
Rope is
harbor
heard.
wall he's done?
Estrella trying to play close. Ooh, shoulder to shoulder, but Jitboys gets the better of it. Gets a jump there, but Hyde just going to be ground into a fine pace.
Two
There's
of
his
them
Kahlua.
died to
How is Bane
nanoforms.
coming away with 2 kills on nanos?
Ridiculous.
Holy glue.
Spike planted, but Hyunmin just gets out onto the wider angle. Jitboys shut down. Knives now pulled as he's just bounding around the site. He's got Bane here, right there with him. Gets a 3K. And this is now an unwinnable position.
Oh,
Everything
GG.
in the kitchen.
Holy
synchro.
glue. What the fuck was that? If PRX wins Toronto, will I do the thing? Yeah, sure. Because they're definitely not winning Toronto. What was map 2? Fracture. Maybe we have to wait a whole extra week. Oh, did they play on Friday? So I have to wait till Friday for this. But yeah, this one not looking so so close. And when does the EMEA start? They start on the 8th. 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. What's the 8th? Thursday. Yeah. So EMEA on Thursday. Friday by EMEA and Pacific. Saturday EMEA Pacific. Sunday EMEA Pacific. Then we wait again for Friday, Saturday, Sunday EMEA. Okay. 4 days of EMEA, 50 hours of tech pause. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. So Thursday. Just need to plan out my week. So these games start at 4. So Thursday is just EMEA. But Friday, Saturday. So Friday busy. Saturday busy. Sunday busy. Oh, I need to do a pick'em for this as well, don't I? Maybe I'll do that as a video today, to be honest. EMEA playoff pick'em. No, I won't do it now. I'll wait. I'll do it well, we could do it in between the games, I guess. Why not? Is there anything else I want to talk about, though? Other than my EMEA playoff pick'em? Where did I finish on VFL? I'll give VFL a little shout. I finished 8th in the end. Did anyone here finish above me? I'm going to guess no, because there's only 7 people who did. How is Man City 13th? Schmin, you did tie. Yes, you did tie. However, unfortunately for you, I'm user ID 1. Sideshow check. Sideshow finished 124th. Now it's got the rating points from the last week. You did, no? Is this not it? You got 17. Oh, you mean if he got 3 instead of 2 bonus points? Maybe he wouldn't have been. Mainly because Lumi said he couldn't be bothered. Where did Fabio finish? Oh, dearie me. Oof. Tough. Tough. Biggest mistake of mine was going full hog on Vitality since week 2. Yeah, that's rough. That is rough. Hainsey, you finished top 50, so what, you're 49th? Alumi was 30. Wow. Fabio's letting the devs down. Schmin, you were 9. Cheeseburger. That isn't the burger from the Discord, is it? It could be. 193, I would say, is pretty good. Then again, you're below Sideshow, so like being below Sideshow, 7K. Tropical 179. If you're below Sideshow, it's like that's a bit embarrassing. Ain't me too. 133. It's the same here. Drew with Sideshow. In fact, a lot of people drew with Sideshow, including Zoltox and Ain't Me Too. Both drew with Sideshow. Lol. MVP Mako. Yeah. Yeah, he was. Play global. $2045. I'm feeling Europe. I'm feeling Switzerland. $710.
I drew with Sideshow with 6 EMEA first week including my Iglalo L.
Could it be Morocco? 710, that's like the length of this. Maybe a bit less. Could be Andorra or Spain. Maybe. Okay, it's not close to Andorra, so maybe like Denmark. $75 miles away from Denmark. 75. Norway? It is Norway. Okay, in 5, not bad, not bad. Europe can be pretty tough because there's a lot going on. DRX's fracture good? Do you want to check? DRX. Beat RRQ on fracture. Beat T1 on fracture. That's it. So they played it their last 2 games and won. Both close wins, though. Did your bits send? I drew with Sideshow. Yeah, they did. With 6 EMEA first week, including my IGL. Lol. Oh, so you trolled the initial week. It still drew with Sideshow. Hopefully next, I'm really hoping next stage the EMEA just starts the correct time. I'm really hoping they just start the Wednesday prior. That would save me a lot of fucking headache. It probably won't. No, it probably won't. Okay, the Primi Waylay. We shall see. Kind of have a week-long tech pause. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, it would help if they didn't, because there really is no other way of doing it if they do. Like, because then you would just run into the problem where Friday is just impossible. Estrella is Umfi, one of my favorite IGLs ever. One of. Is Luxo gonna be like 14 points? I haven't decided yet, but obviously he's gonna be fairly expensive. But Luxo will be an interesting one because he's not a duel. No, he won't be 14 because he's not a duelist.
He's in Shanghai. He's doing.
I suppose you could have a non-duelist be 14, but they'd have to be like clearly the best player in the world.
But
yeah, which somehow made its way into this broadcast in the halftime shenanigans.
But he's not doing league. He doesn't have the brain.
Thing is, as well, he's on a bad team, so even though he was getting a lot of points, a lot of them were like ace 4K points, which I don't think are that reliable.
Here on the south side, reinforcements being called over. Is it just going to be a tuck behind the box, and Streya's going to be taken down.
Just fucking decided to hop into his death.
Right back over onto DRX. Nice little setup there. Good counteraction. Talon find the opening kill.
Gotta remember though, if you want to contest with DRX on this B side, it is always Bane's territory. Keep an eye on what he's going to be doing around tower.
I like Talon slowing it down here.
See if that's going to come into effect as well. But with the player advantage and Australia going down, so with the idea of coming back towards this A site, and that if it is the right read here for DRX, they will have 3 members that can defend.
Now Bane loves playing in tower.
Swinging off the relay bolt, just tiny damage there on a cruise. Freeing.
Wow, that's a big kill by Freeing.
Swings over the door, finds one. Hyunmin coming away with a second. Does eventually get taken down, drop. Going to be noted and heard here, and Mako catching a glimpse of the gun. He's able to find the head of Jitboys.
2v2 and Cruise is low.
Yeah,
so Freeing.
Advantage now in a big way.
There was a trap wire up at the dish as well, so they did know someone was coming from there.
Mako now just going to be sat here, back sight underneath, safe behind the wall. Try to cut across in towards spawn. Looks like the answer is yes, but Bane is there, and he's noted it as well. Now they're flushed back in. The time is just not going to be there. 12 seconds remaining. Instant headshot found. Down to the last 7. Freeing, closest member. Now just goes for the delay, and it is over. Plant cannot be found. Freeing will lose his life. Ty will come away with another 3K here in a pistol. Get the plant for a little bit of extra cash, but DRX will go ahead and take this opening round for themselves.
Yeah, a bit of a unfortunate one for Talon though, right? When you consider they got the opening kill, and then it's the hold in main from Ultimate Hyunmin as well as Freeing, trying to just dance around and get
let's just go to game 2. Honestly,
the right read to come back towards this A
Talon.
side, the right utility placed as well, the right time, getting all the info off the trapwire droppers.
I think slowing the round down
with time
was the right choice.
Over on Icebox as well when things get quite low, sometimes courtesy of DRX, but secondary round here.
But then it got too slow. And also Primi lost the fight to Freeing.
Going to be noting
Go for the Paper X 4-1 the whole time. Oh, it's not just Paper X who did that.
For that Cypher here. Couple shots out, Cruz able to avoid getting tapped, is Freeing almost getting timinged, but now Jitboys needing to backpedal frantically and get some damage in, but cannot find much more than that. Cam going to be spotting out multiple players. Bane just going to be sat here in tower, as he often is. This is his spot. Like butter, babe. Cruz not ready for anybody to be there on the plat itself.
5 versus 3 angle for DRX. Just try and hold what you can. Come in towards the next round at the moment. Maybe deny a plant if possible as well. As Talon will pick up an ulti orb on Die. He will be 1 away, so with death, an orbital strike into the bonus.
Death or plant, we'll see which one it's going to be, but DRX now very much understanding where they're going to be looking to go. As it's going to be a quick little rewind there from Primi. Snaps back over towards that drop position. Freeing running out of bullets, will end up falling. It's going to be the one
they lose a Spectre, I think, but it's not the end of the world.
Scooped up, and DRX start things off 2-0.
And this is the situation for Talon as well, right? Coming in towards this map. Maybe an expected pick to come through from DRX, but maybe not with
close the thread. You close the
scrappy
thread.
affair that we've seen from them so far in the group stage and the course of their
Who's
play
picking
this
Talon
year
anyway?
for this map.
How many people are picking Talon?
Ones going, you know,
23%. No one's picking Talon.
It's not been the most confident map for them, but for Talon, you know, the installments that we've seen with the Waylay, at least, some pretty decisive results, despite Primi, you know, not having the greatest showing in one of them, but still getting the job done.
Gunman is just rushing forward here. Still throwing the check onto the opposite side. Salvo's set and ready for Cruz. But here comes the push.
Oh no.
He's just stuck on the iPad.
What the
Does get
fuck
taken
is this
down,
smoke?
and DRX likely going to be more than
It's an
satisfied with that
attacking
pick.
smoke.
They go backpedaling, riding the rope now.
Oh
Is
my
Jit
god,
Boys
you always
Bane
know
with
he's
that
in there,
stinger.
bro.
Go ahead and find
You've
a
done
kill.
any
Little pushing up
anti-strat.
in towards A main though, able to find Estrella here in Halls. A real solid opening they have for the moment, freeing just with it goes to try to hold the door. Does get the smoke off and looks to reposition. Oh, dash forward. Instant little jump back, but still able to trade for another. Kahlua now on the floor. The Molly here just in front of their feet. He's got Mako from drop as well.
Yunmin slipped into the right spot though.
And he absolutely has. Primi still doing well to find the kill. Smoke dissipating, put some damage down, but exchanged back. Bane now arriving with a weapon upgrade. Primi tapping, just trying to see if he can suss out where this Cypher is going to be coming from. It's going to be even more
Going
damage.
lower and lower HP.
Well, Bane will find it.
And DRX
Second one
win it.
for him. And a bonus converted. 3-0 start here for DRX.
I love the push through.
Let's see how many
from
rounds
DRX
they
in the
win.
trade position as well. We saw
You
a
bet on
very
Talon?
nice
Good bet.
ace from
Good
Buzz
job.
yesterday.
Good
on
job
the
betting on
Neon,
Talon.
Just really dipping and diving around with the
Bruh.
lightning fingers as well. So I do always like to see a great little Neon play to come on out. Talon, though, in this round, not able to bring any stability, not able to get on top of the trades. Again, a lot of great timing of utility components from DRX around the map, too. Never going to be able to contend with Bane in tower. Feels like the orbital strike, if you want to try and find him, is going to have to be the investment to remove him from that spot. But in a pistol round such as this for Talon, probably not going to see that utilized unless there's already an advantage or a post-plant scenario, potentially.
Tie already here up to start of the round.
Sheriff plus classics. You got some
14.
fucking classics in this round.
There's Mako getting the spot out, swings, and is eventually able to snap on. So Primi going to get picked up to pieces. Spotted out more. It's Mako just
And
coming away.
Bane lives
with
in
another.
fucking tower. It's so easily punishable, and yet
we start off the round.
I don't know.
Tagged
They don't
down. It's going
try.
to be the last one
You've had
alive here
fucking
for
Brimble
Talon
for
as
2 rounds.
DRX look to go 4-0 in flawless fashion. Gentleman just steadily swinging forward. Oh,
He gets it done.
for a second. I believe maybe it wasn't going to be a flawless. For a shot sailing right over his head, but is able to go ahead and get the readjust.
And again, like I highlighted a bit earlier, right? 4-0 was the time for Talon that they needed to recognize what's happening on things, right? To call something, call a timeout potentially, and start to get back in the map. Highlighted very effectively on Ascent yesterday for them. So we'll see if that might be ringing true again here. Otherwise, from what we saw on Icebox, I mean, things will maybe go one back in their way, and then it just looks even rockier, right? So this is the time for them that they really need to start to achieve some opening duels, achieve some trades at least. Just look a little bit more decisive.
I wonder
like
where
the
Bane
adjustment
is
from
going to
DRX.
retreat to.
Pushing up towards the north side.
Bro,
Still
this
trying
might as
not
well
getting
have
the spot
fucking
out
like
here.
this
Mako
might
just
as
tucked
well
in
be
behind
called
the
one
boxes.
Bane lane.
Tripwire spotted, cleared. It's just going to be a backpedal as Armageddon does
What
get sent.
the
That's from
fuck
Freeing.
is that?
Expecting that there was still going to be some pressure coming through from that arcade side.
I
But
guess because that's just
Tell Talon, no one was
that's
there
just
to
Bane
receive
being
that
like,
damage.
my
Marco's
house
just used the
might be
incendiary,
under
by the
some
way, as
threat.
well, so that was some more
Can you
stalling power
destroy
that
everything?
DRX had up their sleeve for the tree choke
Very
point.
strange,
But now,
tale,
sub 1
though.
minute will tick on over, and Talon's going to pivot towards this A site.
But I guess they
See what
thought they
the two
were
members
ready to
around B
fold to a
may
piece.
be able to trickle on and find, but yeah,
Drifted
they've
some attention over here.
completely
3
confused
players
them,
now
yeah.
on the rotate. Reinforcing that A site here from DRX. The exec getting ready to come through. As stun, connecting Bane, just backpedaling orbital strike to try to flush him back into the spawn, but Mako still gonna get caught. Bane still stunned up now, out into the open. Ends up
Bane-
falling
I
one
mean,
by one.
why
Talon will
not?
pick
Just
them apart
literally
as Cruz is able to
fucking
find
go
a
B
little
every
bit
round.
more.
I mean, imagine if you just brim up the tower with a stun. It's always a free kill. Like, always a free kill. Or just send the missiles there.
Talked about decisiveness, right? That's something that we need to see from Talon there. It looks like they got a just better crosshair placement in that round, at least. The orbital strike, not the position that I thought that they would do it, but when you're combining that with a fault line, it's always going to work a treat. You got Selvaros behind it as well. I mean, you're pretty much not escaping and that sort of thing. Good confidence from Cruz as well, just marching on forwards. But as you say, most importantly, right, the 4-0 mark, there's one on the board.
Okay, that's pretty
Talon
big though,
now.
winning flawlessly, because if they lose this round, they can still buy. And
Bringing out the operator.
knowing Talon, they love a win-loss.
The position that he is placing that out, but at least confirmed in the map now with the.
I mean, they're traveling as a big fucking 5-stack.
Stealth drone to hunt. Maybe at least one spotted it. Shit, boys.
And I don't think
at the ready finds the
they
headshot.
have quite
Hyunmin
realized
knocked
that
out
yet,
of the park.
DRX.
Hell of a
2
shot.
rounds in a row now,
Operator
they've
now
just been
lost.
playing as a full 5.
And Cruz with the Armageddon.
He might Armageddon
Go
tower.
ahead and help ensure that they can close out this round. Spot on the 1 though. Thigh will still fall. Freeing. Getting that hit. There's a swing in, and Clue can't quite steady the aim. Straight up there with covering fire, able to find it, but great distraction
that was quite
play. The Waylay goes diving forward, and that allows them to find the punish. Shit Boys, however, trying to hold things down on that arcade side, ends up on the wayside. Kill found, Spike now dropped, and in Mako's grasp.
Yeah, a bit of a difficult situation to be
This
picking
is
that
a strange
one up from
one.
as well.
Cruz has missiles
Got
and drone.
I mean, Cruz is a full kit to try to utilize here. Primi, though, absolutely nothing. Just kind of needs to hit the shot, and he's able to do so. Ultimate now online.
Oh, but the push up from Cruz, maybe unexpected for Bane
Yeah,
here.
Cruz should win this round
timing,
here,
though,
even if he kills Primi.
Plant is done. Here behind the box, and oh yeah, he knows exactly where this is, and he's ushered him straight into Cruz's open arms.
Okay, nice by Talon.
The
Michael there, I think maybe playing it a bit too aggro, just kind of trusting his aim maybe a bit too much, and he's putting himself in a position where he's having to flick it as well, like if, depending on which side they come from.
Unfortunate for DRX, the opening scenario too, an operator on that sort of line you'd usually like to see, or generally are, getting a bit of an opening kill statement there. A lot of backwards and forwards ability in this sort of round, so you're just needing to see these teams adjust really well, but it kind of, opened up on that B side by Primi, and it's closed by Primi as well. Convergent Pass, I mean, a bit of an expensive ultimate to be throwing in, but you do get it resolved.
Probably on an eco now as well. Yeah, don't go map 3. Just, if you could win DRX, that'd be good. Get me to this train derailment game. Get me to do Flaggle? I'll do Flaggle and win it before they even, I don't know, give me a flag. Iraq. It's what the fuck? Oh, it's is Zimbabwe or Zambia? Yeah. The black confused me there a bit.
A main aggression to try and be gathering it, but
I don't think Primi got much information.
No.
Scott is fully blinded up.
But you
just has to get out of there.
You do kind of waste the ultimate though if Hyunmin hit.
Yeah, that is very true. The overdrive did get popped in response, and we'll just be waited out. So Talon just more than happy to stay tucked here outside of halls.
Yeah, big reset on towards the round essentially for DRX, where you're investing that ult as the kind of instigator to gaining advantages, getting kills,
popped out, got
weapons.
nothing.
Rolling Thunder going to be sent astray his way. Does get the hit. Fast lane in response to stop the really aggressive scaling up through main.
Gonna come back to your boy Bane.
Be able to do on this lurk, by
Surely
the way,
they know.
Bane's
Surely
still,
they
of course,
must
in
know.
The tower with 2 trap wires positioned to the arcade side of things.
On both sides. Cruz, though, now getting in position for this flank, or maybe even just the pivot call to shift back across to A if he can clear it out. Shitboy's tagged very low. Now going to be stunned up.
Oh, did you see him?
They haven't quite noticed him until this very moment. Walks straight into his thing, and Estrella is there. Finds the kill. In the meantime, though, the rest of Talon working their way across to A, getting ready for the plant.
Yeah, an open sight, and remember, it is a lesser buy for DRX here too, so planning for main.
They have a Bucky on Bane.
Hey, Hyunmin has
He's now rotating around, and about to make contact here, you know, against Die, and I don't think he's going to be able to find too much value there.
Wow, he pushed into
just going to
spawn.
stay tucked. Drift across.
Oh, you say
okay,
that.
never mind. Just draws out the classic, and he's right as rain. High taken down, weapon now recovered. Either way, decent damage being dealt here from the side of DRX. They're looking for another thrifty. Cruz from this defender's side, able to find one. Estrella comes away with another. Now a 2-to-1.
Doesn't
No Cruz's position. The salvos have to be baited out. It's going to be a hold to half. Estrella giving his life. Trying to make this clutchable here for Mako. Just needs to never really find it. And no, will not be able to do so. The back away, Cruz gets out. It's a Red Bull clutch as Talon will go ahead and pick up a third, not allowing for that thrifty to come through.
One of the more awkward clutches to come on out in that scenario with both
If
players.
he didn't die for that, then I think they just win.
And,
I think he just made a terrible choice there because he didn't realize that Mako's gonna have to fucking run the whole way anyway, and that's gonna. I think he could have maybe just got it had he just got on.
Really done by Cruz,
It would have been close, I think.
Bring
But
some sort of stability and then allow Cruz to come out with a clutch at the end by default.
Get a little bit silly.
But now Talon knocking on the door of DRX, 3 in a
Hyunmin
row.
up again.
Full gun rounds to be presented. Operator back in the hands of Hyunmin, though not going to be seeing too much for the time being over at Dish.
Spray across the Bane, just anticipating this. Goes through the smoke, tries to really disguise Mako's position. And he finds even more.
Wow.
Killua is now down to 4.
Oh, that's rough.
Jit Boys in the same time does get scaled forward over towards drop.
what does Hyunmin
Hold the
do?
pivot, not been sounded quite just yet.
He is essentially just going to be sitting here, waiting to see if the team is eventually going to make their way through main. See if anyone is going to be presenting him with a duel, which
Well, they
Hyunmin
should
just
know
aware
what
of the
this round
situation.
was.
And things go bad to worse for Talon in this one. Killua 4 HP, courtesy of the spray earlier, and just ultimately a 5 versus 3, where you've got a Rolling Thunder on Estrella.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, they have
More
money,
stacked
so they should be
B-side
playing for
here
kills
too.
here, really. How many kills that they can get would be good.
Camera just over the top. Eyes should be
30 seconds
right there in view.
Another Sky Smoke that kind of just locks you out here.
It's just keeping it quiet here for the moment. Fault line on main. Aftershock at the ready for the pinch from Arcade.
Are they gonna
towards
save?
the
If they're
side.
saving, like, I mean, you might as well
Talon,
just fucking give up.
Gonna
Just
be
go home now.
okay. Gonna be happy
Yeah.
that they've gotten this out. They've
Australia
already made the
fucking
sound to call.
breach-ulted in a 5v3 where they
DRX
were
not
gonna
realizing
save.
that,
Oh
wanting to
my
ensure the round
god.
victory. Send out the
Holy
Rolling Thunder.
fucking
Talon just
panic.
kind of get that ult out for free. DRX, they win the round, yes. But now that's one critical retake tool that they don't have to worry about.
Yeah, not for a while, of course. You may see that be picked up again for Australia in this first half here, but this means that you could potentially see something a little bit quicker for Talon now come to these next sort of rounds. Get really early on a, quote
What does
unquote
derailment
lesser
mean?
defended
Derailment is
site
when a
you
train
consider
goes off the
how
rails.
DRX have been playing. No 4-1 stacks, no complete stacks. So we will wait and see. I mean, I'm noting the positions just currently while we've got this one of what Talon are looking to set up. And by location, it actually does give me the vibe of them wanting to try and get into this A site real rapid.
Yeah, completely off on the opposite side, peeking out towards tree. They're not rushing their way in quite just yet, but applying steady pressure here from both sides. Drone cleared out, freeing. Potentially going to be in a bit of a bad spot here as Tripwire gets
Fast A split.
Fault line's going to be exchanged, and yep, the
We're
pitch
not
comes
ready
in.
for that
Fring going to
at
take it
all.
down. Headshot found there by
Change
Estrella,
of
but
pace is
cannot
quite
confirm
good by
that kill.
Talon, though.
Mako now dead.
I mean,
This
DRX,
quick
that
hit here
is,
from Talon
that's way
works
too
a
easy. I mean,
treat.
a fucking,
Yeah, a bit more
like,
silent in the very
they
beginning of
literally
it,
just got
allowing the
caught
util
sleeping
and A
there.
main to bring
Actually
attention
just
to
caught
force the
on
Talon,
for,
but
I mean, they
apart
missed
from
the
that,
smoke as
quick
well.
in towards the site, quick plant goes
But
down,
literally just
5
caught
versus
sleeping.
2, save call forced for DRX. And in a hunt scenario
then we
like this, I mean, you look at the
wait
credits
again.
of Talon, it's not the worst thing to try and remove the operator, for example.
Well, they know where it is.
But can they get
Question is, do you want to take your chances? They've got enough money pretty much to last out the remainder of the half here, barring just heavy buys and catastrophe.
Yeah.
But
I think
yeah,
a dish
Talon will
look
be in a
like
good
that would
spot,
work
so
in gold
could go
lobby. The thing
for
is,
it, but
gold lobbies, like,
if Primy's not going to be able to
a
find
guy
it,
will play
they're
here.
more than happy to
There
not
will
go,
be a
go
guy
give
here.
over any additional kills here. So Talon
So
on
you
their way
just
back
gotta
into this one,
kill
will
this
find
guy.
a 4th round win. DRX still set here.
And you have to do it fast enough that this guy isn't just
purchase,
pushing
but
out straight away, because these
it's
guys
the
will
echoes
just
of that
push out
rolling
here.
thunder coming back to bite them in the previous round here.
Yeah, potentially. So you maybe see that one positioned onto the side itself or over towards Dish from Australia in that sort of situation. It's hitting 3 members and that's stopping any aggression towards the site. So that's the different sort of position that they seat themselves in using it in the previous round. But for the new one, of course, one away from Convergent Pass as Primi should be a given that he's going to be picking that one up. So you might again see something a little bit more fast-paced from Talon towards this B site.
Now they go back to their 5-stack. Thing is, DRX aren't really pushing out at all, so they're not, like, they've got an open on angle here, but
Again, up over at Arcade.
they don't really,
peeking down and towards main to really catch anything here. Bane does get a glimpse. Gives them an idea. What they're going to look to do is Primi inserts himself over in towards Canteen. Going to re-trigger to go ahead and rewind back. And it's just going to be an exchange here on the side itself. Primi
but are they ready for this? No.
ignoring it. Lingers in spawn, and Mako not prepared at all. DRX now in a tough position again where they might have to consider a save if they can try to get out to a better position.
2v1, just gonna save.
Gunman just sending out another pod shot, rotates back, grabs a Vandal, wants to try to play this one out.
That's fine. Cruz first.
Here on the close angle, the fast
Now
lane
you'll
is
see.
available, and he's gonna almost get timinged. Seems like now that he knows where he's at, he might want to try to
you
play
doing
this, but
damage?
it's
Just
been a
fuck
reposition.
off.
Thai, he creeps up over towards that Arcade side, so the call to save the operator will be
Oh
made.
dear, I mean, they're just like I said, they
Credits and
get
try
this
to
fucking
spread out
off.
some
In
more
fact,
firepower
die.
here.
Die so
Across
you
the
can
rest
get
of the
rid of
team.
this off
Talon now
and go and
pretty tight.
fucking
He's up
aggro
5
them.
to 5.
Holy shit,
Couple
you're
of different options for
DRX.
Talon in a scenario like that one where you've got Primi one away from the ultimate, you could pick it up.
It feels
use
like they're
onto the
kind of,
site,
they're
slow
like,
your
they feel
opponent
like
and try and
me
get it
right
that
now. They're
way,
fucking
or
sleeping.
change it up a little bit and be a little bit unorthodox, unexpected. Getting him in through Canteen there is something that definitely DRX did
Like
not
they're just getting
expect
caught out by
whatsoever.
like
We've got
anything
lots of
Talon
trades
do, and
happening
maybe
on
you
the
can
side
give
itself,
Talon a
but
bit of
Talon
credit
winning.
here for this like second
So
half
coming
of
out with
this.
a couple of these, battle-heavy rounds as
This
well that they
half?
can weather should give a lot of these players some good
You know, that
confidence
was something
coming into
nice, that was a bit
round
different.
this half on the attacking side
But like
too.
it feels like whether they go as a 5-stack,
Now
whether they
tying
do
things
go in a
up by
split,
a
like
piece,
either way,
almost breaking the economy of DRX. You'd need to see
as
some
long as you avoid
heroics
Hyunmin,
from Hyunmin
you
or
win.
from Bane.
As long as you're not on the angle that
Who do have
Hyunmin
the
is.
heavy weapons, speaking of.
See, there you go.
Played out here in
This
the
time they
half.
ran into him, they
Yeah,
lose.
Hyunmin coming away
But
with
if they,
value
you know,
right off the
if they
rip.
just pick the right site,
Straight
like
up.
there's no way that DRX
Towards
win.
Halls, getting the spot out. There's going to be some stuns exchanged here. Actually, no, that was just Cruz getting stunned by Kahlua.
Okay, we have no control, no
Still,
info.
Talent creeping up
Swapped
to
away the op.
entryway of
Two
this
guns are on the other side, so this
side.
is still very winnable.
Just waiting the strike. The
They
dash
have
is at the ready.
Waylay ult as well.
The ultimate in first. The answer is going to be no. Goes up and over the top of Straya,
That's
though.
a free kill.
Stunned up there on top of the salvos. Ends up getting taken down. Freeing within the smoke. Just that Sheriff. His plant gets ready to come through in the corner. Right here. Primi now just continuing to hold on to the weapon to try to deny any kind of retake. Chuck of the stim, trying to open the door. Glimpse is found, but shot.
Still got
Stop
Waylay
it.
ult.
All players from Talon now contained here within the site, but DRX needs to still try to find some way to flush them out of this. Good shot. The first one falls. Solid headshot.
Wow.
Into a follow-up. Thai ripping them to pieces, looking for the third Bane, or rather Mako.
I mean, they dominated the pistol here, Talon. This is reminiscent of the fucking nonsense I sent.
Sliding away with a Vandal in hand.
You can buy anyway, what's
on
the fucking
floor.
point of saving?
That's
You
gonna be
might as well try and get your ult.
obtained
I
here
guess
from
you
the
don't
side
want
of
to get
Talon,
killing with his
going into
ult,
this final
but
round of the half, as they will get themselves up to 6. So tied at worst, in the lead at best.
Yeah, I noted in that one when Freeing dropped the salvos to buy some time for the team when the plant started to go. He,
so they want
Just-
pistol
so well.
bonus.
he
I mean, that's good.
disconnected
Primi
to
got the
get
kill
gun
on you.
up the
That's
dish, but
actually
then
that's
had no
actually
value
a
for
net
the remainder
positive
of the
there
round,
for DRX.
essentially trying to save the gun at the end. They're trying to, as he does ultimately fall. You also see Cruz trying to pick up the ulti orb when the door gets opened. An opportunity maybe in that spot for DRX to start to come back. But again, just some level-headedness from the rookies at the moment. Thai has been pretty stellar when it does come to this map in Fracture. He's always getting active in these duels when his job's essentially done as the smoker, when he's provided the pathway for his team to get in. And now last round of the half, you've got some stellar ultimates to be able to utilize for Talon.
No off here for the side of DRX, but Jit Boys has one in his own
Okay, they
hands.
finally decided to get a bit
He's
aggro.
looking, waiting over there at B main, trying to see if anyone's going to come pushing forward in towards him. As Hyunmin, on a very aggressive line, slides over into the corner, but Kahlua able to find the shot. Armageddon sent.
But again,
Orbital
Talon
sent there
just
as well from Mako.
5-stacking? Do they waylay ult?
It's just going to be some damage onto the players of Talon, but Hyunmin now gone. Tip the spear, cut off. All going to be sent. Mako just having to send out the molly to try to peel off some of this pressure that might be wrapping around.
Still definitely trying to go towards this site though, aren't they? They can put a pause on it at the beginning here, see if Jitboys can get anything when that smoke starts to fade. Same can be said for Mako.
Just here inside of the smoke, looking for a timing, swings out.
that?
It's only going to be good for one. Kaluin out with that kill. Rolling Thunder does get built up. Goes across.
Oh, Jitboys.
Which side is DRX stood on again?
The orbital now crashes down here onto the site, but Free
Well,
already
let's
going to
hope
be dealt
attack
with.
side.
Straight swung out wide, joining in alongside Bane. They'll find one.
they just got absolutely rolled there.
Last one standing. We'll get the round win for
They had
Talon,
no
7-5
answers for that at
in the
all,
lead and a
DRX.
half.
Not
really
at all.
great recovery from Talon after those first four rounds come.
They lose the first 4 rounds to win every gun round. That was, I mean, how Jitboys didn't get that kill, I don't know. I mean, again, good ult usage by Talon there, but no, it just said timeout. Hopefully that isn't timeout. Who has the best right hand? What a strange question. I get what they're going for, but why word it like that? Wow, they used the picture from today. Wow, look at this. I would prefer to see Termi in full rage mode, I think.
You get shot, you lose the round, you lose the game.
Animaguru, thanks for the 8 months.
All of the things that have been, thrown his way and thrown the team's way.
Yeah.
That even if they don't make it to Toronto, that he's confident that they'll take away good things, good lessons, and learn a lot.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic way to kind of approach that, because I think most people would be like, we're making it to Toronto or bust.
Yeah, I mean, you got to remember that the big old prize for the year is always going to be Champions 2.
Yep.
So if you can still get to there as one of the 4 teams from this region.
Spot on the 1, Sheriff in Primy's hands going to be confirmed as Bane now. Just exchanging some
live on
pressure
his
against
own, I think, a
Both
lot of the
players
time,
tagged for
yeah.
30.
And the stealth drone immediately destroyed over in main by Hyunmin too. So there's an idea already for Talon that there's some forward progression in A main.
Good stun.
Line set,
Oh,
the catch up,
oh,
no!
oh.
Blinds too! How's he done that? He's worked down the 10 HP. Jitboys will finally bring an end here to this Neon. But a havoc has been wrought. Push out of the smoke here from Mako, a double pick from Jitboys. Carrying his pressure right in front of him. Down the 10, gets the cam. Trying to hit the shot, Mako.
He had to
Back into
reload.
main, but now
He
the
had to
wraparound
reload
comes
and
through.
take the
Primy
thing out.
arriving over at drop. The swing out, and Primy's there on the cross angle. Talon.
Oh, that was good by
pick up the
Jitboys.
pistol. 2-2 in that regard, and now up
Making
by
up
3.
for that whiff
Well, you
before.
talk about Bane being able to lock down B generally on this map. How about a Jitboys bunkering down over at the A side? 4K to come out from it.
Feels like a little
Low
DRX
HP.
crumble.
When you think Hyunmin trying to get some damage out, and you're thinking ridiculousness is afoot. Just a little bit better from Jitboys here, who hasn't been able to find too much on that attacking side in his lurks. So some individual confidence, you would hope that that one installs in you. And more importantly too, a pistol round finally, again, going back towards Talon, only picking up the 2nd in both of these maps.
You have to suspect Mako was likely getting the read that it was going to be Primy rotating through that defender spawn as well. As, well, well, just a peek in towards main.
So
and,
Primy has the better right hand there.
In this case, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just pistols for DRX though. Wouldn't mind seeing some orbitainment, but Primy wants to stop that.
Beacon finding one. Mako just, yep, hip fire action. Looking to steady it. Eventually does.
Little Primy
Ship
eco
wasn't
ace.
able to find the ace. Primy now. Similarly low HP.
What did you
Gonna
miss?
see if he could find one, but for now we'll just go ahead and scoop him.
Prep 1 was a stomp, a very boring
Boys can-
Icebox stomp.
steal it back,
Talon
yeah.
looked, I mean, Hyunmin had some nice
Only
moments.
these two
Talon
players
looked kind
get
of
all
lost.
charged, nobody
Here, to be
else.
honest, DRX
I
looked
wouldn't
kind of
actually
lost, I'm
mind
not
if
gonna
you think
lie.
about the defensive side for a
They
Cypher
won
here,
pistol
going for a
bonus and then
You could definitely see that picked up
pretty much got
pretty easily.
stomped.
He's got
Talon
tripped up
played
here.
better.
Oh,
Maybe
he's got
Talon are
pretty
just
sure
leaning
he's
into
got
that.
the
Wait,
angle
this is
ready.
classic
Bring,
Talon.
just walking right into it. And
They
there you
lose
go.
the
Predator
first
ace
map,
found is Primy.
win the second,
Looking electric here
lose the
on
third.
this waylay.
They carry on the
9-5 now.
streak
Talon
even
well
in
out
maps.
front as we go into their bonus.
Lowell.
Yeah, very sharp shots to come out from him when the scope is there. The,
Oh yeah, also
hipfire
there's
ones,
walkout
though,
drama.
Yeah, looking a little bit awkward for the
You're
one
making me
against,
cast
You
around.
got the flick kill.
Did I say neon
it's
tree
the
dome?
hard ones, it's the
With the
easier
10
ones.
months? I'm not
though.
sure I did.
No, nevertheless, a great ace for him to come out there. One away from Converge Pass now coming in towards this next
Cast.
round as well, and a bonus variety.
I'll
of
do the
not
round
the
after this.
worst weaponry
Who am
for
I
Talon
casting
either.
as? It's too early to
How much
fucking
do they
cast.
realize
It's fucking early in the morning.
this
Why,
judge?
why now?
The DRX themselves have been bringing shotguns forward into tower.
Bring back old lady
Yes.
TMV.
Frantically looking for some damage there on
How
the
you getting-
reveal.
how you getting
Find
zero
anything
with a
on
judge
Ace
there?
pushes forward. Shipboy's going to be taken down. Sight now opened up as Kahlua just strafes in. I believe Estrella, blind, maybe blind shot, is able to go ahead and find that kill. Full position.
Cast is high
Just
pop.
dancing around his head, but he's got his sights trained on Cruz.
Can I do high pop? I need to think. What's high pop's
Also, the
voice?
Guardians here look for some damage.
High pop's tough. I don't have a phrase for high
Just the
pop.
bonus
That's
here
the
for
thing. You
Talon.
always need
Dropping
an
this
entry
round still.
phrase.
We'll have them up by 3. Decently cozy position.
I don't think I can do
Remy.
high pop.
Kill or death. We'll have that ult online.
One enemy remaining.
See if he's gonna
I can try Seth. I mean, Seth's in my head right now, so I can.
DRX. Backpedal, getting away here from the angles, creating even more distance. So
I can
yeah,
try
seems like
Seth.
Primy not quite going to be able to get it done.
Chobra.
Rushing
Chobra is tough
forward.
as well. What's Chobra
And
sound like?
overall, nothing going to be spotted. Some noise.
been a while
Strand
since I heard
will just
Chobra
swing out
cast.
and says, yeah, I
What
would
does
like
he
to get
sound
my
like?
rolling thunder.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and hand the ult over to the waylay.
Yeah, there was always a
I'm not
chance
sure I
there
can
as
do
well. I
Joker.
was thinking to myself, well, let's just let him live and not get it, right? Very real possibility for that
Say,
one.
I mean,
but
America
nevertheless,
sucks.
a very quick one into the B site for DRX. I saw on the radar as well, every single member of Talon.
I don't think my
over at the
Seth
A
will be
site
that good, though, to be
immediately
honest.
booked it over there too, so not being,
Take a timeout.
or not having any focus on a potential
Timeout
flank
after
to
what?
come on through
Losing a
to-
round? I mean, you do have 2, but. Just be yourself. That's what I'm looking for. Shio? But my Shio is Shio's wrong, clearly. Baller? God. I can't do Mimi. I can't do Mimi. Hello there, everybody. I sound like Obama. I sound like Obama. Fuck. Oh, fuck. On dash. I'm gonna turn into Obama. I can already hear it. And here goes Killua. Estrella with the kill. DRX. I love DRX. I've always loved DRX. I've always said this. I'm Korean. I'm Obama. I'm Seth Achilleos King doing Obama. And it's a kill by Primy. Primy with the kill. How has he done that? Who the fuck am I there? The king? And Bane steadies the aim, kills the drone. Bane, where's he in tower? He's not in Bane Street. 1 Bane Avenue. That sounded like a vast a bit there. Mako, my favorite player with the kill, but I don't love Mako as much as Buzz. Buzz, did I mention he came to my wedding? Primmy, Mako, Primmy, 1v1. Primmy on the stick. Primmy. Mako. Sorry, I was making myself laugh
The hands of Talon,
too much during the
players
cast
on their
there.
side. Cash is
I
wobbly.
I don't think I can do a good set.
Presence from DRX there actually had Cruz go for the flank through tree pretty quickly.
Say something, Seth, and I'll try and say it back.
Trap wire really early
Whatever he
on,
says
falling
next, I'll say back to
from
him.
Bane too, but didn't really hang around too much to watch for the flank, because the idea for Talon there is to wait and see what Primmy's going to be able to spot first before having to put in the ultimate towards the site to allow his team to get into hold.
Speak, Seth.
Like it was left a little bit too late for Talon in that sort of scenario, and this is the spot.
Holy
DRX
yap.
can look to bring some stability on their attacking side.
Really heavy stack.
Really heavy stack.
Go sideways. It looks like they don't want to take any chances. In fact, as the Rolling Thunder is going to be sent out.
Can't get in though behind it.
Yeah, just going to be held back. They spray through and widely.
All 5 players
nothing is
here.
gained.
All 10 members on this alpha site.
No lurks, no lingers.
See, that's
no
the thing with
fights.
Sideshow. The line that I think in my head is,
Instantly
and
dies.
scream,
From Bane.
Mrs. is
Well, we
Molly.
start falling apart a little bit here for Talon on the
That's the
defense.
Sideshow line. I don't have a set line in my
Start
head.
is looking very possible. As Jiggle Peak, Molly going to be sent. Cruz just swinging out, trying to strafe over the top of that one with a shorty in hand, but it's only going to be minor damage found. There's DRX looking
Okay.
for a flawless.
Looks like Primmy's saving for an op. I mean, they went for a
Gonna
fucking
go
giga
back
save
quickly
here.
and sprinting across the rope.
There is a trap there that he would have to destroy.
Dodge the one trap, goes to the other.
Otherwise, he's just going to have to wait for a potential exit here, because he does need to meet his demise in this round.
Not that's the spike. That one actually gives me Bren, to be honest. The overheat moment.
Catch here.
The positioning.
If Hyunmin did get the kill,
What a blunder.
have the
What a whiff.
too.
Catch up plenty. I think you'd rather get this over to Freeing.
Yep.
And we'll be able to do so. So Team Ace, flawless round here for the side of DRX.
That's
One away
Bren.
from tying things up now.
Yeah, good
Go back into
dismantling.
another buy.
Good dismantling on that side as well. When it doesn't really matter what weaponry that Talon do have, right? The presence of 5, though, you can still kind of come out with something a little bit shaky, something a little bit worrisome at times. So I don't mind the investment of all the ults and the Rolling Thunder in the very beginning, although it not really finding too much value, which has kind of been every instance on this map so far from Australia.
Yeah, I said it twice.
Okay, DRX. Right,
You know,
we've
I
won
mean,
3 in a
both, I
row.
think,
Let's fucking
Understandable,
close
but
this
in
out.
the hindsight,
Remy
you're
does
like,
have an op.
Yeah.
not much value is found.
Something for them to go back towards in review potentially. And
Molly towards tower. Hyunmin sprinting in, trying to find a catch. Jit Boys, does he get caught by that?
Wow.
Across and yep, just a pixel out of place
But
there.
did they
Nine
realize?
spotted. Jit Boys, however, on the
Ooh.
jump, still going to be good for 1, but Free
Not really,
quickly
but-
trades it back.
Trade by freeing.
operator for Primmy here as well. Definitely needs a line of sight.
Freeing with the plan gives him the Armageddon now.
And also no smokes because Thai was down first. It makes this retake a
Remy
little bit more
takes the
difficult.
rope.
Do they toggle the camera at all? Bane does. But does he spot him? I don't think it did.
No.
Freeing has no idea. Right there into the elbow, and he's going to be kicking Bane. And how did you not see him?
Just remember, orbital strike for Marco here.
Okay, he's tucked down into sewers. Has it at the ready. There's a stun. Orbital not going to be finding any eliminations, but shoves them
Nice
back,
shot.
shoves them in
Holy
towards tower.
fuck.
The shots right now being hit are damn clean. It's another team ace, this time
Nice
far from
shots.
flawless. But DRX, they have successfully tied it up at 9-9, running back 4 rounds in a row.
Yeah, ever since the bonus round that they're able to get here. So the operator of Primmy, whilst trying to find some damage, trying to find some kills, not able to work with the team, getting things done by himself. I want to see some sort of team play come through in the early scenario here, because whilst you're always going to understand that it's a difficult retake to come on out, right, for Talon in that sort of scenario, there's a couple of spots where Dai gets caught out really early on in the piece. He's not in the right position to play counter to anything fast, like Hyunmin is just sending out right now.
Spotted up nearly,
Ooh.
has him lined up, and Cruz still will take quite a bit of damage there on the collapse, down to 53. Keeps himself alive here for the moment. Just a 1-for-1 thus far.
Now if they do go slow, oh no.
Peeking in.
No, this should be a
Mako
free kill
finds the
here.
Kill, the Armageddon just rolling out that red
And the
carpet
smoke
here
fades.
to shove them back. Cruz is going to look to fill the space here, chasing the explosions.
Those
And then
Bane's
on
playing
the
it
peak, he's
very
able to find
passively.
one. Now, answering Armageddon, keeps him locked in position. Bane finds
Haven't
the
watched
headshot,
pro
gets
games
the
in a
ult
while, and
reveal.
I like what they did to the alts on the
tells all.
UI. They had something
Battalion Chip
similar
boys.
early in the pro scene, right?
Talking about the little, talking about the little pies. Noxy Noctis, thanks for the 24 months.
Spike planted.
Know that they can
They
save
did have the
themselves
little pies,
through the
yes.
door.
It's been a
Bane
while since the
swinging
UI
out,
changed though.
dead. Wanted to try to get the peek there before that final ping had come through. Fring now going to be
Mako
forced
has
away.
Molly.
A Molly from Mako can hold the door for a little bit longer. Ty is going to look to try to create some split pressure. No, both of them.
Now,
doubling
if
back.
Mako just mollies
Mako
the
was
spike
watching this
here in a
before.
second, they might not even have time.
But now just hugs into the corner at the time, starting to get away
He
from
can,
them a bit.
he can just molly the
Straight
spike.
forward. Both players position confirmed. Mako finding the first. Swings out, Shit Boys.
I mean, he
Has the
literally wins
headshot
the round.
and
All he
has
has to
the
do is molly the
defuse.
spike. Unlucky.
Thought maybe Mako would send out the molly, but didn't think that he had enough time. They capitalize. Talon now once again reestablish a lead.
Always a risky thing, isn't
Yeah,
it? When
just
you
didn't play
try to
through his
bring out some
wins there.
utility,
Didn't play through his
and
outs.
you hear the stomps on the floor, you think that they're a little bit closer than they might be. Love the investment of the Armageddons as well, and the space that Cruz is able to find behind it, but similarly, just the right timing and spotting from Bane to capitalize on the counter Armageddon that comes on out. It
I know
does all
why he
get
doesn't
ripped away a
want to,
little bit,
because
though,
obviously
when
you don't want to
consider
get
that Talon
Util
do
out,
get
but he
around
should be
and stay
putting
off those
himself
ults
in a
there.
position, like
So they'll be the first team
he
to
shouldn't be
achieve
putting
double digits
himself in
this
that
one,
position
and
where he's out in the
also
open, I
still
guess. He
having
should
to be a little bit
tucking himself
careful of
behind
their own
the
investments. Light
box,
shields across the
probably.
board. A Judge in possession
when they
again
had a bit
here.
more
It's gonna
time
be
to
Cruz
cancel
this
out
time
where they
holding
were.
that one.
Their ult cycle's in such a strong position as well.
Because you
Yeah,
can't, you
Short
like you
ready
have
to
to use
go.
molly
Eye
at some
one
point,
away.
whether you're mollying off
Blue
main
at
at
3
one
charges for
point,
the
or whether
Rolling
you're
Thunder.
mollying off the spike. Like you have to use it. You can't
There's a stray at
be in that
Mako,
situation and not
just
use it.
about at the halfway point towards having theirs.
Yeah, Thai is towards this B site. Some good timing on a Sky Smoke and lock out DRX for a little bit. Gonna try and sniff out where this trap is though first,
Oh,
young
this
man.
trap should get a kill.
Gets the catch. He's going to be ping revealed. Spray across it. Jit Boys
They did
eventually
actually get
can find
Hyunmin.
it. Retoggles the camp. Steadies the spray. Estrella going to be taken down. Jit Boys at 8 HP. Still finding
just-
value. Comes away with a third, and suddenly as the dust settles, we're in for a 2v2. Both
they know
players
that they're
approaching
flanking,
from
well, they
Talon,
know the
making
one
their
person
way up
flanking.
through tree.
I'm just gonna hold
Ult
this.
at the ready. Sent. Invested. Dodged. Both sides not cleared out. The snapback
Wow.
coming through. He survives.
One enemy
But Bane is there to capitalize.
Not planning for him.
It is not planned for him at all. Dalton's kill. Let's see if he can add another one on top of that. Off the defuse
Oh,
is Kahlua, and it's going to
big
be a
from
Red Bull
Bane.
clutch as Bane crests the 1K mark. 10-10. We're tied up
It
once
was nice
more.
initially by Primy,
This
but
one
it
is close. This is
In-
the
interesting
sort of
choice
level of
by
Valorant
Bane.
that we wanted to coming in towards a
Obviously, it did end up
elimination
winning the round.
series
Risky, of
like
course,
this
but-
one. Glad to see that we're getting this one. Glad to see that we're seeing teams and players in the server not scared to go for these duels, not scared to hang around and try and fight it on out, right? Do see a lot of teams just try and shift and scurry away and play retake, but Talon recognizing that they can't get out
I
of
don't know,
dodge.
Talon. Oh no.
Bane with the clutch though.
It's
And
back
now it
to an
swings
eco
in
for
favor
Talon.
of DRX with the economy. I mentioned it just before, right? Yeah, the ult game was looking a little bit stronger for Talon, but the weaponry mark, yeah, not so much. They take a knee. Down on the pistols here. Hope to find a cheeky round.
And Chip Boys has been doing wonders here for the team, but in this position is not going to be able to do too much. Just a
Challenging that
classic
on
there to
your
try to
own with
hold
a
down Bane.
classic.
The site now wide
Not
open.
sure that was playing to
Time
your highest
Clearing out the
percentage there.
camera there with the Sheriff. Eats a little bit of damage. Orbital strike going to be a bridge well too far.
I don't know about Australia. Okay.
Barring some kills being found here in the next few seconds, but nothing spotted quite just yet. Mako, shoulder not
Well,
noticed.
again,
That's going to be a weapon.
we're back
really
to
handed over. Bane
sleepy
is there to try to
DRX.
protect, sees it picked
Give them a
up.
rifle for
Knows
no
where Kalua's
reason.
position is at.
A
It's little bit
whiff
off
as
on
well.
the shot. Now
Get
stunned
stunned.
up. Now about to be taken down. And suddenly,
What are you doing?
that orbital strike.
What are we doing?
Tastier here. The Fring though able to find one more. Primy.
Okay, they're gonna win on time.
3v3 as Hyunmin sprinting around, gets a headshot
Well,
on the
holy
Cruz.
shit, this
Things
was,
getting a little bit scattered here for the side of DRX,
Pretty
but
shite.
around victory still is going to be found. The lead theirs, and wisely in the end. Talon do hold on to their ults after all.
Yeah, no, definitely the right call for them
Okay,
there
Talon
to
have
have
breach
them
Brimble.
available into this next round because you're getting into the nth moment in this map as well, right? 11
Sauce
to
and
10.
Mako
You
just-
need to
I
make
mean,
sure
what-
that
why-
you've got
what-
kinda
what are
everything
you
up your
doing?
sleeve available in these sort of scenarios when you also consider that Talon did lose map number 1 of their own choosing, right? So they have to win this one and push this
Sen
into the
G2
third in
prediction?
Lotus.
I'm going Sen.
this round quite stacked, but I see Marco one away from the orbital strike. I see Estrella and Freeing both 2 away from their ults. I mean, even Bane's 2 away from his ult too, so there's going to be plenty of options for DRX in a map that is stacked with ulti orbs.
Yeah, last couple rounds, decent little swing for them as far as the ult economy is concerned. Oh, Young man on the jiggle, goes back in, spots out even more, and he's able to slide
slow
away.
slide.
Been really impressed by Primi's quick saturates as well to counter Hyunmin's aggression and speed. Definitely the right value proposition when you consider away late.
The fact that everyone gets away scot-free, no damage suffered. A little bit shocking, but Bane just trying to create some pressure, clears out the cam over on that that A side of the map.
Oh, Cruz.
I'm interested, but yeah, Cruz now sliding forward, taking space here within the smoke. Slightly red, and he goes out on a timing, maybe thinking that it was just going to be one player.
Well, no one's taking an orb on their own there.
Rude awakening as he spots 3.
Because when you see a player that deep in A main, you do consider that it is just going to be a lurk scenario there for anyone hanging around tree.
Pace difference.
Quite unfortunate for him, but now with things pivoting towards this other side of the map, you're going to have to contest with the Cypher utility that Jitboys does have at now the A site. Bit different.
This will still prove to be difficult to try to get into. That Rolling Thunder is available. They're going to go ahead and open up with the orbital strike, but high. Repositioning.
They've only got one person scaling.
Estrella going to be taken down. Fast lane only going to last for so long, and they get stunned just in time as Mako finds a headshot. High out dead. Orbital, not something that they have to concern themselves with on the side of DRX now. This Jitboy's flushed out. It's just chaos. No one knows where anyone is. But it's DRX with the player advantage. Primi on the drop down. Being spotted. The re-swing.
Good
the
wide
double
swing
face.
by Bane.
And now the match point. Bane finds the final shot, 12-10. Talon needing 2 in a row to take this into overtime.
Well, we've seen kind of both teams do the same thing where once the guns came out on attack side, it's kind of been pretty
a couple of key
one-sided.
moments that it could have gone either team's way. Not able to find a lot of value off the Cypher utility on the site. You're flushed out by the orbital strike. You're trying to buy yourself some time as well, just on the Rolling Thunder that you send back. But as
I think
the
both
Suns do
teams have
fade,
only
as you
won
say,
one
it's DRX going with some great ideas.
non-gun
The double swing as
defense
well.
round.
So now it has to be flawless for Talon. They'll stampede in towards tree to get some further information, and Killua will open up the books by finding Hyunmin.
That seemed a bit
We
strange.
found Primi still pushing forward. Mako seemingly
He's
reading
just gonna
this, but
walk up
Bane
on his own.
now picked apart the rope
Gonna
ride.
take the
Primi,
rope.
he's right here. They spotted him out. He finds the first, but he can't quite get that second.
What a mess.
Still though, damage dealt a 2v4. Talon
What are you doing?
looking
Oh
like they
my
are
god.
well positioned.
Okay, this one's just a full mess.
The idea for DRX now to play contact as well, silently to the choke entry of this B side.
Now, if they can get out an ult here, if they can get out the Brim ult,
Really, you just
that would be ideal.
hold on to this ultimate unless you can get it to a close position.
Oh.
There's the smoke out. Mako going to be
Oh,
dropped.
that's unlikely to happen.
Estrella now left scratching his head.
Yeah, they do have investments in the next round, of course. Marco maybe requesting a weapon, though. So in a spot like this for Estrella, 30 seconds to go. Priority on dropping the gun for your teammate or looking for damage against Talon, who, again, have been very fickle with the economy. It's going to be the earlier one, though.
Save to
So
not
the
give
time
Cruz
for the
ult.
team to talk as well here in what they want to try and navigate towards the next round. Wouldn't be surprised if we've got a timeout, still usable.
Could come through.
10 seconds left.
One away from pushing this into OT. Talon clawing their way back, but for Estrella, a bit too risky. Cruz.
Neither of these teams seem like Toronto material.
Armageddon online.
I mean, it's interesting. DRX have played for actually 3 games in a row, and they've won every single one by 2 rounds.
A right place fault
And
line from
if they
Killua.
win this map, they will
Absolutely give
again
DRX
do
a bad
exactly the
day.
same and
Similarly,
win
though,
by
you
2
can
rounds.
throw it the other way, right?
So
Because they've already got them online. They've
I
got
don't
the
know.
Armageddon online. They don't have an orbital strike, but
But obviously this was
yeah. So we go
just,
into
yeah,
the
a very
last
strange
round
round.
of
They
regulation,
taken the
and there's
timeout.
timeout that we were just mentioning.
on the last round. 1 round shootout. I forgot that G-Light are playing Billy Billy. I'll have to put that on in between. Viva just got an ace clutch. Cool. Yeah, Talon could take a timeout if they want. Interesting that they didn't, to be honest. They lost the fucking anti-bonus round. Or the bonus round for them. They lost the bonus round, took a timeout, then lost a fuck ton of rounds in a row again, and then didn't take a timeout. I mean, what the fuck are we doing? Like, so you take a timeout here, but not here or here? Like, what?
Regulation.
It's looking like a B-side crunch
Watching
here.
everything burn and just
North
saying,
and south side both occupied here
this
from
is fun.
DRX is Primi just jumping up over the top, getting himself onto the box, and this is going to be maybe a bit more of an unorthodox position to try to anticipate playing against when you have a waylay on the opposite side.
Yeah, we haven't seen it at all.
They got the stack right, though.
Obviously, if you have a raise,
Got the read.
definitely give it credence a jet as well. This could certainly catch them completely off guard. Talon for now, though, at the ready. Cruz,
They got
he's
him.
able to find one. Gunman taking down Cruz, finding a second. Does eventually get picked off here by Estrella. As ults now starting to get dumped. Orbital strike, catching Bane, picking him down to 10 HP.
And that's just going to be an immediate reset onto the round, isn't it? Cruz has done massive work to find the two towards Arcade.
Molly sent. Bane not within it. Does manage to get that neural theft reveal. Ping out knows. This one just on the opposite side here of the site. Tries to swing for it. Finds the headshot, but Primi
He gets one.
over
You know,
from
there's
that
still
gen
two players
position.
here, though.
No smokes available for Marco.
Yeah, Estrella just has to win this fight.
Corpse here for
Now,
Jim
Mako
Morris.
knows he hasn't crossed,
Get
though.
himself over to Arcade.
So you can just stun this,
Estrella
yeah.
anticipating the pressure here,
Nice.
the position on the site. Plays off his util, finds the shot. Primi looking for a little bit more.
Need
Comes
that
away
one.
with it. And now it is all down to Mako. Molly having to be invested. Primi trying to get the catch here. Slow up his time, but as Mako swings out, he is double facing. Talon
Okay, we're going to
clean up the
OT.
round.
Probably
12
pretty
to
fitting for
12,
this
we're going
game.
to OT.
Both teams
Yeah,
have
they're
looked
not going to be plagued
pretty
with any
poor in
haphazard
some rounds. Both
buys
teams
as
have had
well.
some good
They're gonna
rounds, but
have
both
what
teams
they
have had some
need.
pretty
Consider if
shite
they want to
rounds.
get another operator back out, but I think Premi's looked a bit better, for example, on these rifles. So,
But yeah, good read by Talon off
back
the
to the timeout.
timeout.
DRX not able to
Just
convert
seemed to
it.
know that they wouldn't go away. All felt confident in their ults just to not have it there.
Trying
Really,
to
this
see
just came
what
down to that
Bane could
1v1
do
that Primi
around it.
won.
The fact that he's able to
This
find
one
one
against
kill there with
Australia.
10 HP as well, trying to give some options to his team to be able to clutch it in the end. And the multi-fragging rounds come through for Primi, and now we see ourselves in the fabled OT, where DRX definitely have a better OT scoreline result. But it also means that they've gone, you know, a lot of deep ones, especially on Fracture too. 13-11s,
Waylay will
overtime,
just make you
always seemingly
diffuse
the name
slower.
of the game here for
That
them.
would be interesting.
It's the last one versus T1.
That seems like
Get
something
in,
that I
kinda
don't
get
think they
out
would mess
relatively
with.
quickly on that, but right now it looks like Talon going to be a bit of a different beast here. No operator in sight, no glass cannon. It's going to be straight up rifles on both sides. Big push out from Talon at the moment. Checking in towards B. Wary about some aggressive pressure out of A.
Yeah, but who's at B usually? It's Bane. Back towards the tower with his setups as well, assisted by Marco. But apart from that, rotations now, because look who's gone north side by himself. It's freeing. He's getting all the information, destroying the camera. So it has to be the south side call now for Talon to get this A-Hall's control.
And he got him in, spotting him out. Quickly just backpedaling as Primi goes diving forward.
Now again, both attack. In terms of like gun rounds, this has been in a very attack-sided game.
That fault line, and it seems like that's enough for Talon to want to pivot back across. Mako does slide up through Canteen to reinforce this B site.
Ring is
Spike is
exploring
there.
north side.
Mm.
You still have 3 players trying to sell an A hit.
Trying to toy with the rotations at the moment. Meanwhile, freeing is still happy enough.
The thing
to
is
cause
of
around
playing
the
against
north
DRX
side
is like
of the
you know
map.
that this guy's just gonna live here the entire time.
Shit
So
boys walking forward. Cam check and Mako now just there striking from behind. Expect that there's going to be some follow-ups. The molly does get sent. Gunman at the meantime. Here trapped the top site. Stunned up.
needed one there probably.
Covers, but then
Now
Primi is
Straight
right there
should
on
just
top
wait.
of him. Headshot found. Estrella giving away his position. Strafing back as the salvos fly towards him. Plant going to be interrupted here for the moment. It's 13 seconds remaining. Primi eating a little bit of damage, but the spike now on the floor.
4v4.
Big Sands one here.
They have like no. The DRX have no util though.
Stim to open the door, Kahlua to try to hold it. The backup coming through, Cruz here shoulder to shoulder
Trade.
with his teammate.
Trade again.
The 1-for-1, Mako, however, fighting back as Freeing finds Primi. And Ty's position is known. Time still on their side, but now into the 1v1. Ty looking for it, but
He
Freeing
does not win
finding it. Gets the
He looked good for it then. After the first
As
one,
he's
he looked good,
popping
so
off.
good for it.
And TRX will once again themselves a match point.
Yeah, they had 2 chances to try and close it off in regulation, right? Talon pushing us into overtime, but now DRX back in the lead and switching back over to their attacking side. It was Talon that opted to start on attack on this map, by the way. So it is the side that DRX is just essentially coming from.
Just hero moments here. Really just boiling it down.
And a timeout comes
Timeout,
through.
Talon.
You get another
Timeout
one.
DRX. Yeah, let me get up the other game. Currently 11-8. DRX timeout. Interesting. So we just had a timeout for the last attacking round, and you Giga failed. Let's see if they take another timeout here. And again, Giga fail. Are we getting a new map in Toronto? No, I don't think we are. I don't think we are, because it wasn't teased in the Battle Pass. So I think we're getting no new map. I think we're getting no new maps this year and 3 agents. Do you not see that Haven-like map leak? Yeah, I did, but I think it's probably a TDM map.
We'll see though, you can tell how desperately both of these teams want that final slot.
Yeah. Back towards this A site yet again for the setup of Jit Boys. A bit different in the actual placement of the trap wires as Hyunmin is stunned. He is in the site and not having to contend with any of the traps just yet.
It does get situated. Cam over the top, looking for the spot out. Now going to be cleared here.
Oh, this could be a 5 versus 5 post plant. These are always so
Mako
scrappy.
pressure on
I
both
mean, they
sides.
know where Mako likes
Here's
to
it.
play.
Faces it. Has to backpedal away though as the plant coming through here on the side. Steadies for
Gets
one.
one.
Looks for a little bit more. Reswing some
Only
damage.
one, though.
Going to be dead at the same time as Cruz is able to
Bane
find
is
that kill
gone.
now. A 4v3. Bane, he's riding the rope.
Did they hear this?
Swinging around the back.
No one
Right
ever
now,
hears
no
this.
pings. Softens it as he arrives here onto the south side. And this could be absolutely devastating for Talon. Bane is looking to undo them. Swings in, sees one, sees two, strikes
kill
now.
one.
Hyunmin at the same time. Able to find 2 back on the
Me
site.
too.
It's just
I don't know
Kahlua.
what Bane's doing.
If he finds the one, he gets himself a Rolling Thunder. 8 bullets,
Wow.
but no hope in
GG.
hell. Hyunmin will
GG. And now we can go to our derailment. The streak continues. Let's see, will they fist bump after the game? We got to watch this now. See what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Show it to us. Yeah. Oh, he didn't. He didn't. Yes. Yes. Termy didn't. Didn't even offer it. So here you go. Yes? Not even looking at him. Why though? Well, let's rewind, shall we? Let's rewind to the first. For those of you who weren't here, let's rewind to this. This is why not. Start of the game. Coaches, walk out. Turn me. For those of you who didn't see that. Yeah, this was before the game. Look at the fucking what makes me laugh is the fucking Talon players. The players' reaction to this makes me laugh. Look at them all just stare at him. Look at all the players. They're just like, what? The players are just like, look at Dermy. Look at Dermy. Does he call him crazy? I didn't see the support. Does he call him crazy? Oh dear. That's so funny.
Shown that they were a very good team, and I think, well, I was gonna say that we defeated
Why did he do that? I don't know. I have no idea why he did that.
we're gonna take that win, so it
It's
doesn't
funny though,
matter.
wasn't
Anyone come at me, says Mako. All right, thank you, congratulations to DRX
Anyone
for that
come
win.
at me.
And I'll be back after a PRX and Boom match. Mako 선수 인터뷰 감사합니다.
감사합니다.
축하드립니다.
So DRX are one game away. Let's put on a
through
little
the map,
XLG
hoping
BLG.
that they can find any
Here we go,
opportunity
final
to
round.
find a round win.
It's going to be YOU that's going to be waiting with that molly just to deny.
Should I watch the
any
next
push
game as a
through with
Boom
14
hate watcher?
seconds
Who's a
left on
fucking
the
Boom
clock.
hate watcher?
It is just going to be a save on that Vandal. Keep it going into the next round. Don't even bother trying to get down the plant.
Chobran
We
knows he
hope
was
that
talking about it on
someone
his
pushed you
stream.
from the spawn so that you could try and take some damage away, but ultimately 12-11 XLG really starting to turn the screws now.
Round away from.
Look, if the
that
Korean teams are
overtime
leaking
veg-
scrims to each other, don't scrim them.
Oh,
Like, if you
good
truly
feeling
believe
there.
that, just don't fucking scrim.
It's your formal name, but look at this utility. Both
It's
teams,
crazy.
2 orbital strikes, Armageddon as well.
Like,
That is
bro,
just
you know
a
what you're
no
doing
man's
anyway, like,
land
50% of
in
your
A
scrims
main
should be against
that
your academy
neither
team.
team should be crossing, and it goes the way of Sheila. And I feel like Billy trying to break up Sheila's protocols yet again with potentially another very aggressive B push.
4 of the 10 teams are Korean. You can scrim tier 2 teams as well.
Yeah,
And you can
quite
scrim,
well
like, that's
for
still 6 tier 1. Well, no. What
This
do
is-
you mean 4 out of 10 teams? There's 12
They
teams.
have to deal with the trip. And look how close
Excited for this
half of the
game
So you have
to
7
hate
other
watch
tier 1
PRX
teams other than
and
yourself
support
that you
them.
could scrim.
Picks up another kill through the
And you have
smoke,
all of the tier 2
throws
teams.
the hat down, and picks
Oh,
up
happy
another.
way.
This is the raid boss from XLG. Neff shuts them down, but at what cost?
Are we doing Fantasy for
At
Masters?
what cost,
Potentially.
indeed, and
It will
could
be in a
just
bit
be
of a
the
different
cost of
form.
winning this map
But,
in the grand
potentially.
finals when the stakes are highest. BLG
Josh Michael, thanks for the
might
40
just
months.
have crumbled.
Hate watch
Chicago,
Paper X.
It's not quite all alone.
Wow, how far we fall.
No smoke.
Yeah, they can scrim
Being
fucking
able to be
China as
used
well.
by
Yeah,
Billy.
fucking hell. Scrims in Asia are
Angles can't be
easy.
cut off.
You've got a whole
Thought
fucking
they were
other
gonna
tier
use
1
instead
region to scrim.
gain a little bit of space.
They're like, it's free. I mean, really, if you're in Pacific, if you're in Pacific or China, you probably shouldn't even, like, you should just scrim China and you don't even need any Pacific teams.
If they really are leaking scrims, why is there no disciplinary action being taken by Riot?
Probably because they
Because
can't
I'm
prove
sure
it.
AF that they would be happy to investigate, but all of these are baseless accusations. Emo Tiger, 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 Tiger.
Oh, okay.
Can't find the kill. Veggie, we have our first overtime of the series.
Sign of things to come potentially, but Snow, what an absolute round from Rarga that is.
Can they play on the same client though? The Chinese teams scrim against the Pacific teams. That's already a thing. I mean, Chinese teams used to play before the Chinese client was out. Don't forget. Can I turn up the stream volume? I mean, it's muted right now. Can I sing the XLG chant? What? The one about them being shit? XLG, GG, they're the team that we stag glue. XLG, GG, no kills from YOU. They are shit, it is known, can't even shoot a clone. Sideshow's bold, he's a twat. And they would lose to the Sufat. But they didn't lose to Sufat. Is Sideshow bold anymore? Good question. Good question. Is Sideshow bold? Sideshow, are you bold? Sideshow, Sideshow, are you bold? If you ever see Sideshow in real life, just sing that at him. Or Sideshow, you're a twat. Sideshow, Sideshow, you're a twat.
Asa, who can win that first attack in that round?
I feel like Sheila very happy to just let them burn this
Maybe
utility.
not that.
Let
I
them
think
try,
Sideshow would
gain that
appreciate
space
that,
and then
Nick.
re-clear
If
afterwards.
someone
And we see
else doing it
members
in real life and just
grouping
saying
back
Sideshow,
across.
you're a twat.
They think that BOG are going to be happy with having no information and backing away, and they would be absolutely right. This mid-round call.
Wolves
could be
are still going
perfect,
to
but they have
Masters,
to deal
yes.
with K-Knight.
Not
They
just
have to find
going,
that kill
winning.
first. And not finding that, it's put Billy into action. 4 members now on this side of the map, and Viva caught all alone. While there are members on Dish that are dropping down into sight, it's about to be pure chaos. Both these teams want this fight. But Sheila very cleverly backing away, not taking the risk right there, but it will be a risk taken here, as there are still so many Billy members around, and Coconut as the last player left alive. No milk to be extracted there. Just some easy credits and
What percentage would I give the Chinese teams to win Masters
That's just a great,
as a
great
collective?
read and call from Billy
Maybe
when it comes
5?
to it. They shut down the attack from Main.
Sorry, I mean 100.
You see it even before XLG
100%
transferred
Wolves.
themselves to the door. They had 2 people quickly across to watch the door exit.
Okay, XLG timeout. Fake fan? Yeah, fake fan. Oh, look who it is!
What it is like momentum for your team. Like obviously you've won the last couple of series in a row, and now you're like in the lower bracket. Compared to the groups, I feel like Boom was winning all their games in the groups. They're coming off a loss. You guys are coming off a lot of wins now and just looking better and better and better. So do you think that is one of the most important factors for this series, or do you think that you could get a different result, you know, after you see teams come off a win or a loss?
I think for sure. I think our team right now is really need the momentum, because in kickoff and then like the first month during the group stage, which is like last month. It's been like really rough.
Mm.
So I think momentum is really
Billy will rotate to a site, or how willing they are to take some of these fights.
Now we're starting to get to the end of this chapter. The question is there a few more pages left before the next installment, or is this the final paragraph indeed? BLG's chance
Should I go
to
get some
close this
breakfast?
map out with an attack. They had a
Maybe
couple
I'll try and wait it
chances
out.
in normal time. Will they be able to do it in this overtime? The drone will gain a little bit of information. It almost looks as if they just
The last
back
two lands
off.
have been won by a
the
team
back
who
of
no
that.
one thought was going to
It's
win.
drone from K-Knight.
That's true.
Just clears out.
So if that continued, who would it be?
Dice.
Wolves?
No need to take a gamble when you've already thrown the drone.
Who would it be? RRQ?
Difficult, Sheila, to read what Billy are doing. That smoke is going to raise so many question marks. Could they be up in tower? Could they already be creeping through towards the site? But that information from Raga is gained. Levius taken down, and a fault line used to try stall these members. But they just want to keep pushing forward. Raga just keeps wanting to take these fights to pinch the map, but they're being flanked. Wisey has found the perfect timing and shutting them down. But they themselves are taken out, and now in the chaos, Billy has an important decision to make. Where does this spike go to? 3 members sprinting out, but a molly will stop them. They just want to run through it. You can't do that. You're taking damage. Why are you just will not let you through?
Oh,
Yeah,
BLG.
what are they doing there? They're
What
just
are you doing,
continuing
bro?
to push.
What are
Do
you
damage
doing?
as well.
They had
I
time,
get
Vicky.
there's.
They
I
had
know
time.
exactly. I get that there's 16 seconds and you're starting to feel the pressure, but
I know
ultimately
time was
you're
low, but
almost on
bruh.
site. It's literally a second
Oh,
away
that
you
low.
can get there.
Still
We
15
don't
seconds.
need to go that hyper aggression and push through it. And I mean, we should have just thought that was the challenge. The floor is lava. Let me step in it.
I mean, at least, at the
Do I
very
think
least,
EMA
throw
might
a
have a
smoke
shot? It
or
seems like
something,
it's not
so you're not having to just sprint out into
we don't know
gunfire.
who's represented. You
It's
can't
Billy
assume
again.
that will be the
Sometimes
case.
these plays, these hyper-aggressive
In
plays
terms
work out
of
so well,
like if
but
those 3 teams
sometimes
win, I
they
think
look like
Heretics would
such
definitely have a
big
shot. I
blunders,
think
and
Heretics
this was one of those that could
and
just
Liquid,
have
to be
cost them
honest.
this
I'm
match.
less sure if Fnatic would have a shot. Don't think their ceiling is
The
quite
repeat
high enough,
of the
but
first round in overtime.
They'd be decent, right? They would be a pretty decent competition. I think that's
Drone does
probably
get a lot
best
of
case for
information
EMA if
and
those 3
tries
teams
to
go. I
do
wouldn't be
it halfway,
surprised though if one of them
Bam through the
did.
doors too halfway, but they're a bit wise to their own tactics. Spike now
Not
gets themselves
BBL.
on
I think
site.
in terms of winning it, I don't
Pre-planned,
think BBL would have a great
uncontested.
chance of
No
winning the
utility
event.
to even try.
Could they do
delay.
well? Could they be
And this is a
competitive?
5-person post plant. They need to deal with this push though coming through from
Check the
spawn.
box.
But Viva is in a great position to do so.
Oh, with that guy
Perfect spot,
coming
the
out.
perfect opportunity
he
to
gets
just
all
wipe
three.
out all
It's only
3
kinda worth it if
and
you get
give
3 at that point, but he
XLG
did, and
the
that's all.
advantage they
he
need.
has all.
It is one perfect play, one perfect timing that Viva takes to push their team over the
Fucking
edge.
Molly coming in from
And
the start.
now it is XLG's game to win. It is XLG's opportunity
I didn't do the playoff.
to
Oh, that's a
take,
good point.
and
Yeah,
it's
why should
Billy
do the playoff
that
EMA
are on the
pick 'em?
back foot.
Absolutely.
Let's do that now. No. Pick 'em. Are you ready? Let me put me here like this. Let's do this. Okay. I don't need. Oh yeah, get chat on this fucking screen. I was thinking. No, I knew there was something I was missing. Okay. You ready? Welcome to my EMEA playoff pick'ems. Now, of course, EMEA is starting a little bit later, so we're having to wait to do this. But yes, I am joined again by my Twitch and YouTube chat on the live stream. Come and hop into a live stream, why not? You know, come and join all these people here Also, though, first, let's get to a couple good and bad rounds of the week. Let's start with the good round, the best round of this week. See, I'm putting this in there. I'm putting this in here. And this is where editing will happen, okay? Watch this, right? And so that was the best round. Now let's take a look at the worst round. I need to think of someone send me a best and worst round of the week. If you guys could all just react like, oh, that was horrible. Yeah, that was horrible, wasn't it, chat? Wow, yeah, they really didn't like that one. Okay, let's get into our EMEA playoff pick'ems. So, we're getting through Americas and Pacific right now. This is what it currently looks like. We've got Army Core and Team Vitality in the lowers, and we got Heretics and Liquid starting in the uppers with these games going on. I think looking at it just like as an overall viewpoint, I think you're pretty happy if you're Team Heretics. This could be pretty rough, but let's dive into our first game. BBL versus Navi. And Navi are a team that obviously have kind of been on the up, right? They beat Giants and Apex, and it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. But then when they beat Vitality and looked pretty good doing it, and I think they played pretty well as well, you know, that actually looked okay. BBL actually went 4-1, though, and only lost to Team Liquid, and have looked fairly solid throughout this entire season. If we're being fair to BBL, they've looked pretty solid throughout the entire season. And so for that reason, I think the BBL have to be favored in this game. But for me, I'm picking BBL because I think that they've been more solid throughout the entire season. And yeah, so I am going to go BBL. I think that they'll be a slightly better team overall. That's the way I'm going to go. Fnatic versus Foot. Now, this is an interesting one because Foot, obviously, we know do have potential to be pretty good. They looked pretty rough at times in their game versus BBL. Obviously, we had the crazy long, like crazy map. And then Fnatic, who have looked good for most of the stage, but I actually think played pretty poorly at times against Team Heretics as well. I don't think that they were amazing. I've always been a sucker for Foot. You know, the Foot have made, like, since Partnership began, Foot have made every second Masters and made champs both times. Like, they tend to, at this point, they... Okay. That was not even intentional saying I'm a sucker for Foot. That was not even intentional. Anyway. I think that, I mean, again, Fnatic have shown more overall the entire stage. Like, they have been a better team. But I do think the Foot have a chance. How much do I believe? I'm going to do it. I'm going to say Foot win. I'm going to go for a bit of an upset. Straight away. Your goats are losing. Let's start with the uppers, because here's the thing about EMEA that is in my belief. My belief is that Team Heretics and Team Liquid are clearly the best two teams. And so, like, I don't, whoever wins this BBL Navi game, I don't give much of a chance, to be honest. I'm very confident in Team Heretics. Could Fnatic or Foot beat Liquid? Yeah, maybe. Like, this one is obviously more possible, I think. But overall, I do think that Liquid, I mean, if this happened, right, and Foot did win, I mean, they've already played against Foot and beat them. So, yeah, I'm just feeling these two teams. I think these two teams should be competing to win Masters. Right, whoever the third from EMEA is, I'm not too sure, but I think these two teams should be competing to win Masters. Let's now come to the lowers instead. I'll take a look at this. So we'd have Navi versus Carmine Core, which is a pretty tough call. Carmine Core, last time we saw them, they had a very good Icebox, but it seems like their map pool is just like some maps, you know, whatever they've prepped well is really good, and then other times not so good. I've been a bit of a Navi doubter throughout the entire thing. Ugh. Maybe I'll let chat. Go on, I'll let chat pick this one. Navi versus KC. Give me an answer. I'm just going to go with whatever the chat spams more. Let's see. Okay. I was about to say it's a bit more KC, but now there's quite a few Navis. It's actually kind of tough. A bit of a 50-50 game. Flip a coin. Okay, we're doing a poll. We're doing a poll. Where's this poll? Manage poll. Who? Quick. Let's get it up. Okay, here's the poll. It is looking like Navi. The people want Navi to win. Wow, that's interesting. You know what? I'm actually gonna end the poll early. Navi win. Good for Navi. Good for them. If you didn't get in time, unlucky. Be there earlier next time. Okay, the people went with Navi. We're going Navi. Fnatic versus Team Vitality. Wow, so Fnatic played the... Vitality played the loser of Fnatic Foot. Do we have any faith in Team Vitality whatsoever? In fact, here's another question for the chat. What percentage do Team Vitality have? What percentage would you give them of going on a run and making it? They'd have to win 3 games in a row. So if you think about it, winning 3 games in a row, if they're all 50-50s, is 12.5%. So if you think every game would be a 50-50, that would be 12.5. Oh yeah, I'm saying of qualifying. I'm saying of doing a full run back. What would I give Vitality? I think I'd put them... I mean, if they played Fnatic, they'd probably be slight underdogs. And they might be slight underdogs. But like, you know, then BBL would probably be like a 50-50. And then this would probably be a best of 50-50 as well. So I would put it about 10. I'm going to say Vitality have about 10% chance of making it. Which isn't great. And in my pick'em here, I think I'm going to go Fnatic. I don't trust them, to be honest. I simply do not trust Team Vitality. That's just me. I don't trust them. Then we got Foot versus Navi. And I will say... See, yeah, that's the thing. I like... I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Footballist esports are a team that I enjoy watching.
10%.
And so I will pick them.
So if we played playoffs 10 times, they make it once?
I mean, yeah. I think that's about right. I mean, they have to win 3 games in a row. BBL versus Fnatic. See, now is where we start to get a bit... Like, this is where it gets tasty for me. BBL versus Fnatic, I think, is a good game. And one that, again, you could see going either way. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a surprise pick. I'm gonna go BBL. I'm gonna go against Fnatic, and I'm gonna go BBL. And we will get a Turkish team going to Masters, is what I'm gonna say. And then Team Heretics versus Liquid. I'm gonna slightly favor Team Heretics there, but Team Liquid could win. And then Foot versus BBL. I think BBL have been the better team throughout the entire season. I'm going to go BBL. This is my little surprise pick here. BBL, that would be that first Masters, I think, right? That would be that first ever tournament, I think. And then I'll go Team Liquid to win that and Team Heretics to win the grand final. Now, some of you are going to be like, why are you so anti-Fnatic? I'm not really that much anti-Fnatic. I just think that, like, if it played out like this, I think these are kind of... Like, there may be coin flip games. Right, I think that Fnatic and Foot and BBL are all kind of in a similar tier. I know the Foot maybe haven't been as great recently, but they're in a similar tier for me. And they just lose a couple coin flips. I don't know. I don't hate Fnatic. I just think they lose a couple coin flips. Maybe I'll be wrong. Look, it's my pick'em. You do your own pick'em. If you want to pick Fnatic to go all the way through, do your own pick'em. And prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Fnatic. Holy, go for it. Anyway, that's mine. Submit. Oh, I did have Heretics winning a grand final. You're right. I should have put Liquid winning. I made a mistake there. That was a mistake. Check the pick'ems. Go on, you can join the group. Who's at the top? Right, let's see what the top guy says. BBL beat Navi. Team Heretics beat BBL. Oh, the top guy's a Fnatic believer. And Liquid go on a lowest run. That's not good for me. What about this guy? Diabetic Frep. It's a Navi, but this guy's off the fucking goop. This guy's lost his fucking mind. Team Liquid and Heretics go out? That would be crazy if that happened. Where did this guy just come from? How have you fucking swindled your way up here? Bergeron. BBL. Heretic. Okay, this one's looking pretty normal. What about in the lowers? He went BBL. Had it going a bit of a different direction. But pretty much, like, just swap these two games around. Pretty much the exact same. Although went KC over Navi. Oh, map 2 started for China? Yeah, we're getting in. I might go and make my breakfast. It's probably a good time to do it. But then I don't.
Often getting early picks, but they weren't able to convert them into rounds. They lost a lot of those clutches when they shouldn't have, and we'll have to see if they fix that up here. If they can take that aggressive playstyle, find these early
just gonna fill up my water
also convert them into round wins.
Little breakfast snack.
I think just even for me, just looking at this straight off the bat, that there is some compositional differences from what I was anticipating coming in. Talking about compositional differences, the first thing that we see is a bit of aggression placed on C to try and force some fake over, and then instantly hitting A, try and cause some fake over towards A, and then make your way back to C. The mind games from BLG coming in to try and do anything that they can just to make this defense a little bit thinner when it comes to the pushing. Now where are we going? We're back towards A. This is like the revolving door of a big hotel. It just goes round and round and round, but no matter what, you're ending up in the same place.
Revolving door, that's going to be something that Coconut is going to be looking to play around. That door opens, it spins around, and in come all of these BLG members. But both players are stunned. It's a concussion versus concussion battle. No one can see, no one can move. But YZ will always manage to find those kills. No matter what.
Chill.
YZ typing ED, get it done. Try and stop the plant, just causes a reposition. Rusha, big right click, and another one to follow up, and all of a sudden, it's a clutch master left all alone once again. A 1 versus 3, a familiar. A familiar position to be in this time. It is a different map.
Oh, my cam's big.
Oh, it's not just quite yet. We'll get that first kill, but
tuning into Valorant pro scene in a while. Who's the best team in each region? And OFC has PRX.
YZ. So
Galini, thanks for the 4 months. Best team in each region. How's PRX? Holy fuck, you are coming in at an interesting time.
when
If
they
you haven't
thought it
been
was
watching.
safe to look the other way.
Best team in each region.
And this is, we see right there the Billy X factor.
Tough to
The fact that they
say.
play in
Honestly,
unconventional positions.
don't
FIFA
know.
was like, oh,
In
we'll
Americas,
just play it up, bro.
either
I'll clear the
Sen or
player that's gonna be
G2.
playing there. Not expecting YZ to also just
Their
be
grand
tucked
final is
behind
today.
the box. Because it's
In
such an open angle.
Pacific?
You wouldn't expect anybody to play right here
Gen
and just
G?
play
Question
around
mark?
that position.
RRQ?
Especially when
Question-
you
it's
already
fine.
have a
Oh, man,
teammate
you-
posted up
I'm-
there. And
If you haven't
I feel
tuned
like
in for a while,
sometimes Sheila is expecting certain rules.
I mean, that's
of
so
Valorant
funny.
to be
like, how to
followed, and
explain.
when
So,
Billy
T1
breaks
won the
those,
first
they just don't know
Masters.
what to do.
But then they've been eliminated from playoffs already
But
by PRX. PRX have been shite,
interesting.
but now are maybe
Decision
on a
to
bit
be
of a
made.
momentum
Thinking
run.
about heading over to
In China,
over towards
EDG
B
aren't going
once
to their
again.
first ever Masters.
Trying to draw
This
out
is
some
their
number
grand
game,
final,
but
XLG versus
are
BLG.
wise to it.
And if you
We've
haven't
seen this
tuned into
trick
Valorant for a
before.
while, you might not
Both
even know
numbers
who
get spotted
XLG
out
are,
over those, so they
because
have
they're an
to try
Ascension team.
and dodge the utility that comes in, but instead it's just a fast reaction over towards C. Again,
Boom, the Pacific Ascension team, when honestly, that is crazy. Like, trying to explain to someone. Okay, we've got Lotus, Fracture, Ascent. Boom, who are playing PRX here, are another Ascension team who didn't actually win Ascension, but because Bleed had to go out, they're now here. Everyone's picking PRX, which you might think is funny, but if this game was happening 2 weeks ago, literally everyone would pick Boom. RRQ are also making the first Masters they've ever made, and could be the best team of Pacific. In EMEA, it's probably between Heretics and Liquid. But yeah, if you're just tuning into Valve for the first time, it's an interesting time. There's a lot in flux, I think. Also, MIBR are good and have made Masters. Okay, here we go. Lotus to start. How's this train? PRX, this has been a good map for them so far. The last couple games, they've looked pretty good on it. I mean, again, they were playing against T1 yesterday, who were dog shit. Dog shit. So we shall see. What's the pred like? I'm interested. What this is a full. Okay, 59-40. Well, 58-42. So interesting. Interesting pred. I think this could be a 2-1. I could see PRX winning this one, to be honest. Their Lotus look pretty good. Their Fracture, though, I'm not so sure. Not so sure about that one. Is anyone else live for this that we can call? Chober, but I'm not sure if Chober would want to call. Maybe Chober's still depressed. I don't know. Okay, here we go.
Happens.
Where it takes us, what direction we go.
Just like I've seen in Fight Club, just take your hands off the wheel and flip the damn car, I suppose.
Flip the car.
Get ready, ladies and
Here we go. Because Sliggy's going to be depressed after watching this. After watching this, we've run out of tracks. We're running out of tracks. Surely we're running out of tracks. Surely. Please. Here we go.
Well, because when you look at this one, Boom, I mean, they've got a good track record against teams throughout this group stage as well.
Oh dear. It's going to be 2-0 PRX lose on Lotus. Yeah, they probably need to win Lotus. Luna Moonbear with 10 months.
Boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Spend the night together from now until forever.
Against DRX, Boom. Will it be them looking to try to take down another Korean squad? Failed previously. Will it be?
So this is to play DRX for a place
Settle who goes to Toronto.
for Toronto.
PRX here on the defense to start. Couple ghosts here in hand. A Sheriff for Jing. Similar firepower in the hands of Boom on the attack as the door gets tapped. C site for the moment wide open.
And this will show Boom's preparation in watching yesterday's game 2 with what to do around the C site. Though, that's a lot of shots as you bait out the shield wall.
A lot of damage. It's slow by Boom. Don't need to turn them up a bit.
Tagged to 78. Certainly could have been worse, but now PRX getting clustered up in the right position. Just going to be something still left back over towards the A site.
But the Arc Rose as well, poised to flash everybody who's looking to come with through the choke.
Smoke over towards Waterfall, but they're in ahead of this one. And Jing, what a track on the headshot.
I'm not
Maybe
a huge fan of the shot. I guess another nade.
He's able to come away with 2 kills. The spike now dropped. Forsaken swooping out.
Oh no.
Finding one. DOS9.
Oh no. Oh no.
Just the
Oh
one
no.
kill found. So 2
Oh
casualties.
no.
Jing with a 3K.
Oh
PRX
no.
with the opening pistol.
That's a pretty clear case for PRX as well of just
Let's
getting
go
the right
PRX,
read,
my
having
hope,
the right
my
numbers,
dream, my
rotated
everything.
nice and
I
early,
never once
setting
doubted you
themselves up
even
for
when I
a
had you
good little
last place
combo
in
of utility
playoffs.
on the site, choke point as well of C. Do like to see that from them, immediately hitting their shots out of the gate as well. Meanwhile, for Boom, so we need to start to see some adjustments early for them because they are the team that has come through, you know, the upper side of things. They have had the longer preparation coming in towards this one.
That one team that made it into the playoffs with a very clean record.
The thing is,
Find themselves potentially in a risk
like
of
yesterday,
elimination here. As the shots flying through the wall, just gets an immense
that guy was a
amount of
slight
damage.
doubter, but you know, I had
Anything at
my
all. Forsaken's able to go ahead.
I had my
Take him
rooting
down.
interest
Jing
against
clean with
T1.
the taps, gets himself
And I thought the
another
T1 was
3K,
shit.
As it is going to be a damn near
I
flawless
don't think the
anti-eco
Boom are
here
shit.
for the side of PRX.
I just think they were a bit
We're
nervous.
going to have to see for Boom if they want to try and contend with any A-Rubble
However,
control. What are they
however,
looking to do?
however,
They hit approaches with
I'm not
fault
going to
lines and with
overreact
prone, with
to
salvos.
one pistol round,
If PRX
or
is
even
gonna
one
continue to
map.
contend
Even if
towards A,
PRX
you
win this
need to be
13-0,
making sure that they're not just able
I'm
to
still not
dance
going to
around it.
overreact because we saw what happened
A
yesterday.
lot of weaknesses for
They were
T1
shite
at just gaining
on
any
Fracture.
sort of space, gaining any territory, especially over towards C. How scared
However, I
were
don't
they
like,
of
as a
just Devi's
Boom,
presence of utility?
as someone who is not on the train, and let's be honest,
Again, but look at the stack.
I
Look
can't
at
get
setup,
on the train
read
for the
here.
DRX
PRX
game.
going
I'm just
into
too late. I've missed
their
the train.
bonus. Well set up to try to contend with this.
Oh,
The Jing
no.
is up over the top. Now he's got a
They're
showstopper.
literally
He's locked it
5-stack
in.
fighting, yeah.
NC Slasher is dead. And this round is damn near over. DOS9 lingering here within the smoke. Looks like not really being given too much of a consideration. Does manage to push out and find Patman, but Devi massacres two with a stinger. Gets a hefty upgrade. And Berserks has nothing to do. Something wants to get involved, wants to find a piece of the action. He's going to be drifting around the back, and he's going to be finding the headshot. 3-0 start. Train is ready to leave the station.
Leave the station for PRX, of course. Boom. They want to be the derailers, and in that sort of bonus round as well, they are certainly nowhere near any of the action. I mean, you just look at the space control, you look at the early stack from PRX as well, having the right numbers and then just the right utility when it comes into the scrap pad.
Bro, why
you know
why
that's
did
where
they ever
PRX
not put
can
Jing on
thrive.
raids? Just put him on raids every single
A lot
fucking
of their
map.
players, you know, able to chop and change between roles. How many
Oh
duelists do we
no.
have on this squad?
Fighting their way forward here. Huge start for the side of PRX. Boom. See if they have any kind of magic here with this.
Boom, boom,
Bucky
boom,
in
get
hand for
out my
Famous.
room, go
Face
back
out the
to
wall.
Ascension as a Shiat team
He's actually
detention.
in front of the site here.
Oh, yes, he is.
Oh no, Jing is
in
crying.
a little bit
We're getting
different these last
fucking
2 days.
peak
Devi
Jing.
Similarly. Looking alive.
Come on, Goat 9.
Just managed to find a headshot. Jing will suffer his first
Come
death.
on, Goat 9.
As this does get brought into a
3v3
3v3 with a weapon upgrade.
Yeah, you're going to have to go pick up the spike as well
It's
eventually.
never too late to join a
Still do
train.
have both
You just
controls
have to
available
sit
for
in the
Boom, so you
luggage
can toy with
compartment,
these
smile.
rotations as well with the Viper's toxic screen over towards the A site. DOS9 wait to get his smokes back online, but really you need to find some
Free kill?
timing.
Oh, Berserks.
I don't know if he didn't spot him.
No ping down. Either way, Wall gets raised, and he's going to have to tap the door, you would suspect, but Forsaken will just go ahead and find the headshot. See Slasher now
Here,
recovering
okay.
a weapon, swiftly puts it to use.
NC Gota.
Keeps it now into a 2v2. Spike is trying to be brought through the baby door and around. 30 seconds remaining, but PRX have double stacked this angle.
Come on,
DOS9
Goat
now
9.
clearing out one, trying to fake the exit towards A, and looks like Patman does bite the bait.
See
Does have a
Gota.
seize and a haunt, depending on what angle he can come from.
got
They
15
can
seconds,
be
he can rotate to
good.
C.
Yeah, and that'll actually provide a little bit of assurance time as well. More time that you can play with the just spike.
10 seconds left.
Bit of an open plant here. Where does he want to go, though?
Spike planted.
He's going to try to push up, can play the close angle here. Waterfall. Footsteps are heard. Should have the jump. Ooh, the shot brings out. I'm not sure if Patman had actually cleared him there. No, he's got a haunt in the seas. Tucks back around the corner. And
nice. Go 9. Let's go.
From DOS9 will go ahead and get Boom their first round win effectively in that Thrifty.
Yeah. Real cheeky one for them to be able to find there. You're looking at the lesser weaponry getting some of the early damage and the trades as well, and then affording a little bit of reset time for the team to upgrade towards the Vandals as well. A bit of overzealousness from Jing in that one. You think, all right, maybe some stability will be brought
TMV
back
hate
with
watch?
the trade
I'm
game.
not a PRX hate though. I don't hate PRX.
DOS9. You know, one of the key
I really
members
don't.
We're seeing go a little bit missing in the one against Gen G.
Like
Specifically,
if Jing
Famous
fucking
as well.
does unlock
So
and
they
awaken,
are your key pieces
and they
to be
make
online
it
in
to
a series like
Toronto,
this.
I'm
Getting the first round
I'm
off
kind
the
of down
board.
for that, to be
Having them
honest.
activate would certainly be
If
well
PRX play
worth
well
the
and
goal.
make it,
Oh,
I'm
oh,
there.
from
If
Forsaken,
PRX
looking to
play
try to flush it over to
shite
this
and
angle,
like
but
only
something
make it
does
because
get
everyone
voted
else is
wisely
shite,
here. Red
and then
from
I'll be a
Santa
hater.
Setting out that stealth,
But like if Jing is
anticipating
frying
that forward presence
and they
now.
play some fundamentally good shit,
avoid
which to be fair on Lotus, I think they do.
Just confirming more
You know, they're
players
pretty good
still
anyway.
around at the C side of things. I mean, you would have heard that.
But
from
I
before.
need to see that
Being
fracture.
gathered as well by NC Slasher to get closer to it.
Ooh, trying to go for the flick. and
Wow, he
DOS9
hit him.
taking down a 6 HP.
You don't want to contend with the thorns there. That one is
What
quite
if they bomb out
understandable.
like in
Now the
Shanghai?
middle mark
Look,
to
if
be
they
hit, and
play
PRX are
shite
looking.
and only make it because the other teams they're playing are also shite,
Pushing forward here, but not over.
and then they make it, and then they're
A
shit.
little bit of noise made there.
Yeah, that's like
Noted
the
well. Patman,
worst
no
case
more
scenario.
prowlers,
Then
just
I
no
will
more
be a
move on
hater.
too, so it does come down to these more deeper stages where the rifle action
Trying
is
to
going
go
to
for
be a bit more
beast
prominent.
play here.
As the haunt.
It's 3
This is when
people
that does
here.
get sent something for now.
30 seconds left.
Just hang back, dodge the stun. Famous, ready to push, but something
Oh,
just
they
a
missed
little
the
bit
paranoia.
snappier with it.
They
20
don't
second
realize. I
pieces,
mean,
yeah,
they've
20
got the
seconds, they're
fucking
still that Odin
reads.
locked inside of tree. Forsaken's just
fucking
spraying
Odin
through now,
spam.
finds the first, and Slasher gonna be
Got no
taken down.
time.
In this round, it's over. They need the breakthrough, and they just absolutely cannot.
Oh
Ball never got
no!
popped.
Oh no!
There you go.
Oh no!
Go back-to-back, gonna be
Oh
bounced.
no!
PRX continue, now 4-1.
And when that shear isn't popped in a potential B split, you do just have all eyes essentially towards outside the baby door, and then you've got the spam to come through from Forsaken. Not too much of a wide angle that you need to think about there. It's a very sharp one though from something with the operator in this round as well. So far you've only got
I
one
mean,
round
they've
on the
had
board
like
as
multiple rounds that they've just hard
Boom, and
got
it was
the
on
right
that
read.
lesser equipped one. Well,
Right,
now
that
you're
time they had
back onto
3
a bit of a
people
lesser
on B.
equipped variety. Maybe it is
On that round where they, on the
situation
bonus
where you
round,
need
they
to go a
had
little bit faster,
literally
right? You're
everyone
really close
fighting
to a
A.
couple of these ultimates though. So maybe the faster one might be in the round after this.
Love to have the overdrive at this point, but Famous just hasn't been able to find that impact to build this up fast enough. Forsaken repositioning, just spraying through here, hoping that he gets somebody trapped with this sheer wall.
Yeah, just trying to find them when the expectation is going to be to bait out the shear, which it now will be done successfully.
This time they just have.
Stealth going to be sent, and Forsaken, he says, well, I'm at upper now. Famous, a couple bullets to the brain. Odin claims his life. Forsaken will get caught off guard here. Solid reposition from DOS9, sliding forward, unanticipated.
Yeah, it was
Able to
when,
answer one back, but that Odin cannot be scooped up.
it was when Forsaken was actually paranoid, so he didn't hear it. So really nicely done from
I
DOS9.
thought they were going back A.
A little bit of a slower read, a pivot across towards A, now realizing that it's going to be on the C site.
Spike plant.
He
Just
might
locked
do
in the
that
corner, and
nade, he
Slasher
does.
finished off, taken down. Solid paint shells there from Jing. DOS9 up top of the box, does
Has
that.
to be DOS9.
Get anticipated, push under the corner. Shiro able to find one. Jing not looking up though. DOS9 does manage to catch him by surprise. Kill found Patman though, quick peek out. DOS9 dead, turn to the flash, double facing forward, and something
Almost lined up.
doing as something does. Bounds forward with the shorty in hand. Cuts him down to size. Damage
I mean, to be
dealt,
fair, again, they
still
look
cash
actually
aplenty
pretty
here for the
good
side of
here.
PRX.
They don't look bad.
Slight little
Paper
moment
X,
of
it looks
worry in
pretty
that round
good.
for them as Jing satchels in and he actually bopped his teammate off the line and he fell because of that one, but he still manages to have a little bit of recovery in towards the round. There were no ultimates going into that retake scenario as well for the likes of Paper X,
oh
but
my
a
God.
great little combo to dispatch of NC Slasher, who did pick up the Rolling Thunder. You could see the idea that he wanted to deploy that one in the round as well. May very well have been needed for Boom's chances there. But now you come in towards the next round where you do have your full investment. You got a lot more ults online for both of the...
Hello, rest of Boom. Can we wake up? Hello. Ding, 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 ding. Ring the bell.
He's 12-2-2.
Yeah, having an absolute heat up.
Something. I'm gonna go for the quick peek. Eats a bit of damage. Berserks, similarly though, tagged up at 55.
Lucky to get away though with that peak. With how many members Boom were just waiting for.
This is the first seed? No, this isn't the... Oh, well, yeah. Boom was the first seed, yeah.
Setting it up on this C site.
Noted.
Spots it. And clears it.
Oh.
Nope.
No, they...
Now they clear.
Okay. Second attempt to try and do that. Meanwhile, you've got some repositions from Paper X as something gets on the A lobby line. And the rest of the squad playing 2 and 2. Devi and Patman a lot to do on this C site though, if that's where things do eventuate.
Berserks just around the corner, and Jing just a little bit faster. That previous damage dealt to Berserks, making a bit of a difference there. Seems to be getting picked apart.
And these are the situations where you expect something to be using the dimension.
Paper X is stealing ideas from Fnatic,
for the
you
rest
know
of the
it's
team
fucked.
and allow Jing to get on in, but Boom are changing it up. They wanted to go.
Up and over the top. Jing just Goomba stomping him there, but he actually dies to fall damage. Bit of a king moment there, as now the Armageddon going to be rolling out. Devi in the push forward ahead of this one, but DOS9 is there.
What?
As the angle has the headshot. Something arrives on the site. Still just the up in hand, though.
They haven't even planted.
Flick in a
This is
half.
2v2, they haven't planted.
I have no idea how he managed to find that, but they have bought time. The spike never planted throughout this here. Now being committed to. Splash sent up and over the top. The peak coming in. Patman leading the charge and finding them both. Paper X continuing now.
They're playing
6
well. The
secured on the
train
defending
is
side here of
fucking
Lotus.
going
Just a lot
so
of
We got
fast.
500
Paper
big
X sent
booms
in
for
towards
Boom
that round,
Esports.
isn't it? When you got the dimensional drift that's
500 big
keeping the Boom
booms?
members on
Bro,
their
they can
toes,
get one
getting
big
some
boom right now.
utility thrown in there yet again. You've got Jing
Oh,
making sure
no.
he's finding
I mean,
possession.
how has this
moment here
happened?
With the showstopper, it's 36 HP that's actually
Show
taken
me
there
this
in
flick.
fall damage. He's
Oh
seen his
my
footsies,
fuck.
but he still has to vertically hit that one.
Take a
2 versus 2
timeout,
scenario,
Boom, please.
and
Timeout.
you know,
Pause the
vulnerability when
train.
Trying to establish a plan. So that's the sort of sticky situation.
Oh no.
PRX deserve some booms. Boom 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 boom. Collision emoji. Collision emoji. Collision emoji. Collision emoji.
Fuck, I
collision
didn't get on the
emoji,
train.
collision
I didn't
emoji.
get on the train and
This
it's gonna
is
cost me.
Valorant.
Julesy, thanks for the
Heritage.
21 months.
What year is it?
I don't know. What year is it? Fucking hell. They're looking good though. They look happy. You know, they look like they're having a good time. They're like the anti-G2. They got the vibes buff.
Still, economy not really toyed with for them as well, so they're going to have buys on buys unless we really see something different come out from Boom. Timeout before this round, coming into an albeit thrifty essentially. If Famous can't get anything done with the Bucky, you got to see the ultimate invested.
I mean, you say it would be a thrifty, but that's the one round that Boom got.
Yeah.
Was a thrifty.
Okay, he
And
has
credit
Neon
was
ult.
given to the Red Bull clutch from DOS9.
Bro, you gotta win this A fight at some
No
point.
space
You're
yet.
playing
They've
Lotus.
really
You
been able
must
to
win
find.
on A
Of
at
course,
some
Shearer
point.
is over to the seaside yet again, but that's being protected by something first on the operator line. If you've got things motioning towards this A side for Boom, they're going to have an investment of a fault line and the stealth drone from Shiro to get Famous on in. But apart from that, now you've got control. That's just going to bring rotations from Paper X.
Somehow Famous dodging damage there. Not going to get caught there by the shots. As Divide gets positioned over at stairs. Patman backed up by Jing. Jiggling forward, they're taking the space in behind Boom.
All of the information now is known. PRX 100% know that Boom are locked into A.
Oh my god, the flank might not matter that much.
Here at tree perhaps.
It doesn't bite this bit though.
It's gonna be holding down M1 is Forsaken. Salvo sent, but not displacing. Three steadies in. Famous goes diving right into it. A catastrophe, but Shiro with a solid follow-up shot. Tries to get them back into this, but Divide comes away with the kill as NC Slasher's going to be taken down. The stun going to be sent his way, but now Jing pushing forward as the door gets hit. Something finds a headshot. The spike is on the floor. DOS9 is in heaven. The top of the rope is Jing will go ahead and find the last kill. 7-1. Timeout call. Not leading to a thrifty, but can it lead to a round win with a buy behind? We're about to find out.
That's the early game right now. The Boom are struggling in. It's finding any advantages. It's finding any
Bro,
spaces.
take an early
Not
A fight.
being contended with
Take
by
an early
PRX,
A
who
fight,
just
please, please!
understanding of where they need to put their pieces.
Oh,
Very happy
fuck
enough to
me.
have
I mean,
something
he's gonna
looking at
die
an operator
anyway.
line
You're
by
just gonna
himself, or
fucking
often
running
than not.
straight
I mean,
into an Odin.
the
You
Oda's
just
good burr as
denied a
well.
fucking ult.
And then meanwhile, you've got some good timing on Patman in the roster now with the Prowlers, right? He's layering them around the map very nicely, I say.
Please go and take that early A fight. Just please,
Through
please!
pillars already to the front of B. Patman, the one on the side itself.
Locating target.
Turn again sent something just going to back away. Nothing spotted. Now goes for the pink and famous.
Nice,
Great
nice,
shot.
nice!
Beats him down. DOS9.
Get out of there!
Position. Gets himself in deep over by C.
Cover going out.
It's the one-way setup.
Finally a situation as well for Boom where they can get the plant down and have enough time to set up for a post plant.
But they don't have the pit to try to go along with it.
Divide can
Still
actually,
guarded.
remove the
Faisal?
guns.
Says, let's
Yeah,
put you
but
back
they're
on a
all
thrifty.
getting gold by
Overrun
that.
gonna be popped though and famous.
Nice
Likes
though,
those
the neon
odds.
ult's
Pushing
good.
forward, able to find
Oh,
one.
DOS9.
Down and
GOAT9 didn't get called by it.
Famous comes away with a third.
Alright, we're back. We just let them get
Has to
Brazil.
do the lion's share of the work, and that is an immense amount of immediate
back.
damage. Famous with a 4K. Will get Boom their first proper
Sit
round
down,
victory.
sit down.
And the second one
No
now, of
standing
course.
on the train.
With
Sit
the opening
down,
kill as
please,
well
on the
is
train.
Actually monumental for Boom, right? They need these sort of advantages and they need to be able to have some time to settle down, figure out a bit of an adjustment plan. Not dropping in the pit this round either. It's just the timing for something over at the C-Mound side of things. You know, generally, if you'd see Divide put the Arc Rose over at Mound, he can be flashing first to allow something to go on for that peak a little bit more comfortably. But just the timing that Famous
Get on the
gets across,
train.
and
I've
able
made
to
my
drive in towards the site
made my
and
bet
really
at this
just destroy
point.
PRX.
Big change up here. Planting Jing forward. Do they read DOS9's position? It's the question. At the same time, Forsaken, he just peeks out of B, finds Shiro there in spawn, and all the chaos that's ensuing around towards Mound.
Yep, and they can disconnect now. They've got the
Oh
opening kill on
no, they've
Shiro.
got
They'll remove
strats.
the
When did
Salvos, they'll remove
PRX
some
get
information.
strats, man?
Absolutely pivotal for a team like Boom right now to have something like that online, because if you don't, I mean, there's no real information.
God,
You've
this
got to
team was
sacrifice bodies
so shit before. They were so bad. If any of you ever doubted what just
Trying to
fucking
find
mental can
anything
do.
that he can get here. Maybe a jiggle peek. At this angle, though, be a hell of a flick on the Jing, but now is a bit more realigned.
Things going towards this A side with a potential pivot through the baby door back towards B, though. And PRX start to rotate towards
Nice,
A.
now
There
we
goes
go.
Forsaken.
Now we're in.
Famous able to find it. After shock, hold off the approach here. Jing swooping around. Two players now contained back behind this smoke. Berserk's going to try to hold the line, but gets full flash. They turn around, and they're able to find it. For a second, it looked like it might have ended with disaster.
Nice by
Double
Boom
push
though.
forward into the smoke, shorty in hand. Jing ends up falling
Flash
to the
as
wayside.
well.
Now 3v3. Famous looking for the shot. It's gonna be Patman who finds it. Just over the
GOAT9.
shoulder with the op. Doesn't find the contact, and now Spike opened up to start getting tapped here. Swing out, Divide. Holding from the one angle, loses out the fight. Patman now asked to clutch this out. And see Slasher down to a sliver, dead. But does he read the reposition? Has the shorty. Seems like he has an idea, but the time is starting to dwindle. Footsteps gonna be heard. Gets it down to half, and Patman! Does he actually have it?
Oh my god, that
0.3
was such a good
seconds
try.
away
Holy
from
shit.
pulling off what would have been a monstrous
Holy
clutch.
fucking shit.
But Boom narrowly scraped by.
That was a crazy good
that
try.
doesn't give you too much confidence as Boom. It's a sigh of relief that they're able to come away with that one, isn't it? 4 versus 5 conversion that they're able to get in. I mean, Berserk gets absolutely completely blinded, so no pit to be able to put on towards it. And I thought that actually PRX noted that both of those members had gone in towards the Heaven location earlier on with the double peek and the shorty spot, but you never really know if they repositioned with the time or went for a bit
Famous
of a
with
flank.
an op again.
Valiant attempt from PRX there, but finally we got
That's their
another
win
round on
con.
the board for Boom. It's in succession as well.
If they can get to
Now we
5,
also
they can win.
Eventually get some op v off.
Yeah.
Or grab from something does give him another dimensional drift.
More importantly though, for Boom, a pit and a rolling thunder if you can set it up.
Jump out.
What?
It's gonna be one and an exit. Batman left to his own devices, but the Seas will cover his retreat.
And the push out of A as well. Holy fuck.
Smoke set. Lingers within.
They're cooking them.
Meanwhile, double push
Hold on.
around the back is Forsaken, trying to readjust, but Jing
Got
right
9
there.
only good for 1.
Play off it as well.
Jinx
And sure
17
enough,
and 5.
getting
How's that
sights
not
through
gonna
it,
kill?
Losing the fight. Jing comes away with another kill as something does end up falling. Breaks open the C site here. The last 2 remaining players with both of them tagged up.
Point and click for Famous. Doesn't matter about the HP.
Planted.
Have breach, or are you gonna send it here though?
Timing though from Patman, swinging around the back. Watched here by NC Slasher. The first shot missed here. Patman in perfect position to capitalize. Doesn't read NC Slasher's spot, but now has all the info that they need. From here, the Rolling Thunder, far too risky. 14 health remaining. And Jing, he'll peek
knew,
out.
but
He'll see the shorty.
Jing is
and he'll shut it
19
down.
and 5.
Yeah, just already tagging him up makes it a little bit easier for PRX to come in together as a team at the end. A really great idea to just get through the A lobby earlier. You know, the respot as well from Patman's Prowler, noting that Shiro is still up the guts of B as well. So you've just got a really great plan from PRX in this round to have the components for the trades available and really lock a sticky situation in this one for Boom. The real only way they're getting back in that sort of scenario.
The thing is, if PRX do win this game,
the shot is hit
I'd
from
rather
Famous for a 2
PRX
versus
than
2 and
DRX.
they're, rolling
PRX
thunder
would be
in
more
one
fun
side
than
where they're expecting
DRX
the
going
opponents
to
to come from and
going to
setting him
Toronto, I
up
think.
on another op line.
And now look at what you have for PRX. That final kill from Jing in the previous
the
round.
buy is not that
Another
good.
showstopper, his 3rd of the half at the ready. If that pit comes into play, you've
So
got
you'll get on the
something you can
train?
scout. And
I
the
guess
Rocket
I
that can
will.
Flush out a Viper, but something
train
never
is still
mind,
running.
Going to be taken down. Rocket does go flying.
You have that
Damage
breach, though.
found on a Famous, but kill not coming through. Swings in.
Where's
with
my
a
breach,
stinger.
man?
Jing finds the headshot. Is able to shut down the enemy Neon. Ultimately a trade up here for the side of PRX. Player advantage in their hands.
You can't be holding the
Everyone
flank
will
with the
be
one rifle and
contained
breach up.
within this rebel position.
Big duel to actually win here.
But now they're going to think that they can rotate out, and Forsaken is lurking with a judge around the corner. If they choose to go into B, they might just save themselves, but otherwise,
Head starve
drift
1,
towards
thanks
C,
for the
towards
prime.
Mound could cost them.
Oh, but it does look like they're toying with the idea of C.
They're clustered
He
up.
gets
This could
all
be
of them here.
devastating. There's one. Can't
Oh,
find
yeah,
the
bro.
second.
And they keep the 2
They're
ults.
actually going to beat PRX towards this C side too, so maybe finally we're going to get the pit in play for Berserks.
The 2 players with ults at the ready. NC Slasher gives it a consideration. Opts to go ahead, save it here, perhaps for the post plant. Pit goes in first, but Patman on a little bit of a faster timing, pushes forward, finds him. NC Slasher now has to do it all, but the peek over the top, the spike never planted.
Oh
Jing
my
in
God.
pole position strikes,
Switching sides.
and paper.
Well, that feels like a bit of a GG. Bro, if PRX go, I swear to God, man. This team, I cannot explain how dog shit this team was. Oh, dear. Oh, dearie me. Is this a qualifying match? Yeah. No, it's not. The goat of all animals, who takes the crown? A wolf or a dinosaur? Look at that fucking picture. Oh, you can't see it. Unlucky. It's me. Everyone picking me, yeah. A wolf or a Tory. Fuck off. 9-3.
This absolute destruction that he came out with on the defensive side, by the way. Or if Boom are going to be able to answer back now with the double controller setup that they have deployed on this map.
Yeah, I think
My potter broke.
if Boom could run this back from defending side, be able to take
I mean,
this
they
map,
have to
it
win
would
this
be
pistol
one of the
if they're going.
comebacks that we have seen. With context included.
Everyone's
Flashes
blind.
out onto multiple players. Shiro
Huh?
able to
Huh?
find one, but I mean, it just lost in the sauce. Ends up falling to something's hands. DOS9 though, nice little lurk behind the box. Finds Patman,
Go
finds
9.
Divide. DOS9 continuing to try to be the hero here for the team, but Jing cutting him down with the Sheriff and finding the follow-up on the Famous.
I fucking hate that Jing is
Both
buying a
pistols
Sheriff
in
on
the
Raze.
hands of PRX as they get themselves up to
It's
double
tilting
digits.
me, but it
Yeah,
keeps
that makes
working.
things monumentally more difficult for Boom now in this map. I mean, maybe it is another scenario like yesterday where PRX had to just write off Fracture in their mind when they had an abysmal
Yeah, this was
performance
a
there
very
and
strange. I mean,
looked to
Shiro
have map 2 and map
fucking
number
thought
3
he
go your
killed
way. Maybe that's too
something.
early to say at the moment, but Jing getting active yet again with a lot of the kills.
23 and
Say on
5.
Haven,
I mean,
for
he's
example,
literally
Bringy coming out
rolling
with
back
a
the
really
years. We
good
are in
half with 19 frags
2022
on that
right now.
attacking side and ending up with 25. I
Watch
mean, I
him
think
play
Jing is
fucking.
looking
What's
to
he
do a
play on
little
the
bit
next
better than
map?
that as an individual performance.
Been a hell of a way to start things off for him.
On Ascent, he'll be just playing fucking Omen,
Kind of
going
having the game that
fucking
we were
7
maybe
and
anticipating
12.
to see from something, given how he played the Yor just
I mean,
yesterday.
he was playing Rage yesterday.
Jing
Well, I mean, but will they stick with that comp though?
absolutely outpacing him so far. Still fairly
Boom, you've got
light
to
on the pie here for
force,
the side of
Boom
PRX.
Bros. Boom Bros,
Considering the
you
lead that they do
force
have,
this.
Not wanting to take too many risks. Seems like they're sticking to the game plan no matter what.
Yeah, and if the plan right now is end at 8, well, you only have to contend with NC Slasher, and then you can play it to your heart's content and have a pretty easy close to the round. Meanwhile, C-Mound, little counterplay from Boom over there, but it's going to have no value.
Probably checking, not spotting. NC Slasher for now, still hidden here at backside. Boombot
Oh no.
ends up bouncing one more time and
Boombot.
Forsaken. Plays off the back
They should
of
play
it
Razor.
beautifully. He
Okay,
rides
no,
the rope.
it was
Must not have been
Forsaken as well,
blinded.
okay.
Finds the headshot. It's DOS9. Does get taken down and Jing gets spared. Just a tuck back. Forsaken continuing to challenge the angle.
Yeah, it was a bit of a team blind, unfortunately, there from Forsaken that got his little friend. Yeah.
Boom or bot, so
It was
true.
the paranoia and salvo combo from Boom over at Mound.
If Boom
Maybe
just
Rex is
go
about to
out
get
though
silly.
and are just like sad, that would make me sad for Boom.
Looking for the flash out. Nothing really noted there. Something finding the shot. They're continuing to run forward. And all right, they get the cleanup. It's going to be a flawless here.
Everyone
As
taking damage.
PRX getting the heart going, making
No,
me
no.
concerned. I thought they were going to just rush out, lose a bunch of weapons.
No, they just want to add a little bit more entertainment towards this one. They can't win a match.
See, the thing
cleanly.
is, right?
They have to do something.
Do you think they'll just be shit on Fracture
all
again?
5 are
Like,
alive,
what?
you know, they come
Thing
into
is
that
for the
round with a
next
couple of
map, either
pistols as well,
Paper.
so
I
you
feel
can
like the
actually
next
see
map
now
is
this
not
bonus
close.
round
Either
look a little bit
PRX
more
dominate or
stronger
they're
and holding
shit.
for the rifles, which is exactly what they do. An operator, meanwhile, for Famous, glass cannon
course.
style. At least it's out early, right? Last time we saw Boom play, they had, what, 2 operators in play total?
It took them 6 rounds to be able to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
First
can win
time
on
out.
Ascent, but like
But
for the
yeah,
next map,
Glass cannon.
either
go
like
fast
Boom,
lane.
like crumble under the pressure, and PaperX are just on it.
Just setting
And I
up.
just
Smoking
awake.
now is well aware of this op being in play. Makes a TP. It's a little bit of an investigation here onto the site. They were thinking maybe he could be backside.
I mean, that's a bit.
Where does he want to go, though? You just sit here.
He's just smiling.
Yeah, wait for your teammate to see if he can reveal any opponents. I mean, it's putting a little bit of pressure right now onto DOS9, who, well, doesn't feel pressured anymore that he's found Forsaken.
Shrugs that off. In the meantime,
This is a bit of a
did
strange
get
one. Now you have
tagged
no
out. An
smoke.
HP
You can't
remaining
do.
there
You can't do a
on
beast split with no
Boom's
smoke,
pay
sure.
hole. Second to
And
the
then
B side,
again,
getting ready to
I
come
mean,
to
they're in.
fruition.
The C's.
Thorns that just go ahead, hold off that back angle, upper. They get the spot on NC Slasher. There's something.
Going
around
back
towards
to
the
A,
center.
and they
That
find the
headshot
fucking outlaw
through
kill.
the corner.
pivot towards the A site now as well, and I'm looking at the utility of Boom. You have nothing really to play for on this retake.
No paranoia, just a fault line, and it's already going to be sent as they try to get themselves into positions, but you still have a Viper that's a world away. Jing, however, does get caught. DOS9.
Okay, Goat 9.
Top just managed to go ahead and
Has to
find
be
the
you.
one, flashing into the swing.
Take me to map 2.
Divide, collecting another.
Take me to map 2.
It's himself 2. Finishing off that low HP member,
What?
but it's Berserks.
Line him up.
Has them lined up. PRX.
That was his second
Counting
and third
back to
kill.
Master Shanghai. Themselves stacked in front of one another. Die together, and that does get Boom a round win.
Yeah, not bad for Boom, but not the way that you wanted to be getting another round on the board, is it? Into the bonus round where you only take out one weapon, albeit the operator, so you'll at least be okay that you take that into the next one. Timing and rotations.
Such a quick shot.
From PRX. Still giving a massive crack in this one.
The 1v2 as well.
See this last kill and how they do line up for him. It's a bit of a waltz for Berserks, and yeah, I mean, he's just shooting through his teammates' falling corpse at that moment. Still, Boom on the board again. Will stave off PRX from getting map point in the first one of this elimination game.
He Shiro pied and Berserks is one death off pieing.
So
oh my god.
Brought forward.
I mean, it's a 3v5.
Actually here. So not too bad, but Divide.
And Goat 9's dead, it's over.
Smoke, pushing
it's
forward.
over.
Catching DOS9 and Famous. That would have been
Your
one
op
hell of
shot's
a
going
flick.
in the floor, man. It's
No
going in.
cigar,
Okay,
something does get
Berserks.
taken down.
Didn't pie.
In death. And it's Prowler to try to check around the back. And so far, Berserks avoiding detection. The bound across, Jing still somehow
Jing
comes
cannot
away with that
die.
kill. The judge now from Forsaken, just storming forward towards Waterfall.
Second's got a
Even
judge.
gets Shiro down to 67. The armor ripped away from him.
And you've got an operator, remember, for this retake. Do you have to consider saving this to the next round?
No, you gotta go. You're down 11-4. You're not. If they save, I'm not watching the last
But
round.
at that point, you're no longer playing for the win. You're playing to try to push it into overtime. We'll see what the call does end up looking like for Boom. Might be best to just cut the losses here on the map and then focus
gonna
forward for their
fade.
own
He's just
map
gonna
pick.
die.
And see Slasher, however,
That's a guy
is able
who's
to find
not
one.
the
Judge
most
for now
experienced
on the
owner.
ground. Showstopper, however, similarly at the ready. Just looking to try to contain
Hold it
that
there, Jing.
back.
You just gotta hold it.
Boom, pushing forward, persevering. Paint shell sent. Jing frantically trying to figure out Shiro's position. Shiro will get him with the wall bang shot. Once again, up, can it be retained? Boom, continue to persevere.
Yeah, by the narrowest of margins yet again, 7 seconds and change on the clock. So a 3 versus 4 retake that they find successful.
When do we start believing? What,
You know,
for
the
Boom?
call that they would have had to make in the scenario
I
like
don't
that
have
as
any
well. What do
belief
we
right
wait
now.
for? But we find some
I mean,
good
that was a
timing on
pretty bad
Forsaken
mistake
looking
by
the wrong
Forsaken.
way. The operator comes out, and then there's a couple of
I will
trades.
start believing.
1 versus 1, similar HP.
If they win
Both
3
members
rounds in a
at
row
the
from
end
here, I'll
as
start
well,
believing.
but Shiro getting that one, so they will hold on, and it really is feeling like it's Boom holding on at the moment, but maybe now a moment of
Forcing
reprieve.
with 2 stingers.
Light shields.
Against a bunch of stingers.
Steel Garden though, Dimensional Drift, I mean, you could actually invest those in a round such as this as PRX.
Knowing the team, they very well may.
It could be quick into
Maybe
the
they just
C-side
needed to
with
warm
Nightfall
up
to
a
lead
bit.
first too.
Get the pain shell, sending him off the angle here. Bucky in hand for Jing, just trying to scare him off and force him back. A bit of damage here, now down to 21. Swing onto the corner,
Oh,
though.
no.
Forsaken, doubling back, he's able to find
Oh,
all 9.
no.
Shiro, dead. Divide, got
There's
the
no
stinger,
belief.
pushes in, finds Berserks.
Although that's the
That's
spike. I'm
Slasher
not quite sure
fishing
what
through the
Batman's
smoke,
doing.
is able to find one. The spike drop for a brief little moment. Famous with the off. The swing down, and NC Slasher loses the fight.
4 HP. Look at the fucking HP
Famous.
on these guys.
Has to do it all. The question is, again, do you save it or do you try to play it out? His teammates will have relayed how low some of these players are, but now he's trapped in, slides across, gets the no-scope. Oh, tiny bit of style perhaps.
1 bullet.
1 bullet. Reloads. Can he split this? No. The Bucky will once again sing out. Silencing
Well,
Famous as
GG.
PRX get themselves up to map point.
I mean, I'm talking about maybe a Dimensional Drift and Steel Garden, and that they just invest the Nightfall, and they make it look easy a little bit there, don't they?
Oh
They're
my
just
god,
straight
I
shooting
can't
in towards
believe
it. They're
this is
getting the
happening.
trades.
How is this the
Commanding
timeline we
space
live
towards
in?
The holes as well. Just the Stingers and the Bucky getting the job done. And that pushes PRX onto round number 12 now. Map point. This is their own map
wow.
choice, by the way, for those that may have just joined us during the map.
Right, if they're Fracture, if they win on
7
Fracture,
in a row that Boom would need to find to push us into an overtime
I'm in.
scenario.
If they lose on Fracture and look shit, I won't believe even if they win Ascent.
Storming through the B side here
I'll
for
be
the
still
moment.
off the train.
Push up, close angle. Jing able to find one before being taken down. Jump up into the smoke. Shorty shot not quite
Do I
connecting
just
there as
believe
something.
in Hyunmin?
Quick little exit.
Do I just be doubting Thomas?
Forsaken in the meantime, though, he's pinching forward. He's gotten himself
What
as
the
well
fuck is this
over to the
round?
baby door. And now this back rubble position is all but shattered.
TG.
Wide open as it's just DOS9 and Berserk's left standing.
Yeah, DOS9 could get out of there, but his teammate couldn't. And Berserk's just used the pit at the C site, remember? So they kind of knew where he was already.
Just TPing in, checking things out. Nothing spotted Berserk's. Just the stinger in the smoke. As the C's gets a grab. I think noise has been made. And like you're pointing out to me now, yep, the Vi still on a lurk. Facing maybe a timing. DOS9 seemingly has spotted him, but Divide just wins the fight.
It ain't looking good.
She lied to get to map point, not allowing them to get to that.
Wait, this map
Not
can't
allowing
still be
them
going
to
on.
get to that swing of lead in this best of 5. Fighting.
This map
not
started
only for
like
the
a
map,
good
but
while after the
almost their
fucking
lives in this series.
Paper X one, no? I mean, before this map started like a good couple minutes before, no? I guess it's 11-8 and that one finished what, 13-5.
That was the easy map though, so don't despair yet, Mr. Hater.
Again though, I don't like hate Paper X. I'm confused. I'm confused about where I am because like I like Boom and I want Boom to do well. Their Boom are a nice story. And like if Paper X beat Boom, I'd rather see Paper X win than DRX. Like when Paper X play DRX, I'll be rooting for Paper X. But then a part of me is conflicted because like seeing the train get derailed will be funny. But they are good at Lotus. Like you have to just admit it. Like I'm not, this is the thing, I'm not a hater. They are good at Lotus. We'll see about their fracture. Even fucking Sliggy must have thought that their fracture was dog shit yesterday. Sliggy probably, I hope Sliggy would have been banned by what he was saying. It was that bad. In his own chat.
This Eli squad, knowing that they pressure one side of the map, rotate out away from it, but for once, Sheila might just go for a full commit. They've got.
See, I think my thing is, I just didn't accept
coming through a very
the Paper X. Like when they beat DFM and Global,
they're gonna know exactly where this player is.
I didn't even think they were that good. Like they weren't that good. The teams they were playing were shite.
Available has the rolling thunder. It could just shut down the attack. It's the bounce house coming through, and YOU gets out to safety, but Happy Way's left all alone. A swing out will net another kill to Raga, a player that you were expecting to offer more.
But Boom have been worse. Yes,
it's a 2 versus 2. Spike hasn't been planted quite yet. You can see XLG just want to try and take a little bit more space and honestly just probably try and deny a Vandal being picked up, but why is he just missing that?
But I also think that Boom probably did get a bit
are.
overrated from
It's
going
a
5-0 because
focus
I think they
onto
caught
K9.
teams that they played at a good
Knowing
time.
that
Right, they
Wisey
played
can't push through
Paper X early when
with
they
the
were
ult,
shit.
sorry, but
They
does
played
have the
Gen G
overdrive.
early before they'd figured stuff out.
Thunder invested
Then
as
they played
well.
DRX when
You spoke about those
They played
ultimates
DRX
and how important they were.
when like Flashback left. Yeah, this was the freeing on Yoru game. So I do think they caught teams at good times. They caught Paper X before they fully got back on form. So I do think maybe Boom got a bit overrated by that, but still. But they definitely still played worse in their first game. I would say that one
after this
wasn't amazing.
There's only 2 players you want those Vandals on. You'll be very
YZ
happy with
worked out.
Happy Way having it, but it doesn't matter when YZ is just that bit quicker on the flick. You look at the flick of the wrist, they will make things happen. Raga finds Levius, who just leaps back into their own pit, back into safety, but they are eventually taken out. The spike is going to go down, but there's only 2 members on site. If Billy goes now, they will have all the advantage, but they don't know that. Feel like they have to wait.
Trying to play this one intelligently, but it's drawing out a lot of util from XLG just to try and stall for as much time as possible. Raga holding by stairs, top of the spike should do it, but you see the gun barrel. You see the fights coming in, and XLG are starting to win now. Starting to win this through the spam as Golden Coconut. Sheriff in hand gets the kill, and now we'll put XLG onto map point.
Boom's map veto was terrible. I mean, they picked Fracture, which I think makes sense.
But will
based
they
on what you saw
bottle it
yesterday,
like Billy did? Can they secure map 2, put themselves onto that series point, at least in terms of the map victories?
All prediction from watching China, but no Chinese team will win one match.
Lord. What was that shot?
That is quite bold, I think.
I mean, at the end of the day, it does not net them the round, but that was insane to see.
Especially when you know Wolves are going to win the whole tournament. That's especially bold. Some might call that ridiculous and stupid. What was the best and worst round? I need some rounds. Can anyone remember any rounds that were like the best and worst rounds of the last like couple days? Kayak Ace, of course. Yes, Kayak Ace. What was the worst round? I mean, it probably is a T1 one in there.
This stage is so beneficial, but instead it looks like the XLG side are the ones that are experienced in this tie.
Prone going to be used to force that player off a mound. We have had a vote in the YouTube poll. 71% feel like XLG is going to close this out. 14% thinks it's OT. And another 14% thinks BLG is going to win, but not in OT. I don't know how we see that happening, but, you know, I'm glad they believe. On that note, Gilai very much wanting to take this one slower, wanting to not take those risks. They know they are one.
Honestly, I might just go back and play a fucking Wolves round from a couple of weeks ago when they qualified on Haven. That was
see a rollback of rounds.
That was crazy. I mean, I can show you that one in a second.
It's not like this from
it is
BLG. Just
if you didn't see that round, it's very
aware
funny.
that there's some sense on C, and they're all just.
I forgot to put one in the last.
Raga tries a hero TP off the back of a stun, but the whole squad were almost aiming at that one TP spot.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't an effective play.
Oh, wow.
And there's just nothing that they can do now. They have been completely found out by Billy. The play was predicted,
the juicy
and I
stun
asked if that timeout was a mistake.
It was pretty rough.
Maybe it was, Veg.
There's still time. I believe. I believe. It's
But
time.
you got to think, like, Gilai, they just won that last round. They had momentum. They had the advantage going. Last one was Billy that had to change things up, and they go, here's a timeout. Have all the time you need to change stuff up and change your game plan. And Billy takes perfect advantage.
Every shred back, as you can see right now, Gilai will win this round.
I mean, they are going to have to force into it if they want to have their best chance, but they are just going to elect into kind of a save. 3 rifles being bought, 2 sheriffs being bought, but if there's anything we know about Billy is they like to lose these anti-eco rounds.
Certainly no strangers to losing when they're the favourites to win. Raga drawn out quite a bit of util there as well, and you can see Billy fighting heavily across on towards A, and the reaction has to be to try and get back over towards C before this is really just playing into a massive post plan.
Ollie could be used to slow them down, but it doesn't matter when you have two members that can TP past it. They've gained access to this C site. Billy might potentially be looking for their last retake of the map.
Going aggressive, playing in this smoke, trying to take as much space back from this Billy side as possible.
Nice. Ollie's being used. You pushing out the smoke has found the perfect timing, but can't get the kills. And Billy has found themselves an advantage, has found themselves an opportunity, and the spike is being stuck. It's got to half. The molly's used as well, but it's Raga that's already got 3, and Lucia left all alone.
Raga the goat. As we get into map 2 here, Fracture. Raga is very good. You haven't seen Raga play before. They're sticking with it. They stick with their comp. The something Brim. Now yesterday, if you didn't watch them play, essentially they just kept doing fucking 4-1 dish pushes that just had no fucking chance. Something had 0 kills until it was like, I don't even know, what was it? He was on like 0-13 or something. Hi TMV! Who are you? Someone's there.
And see if Boom are going to be able to run this back. Get us a third map in this series.
100th map for Jing as well in VCT Pacific.
Why is something on Brim? Well, it was yesterday and he dropped an all-time stinker. He's got more kills already than he did in
Berserk's out from tower, able to find one, but cannot get the trade up to try to equalize. Is hello something. Lost9 takes his time, finds the kill, cherishes it for a moment, but then has his life wrested away from him. As Jing has another fiery hot start here to the pistol round. Push out. It's going to be the 4K.
Jing is going to have the highest rating of all time.
Might try to spread the love around here a little bit more, as
hang on,
might be regretting that, but there you go. Goes off the peak,
he almost nailed
finds
himself
it.
as well.
4-piece for Jing on the raise. And that is going to be 3-0 in pistols for PRX across the set now.
Yeah, it always makes it harder for a team, isn't it, when you're not getting the pistol rounds that you're generally finding 2 on the back of as well, right? So a bit of a roughie, but it's good to see that Jing starts off from where he left off in the last map. Now, cast your mind back to when we did first see these two teams play each other in the group stage. Week number 3, Patman's first game with PRX. They had Fracture in the pool.
Oh,
pretty close scoreline in the end. Jing dropped 27 kills back then as well. So with him already just having an absolute belter in the first map, imagine a world in which he can consistently do that coming into here yet again. A-main control for Boom. They'll take the orb. And with just the Killjoy turret to protect the B site and Berserk's in the back lanes, well, it's just going to be free territory for PRX here in the Enigo.
Full approach around that north side here from the remainder of Boom. It's just going to be a bit of a death ball. See if they actually try to make a go of this, or if it's just going to be a stack up, pick off 1 or 2 exits, and then die to the spike. It's one of the things that you don't want to do is give Jing those last 2 charges.
No.
Yeah.
How many rounds did they win yesterday? Was
Something
it 4
in the bag,
or
going
something?
with the same
4
pistol
or 3?
play, so the bonus rounds can be
That they won on Fracture.
brought up with next round.
Patman able to find himself a second kill.
3.
Lost9 will swing out. Eats the headshot. Looking for a little bit more. Berserks will make it somewhat costly. And Jing now 1 away.
My opinion on the buy from PRX.
Sat here in sewer,
fine.
gonna try to
I
stay
mean,
alive, but Divine
this is kind
on
of funny,
the
but
hunt.
actually, I don't
We'll
think
go
this is
ahead
this
and
bad
put
for
him
Neon
down,
to have a
get his second
Bucky
charge
on attack.
towards that ult. Not flawless, but damn near close to it.
On
PRX
Fracture, I
2-0
think that's
start.
probably fine.
100%
I mean, you're, like, a Bucky against, like, no shields
to
will be a kill.
yesterday, so you'll
Like,
definitely
if
take
you're
that
anywhere
one. Sorry
close
to
to them,
highlight
a
that
Bucky
one,
versus
folks,
no
but,
shields is a free
it
kill.
definitely was a pain point to a degree for PRX.
Ultimately, it's a positive.
Oh, for sure, right now, yeah.
A gain is a gain.
Yeah, and they did win the series at the end, so as I said, they wipe off that first map in that series from their minds. They come out with a reverse sweep, and they already have map number 1
They
in
go
this
for the
series.
and this,
so
well,
now,
this is the
coming
thing.
in
I mean,
towards
they're
the
doing
bonus
this a
round,
lot.
let's see if Boom are going to
Where
be
they're
able
just
to answer
forcing
back.
us
An
up round
operator
3.
has been purchased up for Famous Glass Cannon style yet again, as it's a Southside control approach for PRX.
Jing not buying a rifle when he could have done was a bit strange, because he
Divine
could have
will
bought a
cross that rope
rifle
to meet the team too.
full shield, but gonna ult. Oh,
Off
no,
the
he's not.
contact of the
Berserk's
turret.
is just gonna kill him.
Zerk's on the peak, able to find Jing.
Yeah, raid boss down.
Gets the showstopper in death. Best way possible for Boom's odds here. As he tried to deny bonus conversion. The PRX was able to do to get off to such a hot start on that defense on Lotus.
Yeah, and just keeping the operator poised towards Dish as well. Just isolates a whole angle of the map that Boom don't essentially need to just worry about right now. You got your alarm bot still to play contact over at Arcade too, so you really only need to have a bit of focus towards the south side entries of the map. And PRX is still going to be leaning towards B, so we'll see what the members there for Boom are going to be able to do.
I got 3 players here.
Forward. Tucked into the corner, never checked here, but might not matter as Forsaken finding one, now peeks back out there. Made aware. Patman's still with that Spectre. Getting himself another 2 kills.
Oh, now you're in some trouble. No.
Salvo's holding him back here for the moment as the smokes get ready to dissipate. Gets retucked into the corner. Nothing to flush him out, but double stuns available here for Shiro and Famous. Shiro finding one. Patman, the Vandal recovered, picked up. Pushing forward. Just the pistol drawn out here in the smoke. Dissipating.
Ult.
Tags him to 60. Swinging around, the off shot gonna be good for it here is Famous. Bonus conversion not to come through, but still, again, so much damage suffered.
How many times have we seen Boom win a round and it's only one member surviving and it's taking that operator into the next one? I mean, yeah, it's awesome that they're able to get online. They're able to, you know,
he's afraid of timing, but when he's in the smoke, surely you can
run away with it.
When he's first in that smoke, you ult and just push him, surely.
Like,
or you ult and reposition.
Forsaken noted getting in towards the tower
Crazy,
and
though. The
Berserk
first
is
buy is
able to
crazy.
dispatch of him.
Like here, now
is
is when
getting
you
all
ult.
these
Right,
trades.
when
If
you
he
get
doesn't
stunned
allow
there by the
Forsaken to
Neon, you just pop ult.
Famous just retreat a little bit and bring out that operator shot. That would be the 3rd one for PRX, you would assume.
DOS9 naked
You
rifle.
mentioned that Jin got the showstopper in death. Well, now that's available, accompanied by a rolling thunder.
You get shot, you lose the round.
Spuds, thanks.
It's an FPS game.
Forward with the showstopper.
Spuds, thanks for the
Let's
11
hope
months.
Boom don't get rolled over like the Leicester versus Southampton ref.
Showstopper now going to be sent. Jing expecting some pressure off the back of that fault line, but in fact it is just a massive retreat over towards that rope, which that's going to be a decent amount of splash damage on the DOS9. Has dropped down from Shiro. Is able to find one, but then PRX opens up the firing squad.
He got the grenade off as well.
Yeah, good trades. They'll settle themselves down now for the post plant. Remember, the rolling thunder is available.
Still in the back pocket here to try to defend. Situated here in main. Famous just taking a bit of a blind shot there.
Oh,
Forsaken is asleep at the wheel.
Full asleep. Patman still has ult.
Well, that's
Now
going to
he
force
rips
the
it.
rolling thunder. Connects on the 2. Time continuing the tick here. This fault line gets sent. Swoop out. Berserk's good to find Jing. Comes up with that kill, but they still need to break through the door. Berserk's trying to lead the charge.
Not if something
Finds
dies,
a headshot that leaves Patman now alone to try to clutch it out. Gets some damage across the stun. Connecting. The op shot missing. But NC Slasher hitting, but the time is not there. PRX, a war of attrition. They narrowly win, as it's going to be a Red Bull clutch. Everyone dead, but the round theirs.
Yeah, Boom very scared from the showstopper drop. Understandably so as well. And the rolling thunder to really push them back before they have any time to just clear the whole site. Focus on the main angle. Like, you're removing
ready to jump on the
where
train.
something has the
I'm ready to
incendiary
accept
as well.
they've won this game.
You're thinking, all right, this is looking okay. You got a 2
looks better
versus
than
1.
yesterday.
Or it was a 3 versus 1, in fact, before Patman managed to bring it to that 2 versus 1 and just bought himself enough time. take that one as you are for PRX, with everyone dying, so they will have to reinvest here. But similarly for Boom, I mean, they didn't survive with too much either.
Don't do that on your own. Okay, thank God.
Stealth trying to open up the door here. And, oh, looking for that two-person face forward. Jing now trapped in the corner. The Armageddon starting to go across. Patman going to be taken down as DOS9 is able to find one.
How did that ult not kill it?
The rest of the players trying to
How
escape.
did Jing live that?
Eventually found. DOS9 now with an orbital strike online. Famous. Step on a nice line. Is able to find Jing to bind. Forced basically just to drop out of the smoke, try to find something, but Boom, looking like they might be finding that.
Yeah, but it still didn't look like he was going to get out.
First time here in this
and he got
series,
stunned by the neon as well, no?
Flawless would do wonders for them. Something will take that away from them. But an ace clutch to move up 4-1 seems like it's out of the cards.
40 seconds and he can reposition towards the B side if he wants. He is one away from the orbital, smokes an incendiary, but I think priority have the gun available for the next round. Probably one of the most clean rounds we've seen from Boom so far here today.
Turret set up around the back. Smoke's coming down. Are they in audio distance? It seems like they haven't realized quite just yet, but now they will.
How much does he get here?
Spike planted.
Shift walks over. Is it just going to be the long wraparound? He's got the orbital to buy himself some time. He could reroute.
There's no way he's using
through sewers if he wanted to. Looks like
unless he gets 2 kills. Unless he just pops 2 people.
At arcade, shots starting to come through, and it's not going to be good for either of them.
Go 9 with the 4K.
2 players narrowly surviving. Boom. Bring this back, just 1 round separating.
Importantly, it's just the team going together as a unit there to make sure they're getting the trades. Not leaving anything up to chance, not leaving any opportunity for something to be able to come out with it. I really do like the scrap battles that they have and the combination of utility around the door as well, right? You're getting in the Armageddon, the Aftershock, the fault line. You're just really making PRX have a bad day with gaining any space and any just solidified positions that they can try and shoot back from.
No.
It'll push them on towards the eco
Rifles
rounds now
PRX.
as well. Forsaken doesn't have an overdrive available, so that Bucky is just going to be let in somewhere with the Nikes. A duel early in the tree.
Oh, tucked into the corner, and he's looking to get overwhelmed.
Risky to run into a fucking neon Bucky.
Up here at arcade, not going to find the shot there for Famous. Forsaken, now a weapon upgraded in ahead of that Aftershock. Does get whittled away at, down to 11.
Yeah, they could try and get the spike plant down here. You got to think about a lockdown. Maybe you have to drop the orbital to destroy that one.
Oh, but Patman dies right before they pull the trigger on that, so now working at a pretty big disadvantage, given that Forsaken's eaten quite a bit of damage here. Jing has since been passed over the weapon, looking on that angle, but Berserk's just outsprang. Not suffering any damage. The Vandal not getting through as Berserk finds another something now dead.
Pretty clean
by
Boom
around
overall.
the back with the Sheriff to try to make it a little bit costly, but he can't find the kill.
It happens. It happens to the best of us. It's okay. It was an eco at the end of the day for PRX, but a bit of an investment with the orbital strike, I will say. Trading out for the lockdown
3-3.
of Berserks. Again, though,
Good comeback from
clean
Boom.
rounds breed confidence here for the Wolfpack. So tying things up 3-3.
Again, not the best decision by DOS9, I don't think there.
Against the eventual buyout that'll come back for PRX.
To run into a Bucky, but they
In a
dealt with
round
the rest
where
fairly well.
There's no
couple whiffs from
massive
PRX.
setup to come through on the defensive side. It's got to be those later adjustments and figuring out
So,
how to go for those retakes.
These
Now,
3-2 hits that you're
some
seeing
new
here
strategies
again,
yet
like
again
this
for
is
straight
something
control.
that they didn't do a lot of yesterday. I think one of the rounds that they won was this, to be honest. So maybe they're just doing this a lot now, where they
try to contend
send the 2 duelists in 2 different directions. Try and meet in the middle kind of thing.
Still gonna be in a
The problem
bit of a rough
is you
spot
can
as
run
that's
into that
unassisted.
where
Forsaken
you just
goes
don't
in,
have enough
dies.
setup.
Famous peaks. Patman dies.
So far, so good for Boom.
Excellent. Well, that's not going to do much of anything there. Puts the fear of God into him with the shorty. Lets him know that this tower position not going to be easily breached.
Okay, they use breach ult.
Divine able to find Shiro, but swiftly falls
Flash
NC
from
Slasher. Famous watching the ropes. Goes ahead, cleans up Jing. Famous, he's going to go for it. Oh, flash out, maybe not.
I mean, it's just another scenario where you're going together as a team.
Something again in a
not giving something
1v4.
An opportunity.
He should probably try and save. It is a long time to save, but
Something just going to be sat in position, but these jiggle peaks going to be the pain of his existence here. Too many angles to try to clear out. Once again.
I mean, bro.
30 seconds left.
Gonna die to
What do you
dust
even
line
say?
underneath here.
Yeah.
You just do it time and time again. Okay, there we go.
It's like when you're playing like some kind of horror game and you see that the creatures are spawned in.
Yeah.
But they haven't like
Seen you
activated
yet,
yet.
yeah.
So, but you just kind of like see them around the corner. You're like, oh.
And then you still get jump
I have
scared.
to go in there. Like, I don't want to do this.
Well done though from Boom, I will say, right? A good little grasp on how they need to be peeking around this one. For Famous, how many times do we see the operator just having to come online for some really good successes for the team of Boom?
Timeout, PRX.
So it's good to see that they're able to repeat
4
that
in a
time.
row. The train's starting to halt. The train, there's some logs on the track. Some wet leaves. The tracks are starting to get a little messy. Oh, one of the things is broken. Oh, this one's broken. It went over a bump. The people, this is you. This is you in the train. Here's Sliggy. With his little hat. And here's you. You're going, whoa. You're going up. Oh, out of your seat. You're jumping out of your seat. You're angry. That's you. This is your hair. They're back on an eco. Interesting they picked attack
Or
side
a
after yesterday as
sort
well.
of investment round.
I mean they are
The
playing
game plan is to come in
double
towards
duelist,
this
but-
one directly or the one after.
Okay, they just go full
Get
5
close
stack.
to the
We're
lockdown
playing
for Divide as
retake
well,
at B.
which can just be traded out by DOS9's Orbital Strike. Very disconnected play at the moment from Boom on this B site.
Turret getting activated.
Oh, no one.
Drive popped, and then Forsaken is just sending it in towards the spawn.
7
He's
HP
almost going
though.
to be good to come away
Wow,
with
they
two.
just
Divine's
rush him
right
into
there with the
spawn.
follow-up.
They did
Jing
not expect a second player
Considers
at
this
all.
pulls off the angle there at the end. The boom bot not going to be lasting too long, but now
should
a
be
timing
remote.
here on this lockdown. Placed in front of Jen, but Shiro looking to try to catch them by surprise. Swinging the corner, finds the first. Looks to try to clear it out, but something bails them out. Gets that kill. Now it's on Famous. A Vandal versus 2 Sheriffs, both players full HP. A flash on Molly between them.
Should be impossible.
Reposition. Default line now. Sent. The stun connecting. And something just swinging around the back, catching him by surprise.
And a thrifty, a
Thrifty
nice call by PRX to be
Gets
fair.
pulled off here off the back of the timeout call. PRX tie us
Full
up at
push in,
4-4.
first with
Maybe that
Neon ult,
timeout
and
was
then these
for
guys
what
were
to do
kind of
with that
like
sort of round just there,
delayed, but
quick
like
in
they
towards
probably
the B
just thought
site,
there's
you
no
remove
way,
a lot
like
of that
after
killjoy
Forsaken
utility, you
dies
remove
here,
DOS
right?
9
So after
first,
he's
so you
dead,
don't have
just
an
there.
orbital strike to answer the
A one
lockdown.
is just
That's a
through, but
disgusting
like
shot.
Jing is like
Not needed
Jing
in this
is
game.
late enough where it's like
Great
he
work
doesn't
from
even
Shiro,
try
I
to
will admit,
trade.
in attempt
So
to
you
bring
probably
something
just
back
thought
for
like,
Boom.
oh, there's no one else
Wasn't
gonna
able to
be
get
there.
the
Because
lockdown
normally there
done,
isn't,
but
right? Normally
2
you play against
kills,
solo
providing
dudes,
his
and there is
teammate into
literally no
a
one else
1
can
versus
be
2
there.
maybe manageable situation.
I think that it's rounds like that that kind of just show the development of PRX across the stage, considering how things had begun.
Yeah.
You know, I think back to the start, they were losing every round they committed ults in,
Yeah.
regardless of weaponry.
They just looked lost and disconnected a lot of the time.
But now well utilized to be able to
Famous
find themselves a
clearing
thrifty win.
most of
Forsaken
north side.
looking like he's suspicious about this potential position here, but now is
Nice
at risk
ult.
of getting caught at will. It'll be the orbital that takes him down.
So this time they had Jing all
Nice
on his
little
own.
trap play set up from the
Oh,
side
they've
of
seen
Boom.
him
His
though.
gun barrel gets spotted out. Jing
So they got
still
one.
able to find one before getting picked apart.
Yeah, you still are at a deficit though.
But they should know that that
Here
maybe is it, because as I said, they did have the Neon clear out top side.
to the site.
Plant committed to Divide.
So
With
retake
the
all from
operator, not
spawn.
something
Oh,
we
this
see
is
nearly as
nice.
much these days. Maybe once Sunset comes back into the mix.
PRX train delayed like it's the UK, but sadly Sliggy is also the British train lines and make you submit a lot of paperwork for a partial refund.
The jump forward, looks to try to steady it, can't quite make it
Well, I
happen.
mean,
but
the
has
train
done
might be
a
back
significant
on
amount of
time.
damage. DOS9 at 30 HP.
Oh, nice
Famous,
shot.
however, on the peak, instantaneous, finding Divide, leaving Patman now to try to clutch it out. Finds
Ult.
the first.
Right, you
back
have
pedals,
ult again.
Has a fault line, even
Use
has a
ult,
rolling thunder.
please.
And he's not going to be shy about it, it would seem. Taps the door. Fault line sent. Famous not sticking to it.
Dang,
As
he
it's going to
didn't.
be another Red Bull clutch.
Oh, yeah, got a little bit worried.
Finds that.
I
And
got a
gets
bit worried.
PRX back into a lead.
From that 3 versus 4 when the spike plant goes down as well, Devi with the operator managing to at least establish one. It's unfortunate but that Berserk loses his life when Jing is spotted out there as well, but it's just the trade game,
another
right? It's
1v2
making sure
though.
that the trades, that you're on top of them. Nice idea for the one-way smoke, makes things a little bit awkward, but some good repositioning from Pac-Man, not
Could
wanting to give
Dust9
a
come
duel. I think
together
that's
and
really
you just play
important
all
for a
together
player
and
like
have
him
the
coming
neon
into
run
this
out and he
roster,
swings
wanting
you?
to prove himself, wanting to be part of
Probably.
the team.
That probably would have been the ideal way of playing it, but
So
now they're
far,
on
so
an
good.
eco.
Liking what I'm seeing.
I mean, they're definitely better than they did yesterday. That's not a high bar.
Showstopper, Rolling Thunder.
Still,
No
I
homes
still
to
don't
speak
think
of
this will
here
be a
for the
good
moment.
map for them. Right? I wouldn't
Three
say
more
this.
rounds to be
This
played
looks like
per
a map
half.
you definitely can beat
Cycle these
Paper
up.
X on, but
Will take, does get NC Slasher. Recharges
at
away.
least it's not a free win.
Fast lane, just cutting every single player from the boom side away from the site.
Guardian and a judge here for Dos9 and Berserks. But Berserk's still on the other side of the map.
Yeah, this
Scan,
should be a pretty
finding
free one here for
Forsaken.
Paper
Devi
X.
finding NC Slasher at drop. Second player working forward, Famous trying to put that Sheriff to good use, but just can't quite find the hit, can't quite find the head. Jing all the meanwhile ready to just send that Showstopper should it be needed, but right now it is looking like they won't have to. Push forward, the crunch coming in. Forsaken trying to wide swing there.
Don't think he expected him to have a judge.
Yeah, I think he misjudged the weapon.
Ah ha ha ha.
Yeah,
Nicely done.
All right, I'm gonna jump
Termy said, "I wish Frost goes back to the US."
don't
Did
do
he
that.
actually say that?
My legs deserve to be broken after that joke. Anyway, yeah, don't think he read that one quite so well, but it ultimately won't matter too much.
No, not a full investment to come in from them in this round for Boom, so they'll have that coming into the next one, which is now playing catch-up, right? 6-4. The half is at least established for Paper X in tie
crazy.
or in lead. An operator out for both sides as well. Devi still retaining that one. Immediate utility going to be forcing them back out of main unless they want to wait to contest it, which is what Forsaken's going to be doing here. Immediate rotations too for Boom.
Push coming through, and Jing, uncharacteristic whips, doesn't even find much damage. Shiro really losing a tiny smattering of armor. Site still does get taken, plant coming in, Rolling Thunder held. But Armageddon, I don't think that Pac-Man's gonna be able to get away from this one. Oh, he's barely sights
He
out.
lived.
What a
They did it the
narrow
wrong way
window.
though. If they did it the other way, he's dead for sure.
And now he's got the Rolling Thunder at the ready. Orbital Strike will start. Forcing back NC Slasher from drop. Something swinging up towards Sand. Ends up getting taken down as Divine. Finding one with the op, needing a flash. Rolling Thunder holds the rest of the team back. 2v3, looking for the smoke timing, but Forsaken.
They
Finding the
look
headshot.
clean in these
And they're just picking their
situations. They
targets
look
and
so
nailing
good in
them.
those situations,
Pac-Man,
man.
what a game
Like
so
just their
far.
aim.
Oh yeah. No, 100%. He's just
Wow.
getting involved in all of these duels. He's making sure the flashes are on point for the team and the aftershocks to buy time as well. You look at the Armageddon placement in that one from Shiro. Had he reversed it and had it from the site on out towards main, maybe you're looking at a little bit of a different scenario in flushing the team into the open.
I mean, I would
instead
say
of
for
containing
Boom, like their
them to be
timing
stuck in
there off the
towards
stun
site.
is not good. They all
Never really
swing out
know
before the stun.
in the sort of situation like that, which way would be more valuable though. 7-5 is what Boom will be chasing for the last round of this half. A couple of valuable ults. Same utility to be poised at the front of A, which they'll actually invest quite a significant amount of numbers toward.
Last round of the half, and it's bound to be a pretty chaotic one based on what we're seeing at the moment, but
Gene Showstopper, I imagine.
They're taking their time with this one. Waiting for contact, waiting for info. Drone on the corner.
Yeah, I am noting that Devi is one away from a lockdown, by the way. They can pivot towards tree if they want. Turret hasn't spotted anything, but still staying around A.
Showstopper opened up, blast forward. Two players over here at Sands. It's going to be NC Slasher taken down. Is it Dos9 actually avoiding damage? Looked like it was going to at least be a bit of splash there.
Now they insta-rotate back B.
In the end, somehow, only a 1-for-1.
Lockdown
Lockdown now.
comes in insta.
Tempo use. Sent over on B.
Now they're one off their own killjoy like that. I don't know if
PRX
they're
locked
like,
away
I don't know
for
if this
the
ult
time
ult's
being.
here that they could just
Seconds
come and
remaining. They
get.
can tuck in
You know,
over
just
towards
hide
tower,
in
avoid the
tower.
detain, and then look to try to get the spike in play.
Surely Device
Freedom is
just
now
taking this
here
ult
for
ult.
Boom as well. Don't want to flood in before the plant goes down.
30
Oh,
seconds
he's
left.
one off ult.
We tap it. Oh, just a spray through. Berserk's able to find him. Forsaken.
Never mind, we just have
Massacres too.
Forsaken.
Divine out. Sights
now he
back
just
over.
ults.
Lockdown is brought forward. And Berserk's has his work cut out for
Okay,
him.
not clean.
Oh, something's
Losable.
quite low.
Takes the first step.
Oh,
He knows where they're going.
The
Alarm
alarm
bot,
bot.
yeah. Gets the trigger there. Something escaping forward into tower. Low on HP, as you say. No utility between them. With just a turret. It's just going to be the
Beep,
blind
beep.
push into tower, and Berserk is able to find it. Might
Doesn't
just
know
be
where he
able
is, though.
to bring this back into their favor. The tap, the scale forward. Forsaken, though.
Okay,
The perfect
it's
place at the
8-4.
perfect time, a 3K. As it's going to be 8-4.
It's not looking good, Boom Bros. I might have to accept. PRX, they're calling. The train is calling. I'm like the elves in fucking Lord of the Rings. A train west is calling. My time on this earth has come to an end. See y'all tomorrow, GG. There is no games tomorrow. The games are next week. We have to have a whole fucking week of this train building steam. A whole fucking week of it. Look at that fucking Jinx race or something in this chat. Apparently Frost said to tell me the MF word. You can swear in the chat, by the way. You don't need to... Yeah, you can say mind freak.
Group stage coming in with the first seed, skipping the early stage of this bracket. Losing the first one. If they lose this one 2-0 as well, that's very hurtful.
Just one on the north side. Nice set there for now. As Famous jumping forward here. All's in control of Boom completely and utterly, but that's going to go ahead and call for a three-player push out from that B side, but Berserk's just had it aligned but couldn't quite find that final shot.
One of them, he must have hit him
Still
through
does
the
an immense
wall.
amount of damage, finds a kill on the
Still,
Jing, opens things
off
up
of
here
one.
for the team.
Oh,
DOS9,
man.
however, going to be overwhelmed.
Do they push
Here the
spawn?
attackers spawn.
Do they
Take it
push
down with the
drop
spike now
because it's
planted.
planted for drop?
Something does have
You gotta
3
push
Sky
something.
Smokes as well.
Not
Put
something
there.
the player.
So he's ours
I
for
mean,
10.
just an area.
Tap at the door, the bounce forward. Shiro, great readjust. Finds something. Is forsaking the Shiro, and NC Slasher's going to be taken down. Now it's just sliding Neons. Right at each other, but Famous comes out on top. The tap at the spike. The Sheriff from the buy, and he hits him right between the eyes. Every single pistol.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Not a single pistol to come through for Boom in this one, and that just, how difficult does it make it here?
It's such a good start as well. Nearly finding that second and
The last
just
shot.
far too clean.
Yeah. Dot cross
Well,
air
that's
accuracy
probably
on that
GG.
one.
Boom force. Now
I
they
like to
force.
see it. He's had his moments in this map. Nothing too super stellar, but a couple of big frags with that operator earlier, with the Sheriff just there as well, an important one. It's a force up, though, with the plant going down for
They're
Boom.
running the same round.
Huge way. Glass Cannon Bulldog.
Yeah.
Jing around the corner. Putting some damage through there. Patman swinging in, trying to reinforce this position. DOS9, however,
Nice,
is
2
able to
for
collect
2.
2. Opens things up a bit, while Berserk's Glass Cannon coming up with value.
Force. Forcing's good.
Cheeky.
Imagine when teams don't force when they're
Forsaken
fucking
still
way down.
slow walking in the halls with that outlaw.
DOS9 holding for it, though.
Still might lose, though. DOS9 should die here.
Forsaken finding the first shot. Can he pick up the weapon? He's going to look to do so. Ends up dying, though. Berserks from drop. Finding it.
Good shit.
Something now. Has to try to pull this one off.
Just waiting for Salvo.
Shiro. Salvo's at the ready. There's the tap. Forcing it back away, guaranteeing that there's just not going to be enough time. Berserks will end up falling. There's something. Collecting the 2 kills. We'll get a couple extra charges up towards his ultimate as well as retaining the weapon.
Which is good, but
that is Boom with a much needed.
Okay, Boom.
Nice
Force.
A force up here. Force by victory of their own.
Yeah, one of the more needed rounds for them to stave off any further lead for PRX here. Just getting down and dirty in those duels, right? A lot of trades to come on out. Berserk's just scoping and bursting. Thinking an opportune situation in the 2 versus 2. The fact that he's just able to remove Forsaken on that slide, and they've got salvos in the back lanes waiting for the spike tap. Yeah, the right members doing the right things for Boom in that round.
They've all got full shields, so no rifles though, but they're ready for an outlaw.
Big tree approach.
Oh,
they got outlawed themselves.
Whiff on the first, hit on the second. Not much damage going to be taken. Divide. Dead. One of the side anchors now gone here.
You can see Boom fall to play with the numbers together as well here. There's a bit of weaponry on the side of PRX.
McLovin JN, thanks for the 2 months.
The Phantom from the last
2
round.
months, track by track, baby.
You are really spread across the map as PRX, so taking the initiative.
Interesting, it reads
clear some
BBY
parts
as
of the
baby.
map. They can further extend and clear all of north side and have to turn back towards A.
Sir Terry Snow stopping this train. PRX boss. I already talked to Termite. He has compiled all the Scrim VODs from Vision Strikers up to now. You know what's evil? Termite saved those files on the rejected email PCs.
Crossfires. Famous does get taken down. Patman joining in alongside something, finding the kill, but double push out of the smoke, and Berserk's good for 1. Jing, Sheriff shot to the space.
I mean, winnable.
Finds another
maybe?
before getting
No,
cleared out by
that's not
Shiro.
full shields. He should
Suddenly,
win
it's
this.
Forsaken.
But it's a hard spot to take a retake from.
Is it fast lane for a reposition to try to grab a gun, perhaps? Just a Sheriff at drop. Goes down, finds the first, but oh no, it's full armor striking at the worst possible moment for him.
If it was the other way around,
You know what's evil?
Shiro
Time
would
we
have been
save those
done,
files on
and
all
then
the
maybe you're looking
rejected
for him to
EMEA
slide in
PCs.
and have a really good how do
All
you
10
do,
of them are
but
going to be
just
thrown onto the
expecting
track.
that,
But is
the
that
kill
good
would
for
polish off
PRX
his
or not
opponent
if the
there.
VODs get fucking thrown onto the track? I don't think they need VODs. I think they just need vibes.
It caught the bullet and it kept him safe. Oh boy, well, still close, you can tell. PRX looking to
Okay,
persevere.
Divide
even
Judge.
though they
He's playing
themselves
fucking gun
not
game.
in the best position weapon-wise.
The way that this is going, though, we're going to have a pretty stacked ultimate round soon.
Playing tower.
North side approach for Boom now, full clearing arcade. Killjoy set up towards B as well. Meanwhile, a bit of a slow peek in towards A main for PRX. The further they go, the more info that they get. Together as a team as well, recognize that, well, no one's going to be here. So similarly, like last round, they got all of the north side control. Now you flip it for the south side. And also mean on the other way
Timing
that
on this will
Boom
be
can
very
just
important.
get into the A site almost scot-free,
How fast
see
did
that
Boom
no one's
go?
home. Have some time to set
Okay,
up for a
PRX are
post
pretty
plant
deep.
here.
They should be fine.
Everything wide open.
Well, here's the big fight.
We're left unlocked, and Boom looking to just make themselves right at home.
One's always interesting because both teams know what's going on. And it's NC Slasher fucking giving them a chance.
As well as finding an immense amount of damage on the Jing before getting taken down by the Showstopper. Something trying to steady those shots, but DOS9 a little bit faster with it.
And now you've got a
Finds
judge.
a headshot, keeps him with the
Device
advantage.
miles away
And
still.
Devi is still at B with a judge.
Yeah, and they already noted
Save
where
him.
Jing was as well with the Showstopper, right? So this round is pretty much just done and dusted.
He's going to try to juggle the weapon over here to his
I think he
teammate.
just throws it off the,
Get the upgrade.
fucking map before he
Will
gets
be
it.
able to do so. And that's going to be them going for a save. Boom.
Okay, losable.
Looking to
And
claw
the thing
this
about
back,
this
3
though is
rounds
like
consecutively.
they don't
just
look
2 away
shit.
from
If
tying it
PRX
up.
even do lose
Essentially,
this map from this point,
delayed bonus round coming into this one
they
as
haven't
well,
looked
right?
awful, which
So
gives me
finally
at least
getting
some hope.
yeah, I mean,
And probably
everyone's
means I would
talking about
favor
this
them on
track by
map
track
3.
for PRX, but what about Boom? I mean, they're slowly starting to figure out what they need to do on this attacking side. The next gun round is going to be a really important one for them to get through. And then if you also consider that the ultimates are going to start to really come online soon as well, if they're able to navigate their way through that.
Big from NC Slasher with a Guardian
there.
there.
Scrappily was still winning the round. I mean, they're setting themselves up to try and tie things up.
PRX. This is that first time out.
Second timeout call you would suspect here from PRX. There you go.
Second. How are we doing here?
Inserted into a very
XLG
position. Could just be the activation that they need, but they will hear. They went into the astral plane. They will know that there's a player there. The Armageddon is going to force these players onto site right into a ball, and it is a perfect set play from BLG to counter this rush from Zeli. But Coconut is still alive. They have managed to find a way to get themselves this site, but with 16 seconds left, they have to stick. They have to plan, and BLG doesn't want to let them. Wants to try and force them back. The dogs are going to be used. The C's is there. They have no space to use. They have to find these shots, but it's YZ that
the battles as the timeout now fades.
Wait, Boom didn't take a timeout in the first half. Boom are allergic to timeouts, I swear.
Round some upgrades for the rest of the squad with the pistols.
Well, they got themselves a thrifty in the last timeout. Don't have the ultimates to back it up quite as much this time around. One away from an overdrive here is Forsaken as well. Something with the orbital strike.
Yeah, Berserks is just waiting for contact on the turret to skedaddle on out of here. Bolt line will do the same.
Spot him out.
Okay, he just gets out.
Steadily escapes. In the meantime, a sight once again going to be the target. The push forward getting ready to come through. Something trying to watch the angle here with that Sheriff. The push out. It's going to be Divide with the Phantom. He's able to catch him by surprise. Dancing around the wall here is Forsaken. To the opposite side finds NC Slasher, and PRX are doing it again.
I mean, I don't.
He's got the outlaw.
If we wanted to do this, we could have just ulted this.
Spike picked up.
Try and ult them, but it didn't really go very well.
Berserks has to go absolutely crazy, and it'll just be whizzing right past Patman's ear. PRX off the back of the timeout will find themselves another
The problem is he did this.
And now
he went for this timing.
Digits.
But he went for it like off when we did breach up. But these guys haven't had time to react to like, they're just hearing a voice line. Maybe he's thinking that they might think it's here.
That they come out with after these timeouts. I mean, the
oh, he actually does it for sight. He completely missed everyone. Oh, they ulted
tries
sight.
to really drag them down.
Why are we ulting
but
sight?
by then, you feel like the damage was already done.
Hold on, I've got to go back.
Action.
Let me see this breach ult.
Coming through, something trying to watch the angle here with that Sheriff. The push out.
Oh, what a horrible ult. You know that they've pushed fucking north
as you say, PRX are the team here to find double digits first.
I'm kind of curious to see, no timeout call here from Boom. Twice now, giving up these thrifties. No assessment. Try to at least steady the nerves of the players. Maybe as far as comms
the
are concerned,
group door for
they
stage
right as rain,
2 China will happen after the final. That's interesting.
They're now just 3 round losses away from being eliminated from stage 1 playoffs.
It's in months, man.
Yeah, massive pressuresome environment for them in their
Chill
first
out.
endeavors in towards VCT Pacific.
Do the group draw after Toronto.
Stage 1.
Chill, I don't need to know what's happening in months.
Creep up in towards A main. Util to flush Patman away. To push Forsaken back, who has brought an operator to the party here. Just a slower paced round from everybody. Got the lurk from Berserks as well, Northside Arcade. Just being very patient, not overstepping.
Going to blame them slowing down after the previous bit of damage there on the Divide. Forsaken though, quick picking in, yep. Damn fast with it, finds NC
looking
Slasher.
good.
Now, Boom.
No, this is not for Toronto. There's one. Whoever wins this will play DRX, and that game is for Toronto.
Spotted Jing just on top of Jing.
Jing has had a. I didn't realize he started this game what? Like, started 4-0 with a 4K. He was frying at the start of the game again. He's now 14 and 13.
Here to try to get the plan down. The Armageddon going to be called in, but the orbital strike is there in response from something, but it's a hair off the mark.
Wow, he just gets out. Still 2v3.
Narrowly able to stay alive. Rolling Thunder committed. The frantic spray eventually rewarded. As DOS9, he has been a god incarnate in the past series that he has played. Can he deliver here now today? The Molly, it's just going to be far too late. It arrives exactly where it needed to, but not when it was needed. PRX, they continue onward now 11-7.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing that I was actually wondering, but not wanting to out something for in the first half, actually. It was playing the Brimstone on this map. You see internationally, and Brimstone players having a lot of these.
This must be an anonymous gift. Yes, Billy's bright blue bollock. Not an anonymous gift. It was Billy with a tier 1 to McVitie's Jaffa Cakes. Okay, now finally, boom, take a timeout. How are we doing here?
Killing. This post plant needs to be perfect, Snow.
I mean, investment into a save round. Hunter's Fury used by Viva was hoping to find a kill, doesn't get anything, and there is 40 seconds. They can just move, but I feel like they would love to end on this B site to get themselves a rifle onto Viva and give themselves the best chance.
I got so caught up in the chaos, I thought the spike had went down, but it's not. It's still being held up at the top of B main. Rarga wants to peek at this smoke and get an impact kill, but
killed him before he TP'd.
Only fall to the floor as they try to TP into safety. You're right, BLG have the site held down thoroughly.
You can't contest players like YZ and...
Okay, BLG, little fight back. Okay, timeout, boom. Let's see what they change. They've gone for a 4-1.
Be able to come away with
get some aggro here from Jing
the magic that PRX had after their timeout to come with the Thrifty.
Jing, classic little setup here, but no one home to...
Oh, what are you doing?
Ambitious.
Destroyed by it.
What are you doing?
About to be rewarded.
Wow.
How does he get away with that?
Just off one flash? I mean, that can very easily go wrong.
By.
That Famous is just fucking sprinting at them. What
Jing
are we
now
doing?
finds Famous.
No, boom. Oh no!
Just blasphemy there. DOS9 didn't deserve it. No smokes, no orbital. Famous down as well. Makes things very difficult to come back in this round when you've also got Dish being looked after by the Killjoy utility. Now spotted out.
Who else is qualified for Toronto? From Pacific, it's Gen G and RRQ.
5 of them series point.
From Americas, it's
if this gets
G2, Sen, and MIBR.
Towards the A site now, it is the
from EMEA, we don't know. They haven't started their playoffs yet. And from China, it's Wolves, BLG, and XLG.
Now, not so much, though.
Slow on the approach, just trying to keep it quiet. About to be a 3v3 towards this side of the map. But clear out Berserks, shoot forward, trying to take some forward space.
The EMEA playoffs start on Thursday.
Batman swinging out. So damn snappy with it, finds the headshot. NC Slasher tucked away, it's just 2 stingers in their hands, forced into the open by the Molly. And he can only deliver 1.
5 chances for PRX.
Here from PRX.
And they have Killjoy ult.
Of the back of the timeout.
I mean, that's not as pretty much to count that,
not found.
Why are we so late? Don't know.
Match point. And that is a gut punch to this Indonesian squad.
Yeah, I mean, in the first half, after the timeout, it was flawless for PRX, and now it's still flawless after the timeout here as well. 12-7, it's 5 series points that Boom are going to have to contend through to push us into overtime. Otherwise, they will be bowing out in this playoffs stage. Still securing a lot of championship points in their journey to continue to stay in Pacific when you think about what the Ascension teams have placed on them too. But they don't want to bow out here.
Just 2 series away.
Okay, here we go, Boom. 2 2-0s to lose and go home.
A brutal position now for Boom to be in. Jing, this time not able to get a glimpse. Famous does manage to slide across the bottom of the rope undetected.
But what can he do more importantly? Devi is being very careful about the rope.
Oh, sorry.
Spotted. Can't confirm who it is. They might have a sneaking suspicion though.
So a much more defaulty look.
A bit of info gained and Devi now spotting
out feeling that with the off, they're not going to like full aggro.
Going to be disrespected. Famous trying to run him down the shorty, drawn out, but a tiny bit of damage going to be found. That paint shell, however, might find more as Jing, position given up, shifts forward towards Arcade.
It took a lot of bullets, but he got there.
Berserks comes away with it. Something trying to go off a timing, but
okay, this was a nice round by Boom.
Forsaken now.
And I think when Forsaken has the ult,
shot by the turret behind. But do they realize that he's in this spot? It seems like the answer is no. Elbow taken off, famous 5 HP. The AWP would be overkill, and it will not find the chance. As Patman now, a 1v4 clutch to try to bring this to a conclusion.
So I think this is a good round by Boom, right? When you're playing against stuff for second AWP, you probably know that they're not gonna like Southside pinch you or whatever.
Throughout this journey
right, so
to get back towards this map too. So they don't necessarily.
You want to be on a bit of an explore, maybe try and find the AWP. You can maybe play a bit slower, a bit more spread to start off with. Try and find where that AWP is.
They lose anything.
But try and push it back and go from there.
Oh,
I mean, again, these kills don't really matter.
I don't know how he's managed to do that.
Surviving
After
here
all
for
the
him.
great shots from
Dying
Boom in
might
that
have even been
round,
better, honestly.
that's the one that gets away.
Yeah. Slippery Snake able to escape
Probably
there.
wasn't better, but he might get his ult for the last round.
It's 1 round to answer
we
back
went
with
all
at
that
least
way,
a 4.
and they have a lot of money.
Very patient in the beginning, trying to find the right timing to get up the tower. I like
But then
it.
again,
From
they don't have as much money.
some,
He had a lot of money.
You know, not
he's actually bought for someone else.
generally something
and
that
they
you're
are
trying
buying
to
up, so they're not going to have that much
practice
money.
and reiterate time and time again.
So
Those
go for
sort
an
of
AWP
things.
again.
It's just
We're going to
trying
get
to
this
figure out
Jing little
individually what
aggro
you
play
can
on here
communicate
again.
to the team. More control again for Jing, trying to spot what he can on top of the
Works.
smoke, and it's
the catch.
DOS.
That's quite a nice setup. So you just got an AWP holding for him below, and him
He had
blast
Berserk's
backing
hiding
up
in the
here
smoke, but this time
to get that first
somebody
kill. And
takes
it's
the
DOS
bait.
9. It's no smokes.
Showstopper lockdown available to try to close this
telling
out.
him to go and
with
play in here.
DOS 9 dead, that
What are they
orbital,
going to do?
that counteraction to this Killjoy ultimate is now gone.
I mean, you just got to consider how to
No
Boom get
smokes
back
yet.
in
Get in
towards
these angles.
a site as well. You're going to have to rely on Famers with a good fast lane, with some good timing of NC Slash's fault line to off-put another angle.
Something. Oh, what a catch!
Wow, nice timing.
Doesn't squander it. Overdrive here from Famous. Doesn't manage to find one, but Jing takes down Shiro. The Showstopper at the ready. Famous in tower. Sends it to the side. Nothing going to be found there, but
strange Killjoy like that.
just to create some more shallow angles. Jing trying to counter swing
Oh,
out, eventually
gonna have to be
finds
the
it. It's all down to
1v3.
NC
It's not.
Slasher.
It's GG.
And he cannot make it happen.
It's GG. One more for PRX. It's gonna be the El Clasico of Pacific. PRX versus DRX. Sad for Boom.
Track by track, buddy.
Sideshow might be on fire. He might be on fire, yes. Sad for Boom. I mean, what matters more for them, of course, is kind of next stage, really. That's kind of more important. And yeah, we'll see. But I mean, unlucky for them, they called this team at the wrong time, I think. Okay. I will be back later for Sen versus G2, America's Grand Final. There are then no games until Thursday. Quick look at the score here, 6-6.
The first team from Group Alpha to go out is the 1 seed.
Yeah, sad. So then the next games after the Grand Final tonight is EMEA on Thursday. Okay. Have a good Sunday, everyone. It's a bank holiday here in the UK. So have a nice May Day bank holiday if you're in the UK. And goodbye.